Well, everyone, we're back again, and this time with a new playthrough of Pokemon Storm Silver. And it's a Nuzlocke, too.
That's right, everyone. We are so happy to be back in a new series, and we have new pictures as well. We all look dapper as hell, and this series is going to be straight fire.
Yeah, so Obama is the one who's playing this game and going to be Nuzlocking it, too. And this game is a ROM hack of the normal Soul Silver game, too. Even though it said Soul Silver on the title screen, we promise you it's not the normal game.
Yeah, and we skipped the beginning, as we've seen that a billion times already, and we're kicking things off in our house with our mom. So please remember to smash that like button and subscribe as well.
Yeah, this Nuzlocke is going to be really difficult as well, actually. For those who haven't played this ROM hack, you can expect the gym battles to be extremely difficult. And in each route, there is Pokemon all the way from Generation 1 to 4.
Nothing you can't handle, though, Barry. So yeah, let's kick this new adventure off by getting our first Pokemon. Just a heads up, too. This isn't a randomized Nuzlocke. At least by that I mean the starter Pokemon will all be the standard ones.
Yeah, so pick whichever Pokemon you want first, Obama, and then going forward, the standard Nuzlocke rules will apply. Also, in this game, you can actually get every starter Pokemon from the other regions in the Pokemon Center. So do you think we'll be able to use them?
To be honest, I don't know how that'll work, but I'm sure some people watching can leave comments on that, Donald. And more importantly, right now, we're going to be choosing our starter.
Yeah, the most important part will probably dictate how the rest of the series will go. So what will it be, Barry?
Well, last time we picked Cyndaquil, so this time I think the choice will have to be Totodile Joe. I can't take the risk of choosing Chikorita as it's just terrible and this game is already difficult as it is.
Okay, so you're just gonna be a pussy then, Obama. I guess that's fine, and if you want to be known as that then, sure, go ahead.
Hey, shut the hell up, Donald. You hate Chikorita more than I do. You call it the cabbage Pokemon because it belongs in a bowl of salad and not on a Pokemon team.
This is true too. Fine use Totodile, but you better give it an awesome name.
Nah, I'm gonna call our little cutie pie Toothy Donald. It's got little fangs sticking out its mouth and it looks adorable, so going forward, Toothy is its name.
That is the dumbest name I've ever heard, Obama. It's like calling you Baldy all the time because you have no hair. You can't name Pokemon after what they look like, you know.
I will just remain quiet on this one, I think, boys. But anyway, we have our first Pokemon already. So let's see how long Obama can keep this thing alive for LML.
Yeah, we don't want a repeat of Pokemon Ultra Sun, Obama. Your killing spree better have ended with that series, and in this one we want a new and improved version of you.
Well, the one thing that hasn't improved in this ROM hack is Lyra here, who is as annoying as always. The creator of this ROM hack is Dryano, by the way, and he's one solid person for making these ROM hacks, but I must say, he could have done more with Lyra.
And by done more with Lyra, we mean remove her entirely, as she literally provides nothing to the story or the game at all. She was even in the Diamond and Pearl anime series at one point, and she was annoying there too with her shitty little Meryl.
You can't remove her from this game, guys. But one thing that could be done is remove her phone calls, as she never has anything useful to say. Some of the NPCs in the game are useful since they can find items for you, but she does nothing.
Yeah, our girl Lyra appears even more in this ROM hack, I think actually Joe, so we'll have to deal with that. But anyway, we have our Pokemon, which means it's time to head out to Route 30, I believe, and go see Mr. Pokemon for the Professor.
Oh yeah, Type 15 is the best frame to choose for this game, Barry. The clouds just make me feel like I'm looking at an Altaria whenever the menu pops up, and that brings me peace to my soul.
Yeah, I literally have no idea what you're on about, Donald. And we just got Professor Elm's phone number too, guys, which isn't creepy at all. An old man wanted a 10-year-old Pokemon trainer's number.
Hey, and we're encountering our first Pokemon already, guys, which is a Sentret of all things. Now, this Pokemon is actually in this game originally, but we can't catch anything right now anyway, since we don't have any balls.
Well, I certainly have some Joe, but clearly Barry doesn't, otherwise he'd have chosen Chikorita for this playthrough.
Very funny, you old Satsuma face, Donald. But yeah, as Joe said, we can't catch anything right now. So the best I can do is kill this thing so we get lots and lots of experience.
Yeah, we need to do lots of training, Obama, because this will definitely be a tough playthrough. I'd argue it will be as tough as our Pokemon Black 2 run-through, which was a randomizer as well. You should all go check out the full movie we made of that game on our channel if you haven't.
Okay, so far we've encountered literally no Pokemon from any other region than Johto, Obama, which makes me think you installed the wrong game, you dumbass.
Trust me, Donald, we're definitely playing Pokemon Storm Silver. We've just been unlucky with what we've run into so far. but I hope to Arceus that we don't get a Rattata like this one as our first new team member we have to catch.
But if we did catch one Obama, then we could be like Blue in the first game since he caught one, remember?
And look what happened to his Rattata Joe. It evolved and then got nuked, basically.
Details, Schmeetails, Donald. We don't need to get bogged down with things like that. And anyway, using a Rattata might be good since it can be our HM slave in this game.
Well, technically, I don't think HM moves exist in this ROM hack, Joe, which is a blessing, if anything. Drayano, the ROM hack maker, removed them, I think, but we can still use the moves in battle.
Oh, look, another Pokemon we would normally encounter if we were playing a normal run-through of the game Obama. Listen, I will give you the chance to name a Pokemon after me if we actually find something new, and it can be a trash Pokemon too.
Trubbish isn't in this game, Donald, sadly. But I'm sure we'll find some garbage Pokemon we'll have to catch at some point which can be named after you.
Well, the first new change, Donald, is what's going on right now, actually. Normally, at this point in the game, we'd get the running shoes, but because we get them as soon as we spawn in, this old man here has lost his job.
Boo-hoo for him, Barry. I still want to see all the new stuff this game introduces, but I guess we still have to wait a while before anything of interest happens.
Patience is key here, Donald. Trust me, it'll get so fun later. But anyway, Obama is right in that we'd get the running shoes here normally. But instead, the old guy has given us the old rod, which isn't ironic at all.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty cool, Joe, but we already have a water-type Pokemon for our team, so using that item is quite pointless at the moment.
And with some editing, I cut out the Pokemon Center healing, and we're carrying on our journey to meet up with Mr. Pokemon, who has an egg for us boys.
Oh, and here we go, Donald. A Seedot is the first new Pokemon we've encountered in this ROM hack. And I want to show some love for Shiftry because I think it's a great Dark-type Pokemon and would make a solid team member too.
And damn, the next Pokemon is a Tailo, which is also a solid bird Pokemon from the Hoenn region, Joe. Looks like this entire route is just full of Gen 3 Pokemon by the looks of it.
I don't personally like Tailo or Swellow since they just look like a normal bird with no unique designs. My favorite bird Pokemon would have to be Talonflame or Staraptor, as I think they're the most unique.
Oh my God, this entire route is out to get us, I swear, Obama. And look, this Pokemon is a Weedle, which is from Gen 1 and a total piece of crap as well.
Agreed, Joe. This little worm deserves to be burnt by every fire-type Pokemon ever, but saying that I think Beedrill is a really solid Pokemon and could make a viable team member, especially for dealing with Sabrina later on.
And would you look at that, everyone? Our girl Cynthia's here in the Johto region. Apparently she's on a journey of her own right now.
Yeah, she's out looking for Arceus, apparently, which should make Donald quiet, happy, LMO. And hey, look, she even wants to give us an EV.
Hot damn, didn't expect our second member of the team to be an EV. That's a pretty solid Pokemon, Barry, and now we can evolve it into any type we like almost.
Yeah, and since you've been nice today, Donald, I think the nickname I'll give this Eevee is Donnie.
I know why you did that, Obama, and it's not funny. You better not purposely get this Eevee taken out in a Pokemon battle, bro. Otherwise, I'll take over this game from you.
Okay, well, we need to work out how we're going to evolve this Eevee and what it should evolve into as well, because this is supposed to be a Nuzlocke. Remember, boys.
Well, Joe, in Violet City, we can actually get items to evolve Eevee into all the types available. Drayano made special stones which can evolve Eevee into anything. So I think we let the viewers decide what Eevee should evolve into.
Yeah, good shout, Donald. So go comment which evolution we should use for this playthrough, and the comment with the most likes is going to be the winner.
Personally, I think a Jolteon or Glaceon would be the best choices. But anyway, yeah, go comment, everyone, and make sure to like a comment if you want it to be that evolution.
Alrighty, so that all aside, we just got our new Pokedex from Professor Oak 2 boys, which means we can start recording all the new Pokemon we find. Although I think half of them won't even be visible as we don't have the national dex yet.
And yet another old man has registered his phone number in my Pokewalker thingy. Not creepy at all.
And talking of old creepy men, Barry, Professor Elm has given us a big phone call because apparently someone has ransacked his laboratory and he needs us to save him.
Yeah, well, I just want to say that Professor Elm isn't actually that old, and I remember he used to study under Professor Oak when he was a student or something. Boys, I'm pretty sure in the anime and in this game, he's about 30 years old.
He's still old to us, Joe, so let's leave it at buddy, and you need to hurry back as fast as possible, Obama, so we can see what's happened at the lab.
Well, whatever has happened, Donald, it won't matter because Obama Trauma is here to save the day as usual. I won't let anyone disturb the peace in my little town.
Obama Trauma is not the person I'd send in for peace negotiations anywhere, but sure, but whatever makes you happy, bro.
Oh, hello. Look who it is, boys. The red ginger boy is here, and he's on the run from what it seems like.
Yep, that's right, Donald. And this here is our first official Pokemon battle of the series, so I'll try my best not to mess this one up, especially since he has a Pokemon effective against ours.
Yeah, but his Pokemon is a total piece of shit, Barry. I actually don't know a single person personally who likes Chikorita's line.
Well, this guy is somehow doing more damage to us than we are to him, which makes no sense.
You should use some of those defense-reducing moves on his berry to even things up a bit. Plus, he got a critical hit too, which helped his case a little.
All right, well, I do have those potions in my backpack I can use from earlier, which isn't against the rules. But damn, this Chikorita is hitting us like a little train, and all we've been doing is bullying the thing.
This is getting too close for comfort now, bro. Seriously. Get rid of this cabbage leaf Pokemon right now before it kills us.
Oh yeah, he used Growl, and I managed to take it out by the skin of my teeth, or whatever that saying is.
And that was really close. Obama, holy hell. I mean, we did have Eevee on our team too, but letting our starter die before we've even got to the first gym would have been a total embarrassment.
Okay, well, I still beat him, Joe, so I don't know what your issue is here, dude. I promise you, I won't let a single Pokemon die in this series for sure.
Yeah, we'll see about that. But for now, you need to continue your journey back to Newbark Town, where the professor is still waiting for us.
I don't really like Newbark Town as a starting village for us to be in, boys. I don't know how you feel, but I think Twin Leaf Town is the real MVP of starter Pokemon towns.
That's because you're the original Sinnoh region Simp Donald. Like you would buy the entire Sinnoh region if you could, I bet, bro.
Sinnoh just has more to it than Kanto and Johto, in my opinion, Joe, and there's nothing wrong with me thinking that way. As for this game, though, it's definitely SS tier.
Okay, here we are back at the lab, and of course, I'm the one getting blamed for stealing the Pokemon. And as usual, Professor Elm just sits here like the little gimp he is and won't back me up.
Obama, bro, you need to stop crying over the little things. Lyra was there to back you up, which is just lovely, isn't it?
For taking her side and not mine, Joseph, you're going to get named after the rival in this playthrough.
Oof, that's pretty toxic, Obama Elmao. I wouldn't want to be named after someone like Silver. And on top of that, his dad is actually Giovanni, for those who don't know the real Pokemon lore like I do.
Yeah, that's right, Donald. So, Joe, how does this make you feel? How do you feel knowing that you're named after a red-haired 10-year-old in a Pokemon game?
Well, if it was someone like Blue who's an actual G, then yeah, sure, I'd be happy and not care. But to be named after this fool is just a step too far for me, Barry.
Yeah, well, go cry me a river, Joe. And anyway, I just gave the professor one that Pokemon egg we got earlier. And I think we can actually start to wrap this first episode up, boys.
I think so too, Barry. So thanks so much for watching, everyone. Please remember to smash the like button and subscribe as it helps us with the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah, and consider becoming a member too by hitting the join button or Patreon link in the video description if you want early access to our videos and member-only polls and posts we make.
Can I just say that you did almost end this series before it barely took off Barry, which I'm still not very pleased about during that rival battle, bro.
Yeah, well, I still won that battle, Joe, and here you are, still crying about it. I hope we get Jizzy Joe in episode 2 of this series, Donald. He's way more fun than this buffoon.
Tell me about it, Barry. And hey, you made our Toto dial all happy again since it was basically dead from the battle with Joe Biden.
That is not me!
Well, everyone, welcome back to our Nuzlocke of Pokemon Storm Silver. This is part 2 right here, and we're going to be heading to Violet City today, so please hit that like and subscribe button and become a member or Patreon if you want to help support our channel.
That's right, Barry. So please don't get any Pokemon killed. It's only part 2, and lots of the viewers are hoping for a redemption arc from you to make up for Pokemon Ultra Sun.
Yeah, and some other news is we asked everyone what evolution they'd like to see, since in this episode we can get a stone to evolve Eevee into any type, and the most voted choice was Umbreon and Espeon.
I'd quickly like to point out how I like the fact that there's no catching tutorial in this game, which means less time spent with Lyra.
Yeah, but more time spent cutting me off, you banana head! Anyway, as I was saying, Umbreon and Espeon were the 2 most voted choices. And since we already used an Umbreon in our last series, this time we're going to go with the Psychic type Espeon.
That's right. Espeon is the best choice out of them all, in my opinion, except its normal form color is pink, which is for girls. And secondly, its shiny form color is even worse, in my opinion.
Agreed on that. And look, guys, the first Pokemon I encounter in the route here is Bidoof, which means we have to catch it since it's a Nuzlocke.
Doesn't look like it wants you to catch it though, Barry Alamau, and oh yeah, I also have to mention there's a lot of gift Pokemon in this game, and some lovely viewers said we're allowed to use them.
This Bidoof has a higher catch rate than Arceus, I swear. But anyway, yeah, the gift Pokemon are all starters from other Pokemon regions. And the first one we'll get is in Violet City, actually. But we have no idea which ones they'll be, so this is gonna be fun.
I can't believe I couldn't catch that thing, guys. That was crazy. A stupid level 4 Bidoof outplayed Barack Obama.
Okay, well now we're battling a Rattata, and you better be able to catch this thing, bro.
Hang on, guys, I swear there was a rule that you're only allowed to catch the first Pokemon you encounter in a new route, or am I making that up myself?
Oh, hot damn, you could be right, Donald. Maybe someone could fill us in on that, as I did see a rule somewhere that it doesn't matter. Personally, I'd like to go with the only catching the first Pokemon in a route rule, because I don't want this piece of shit rat on our team.
Okay, well, you can catch this thing now, Obama, and if we're wrong, then just shove it in the PC later or something. Unless you kill it first, that is then who cares?
Yeah, I can easily shove it in the PC boxes if your rule turns out to be the proper one. But yeah, I caught this guy and I'll name him something stupid because I doubt he'll make it past the first gym leader anyway.
This rat is a female too, so you better give it a name that goes along with that, bro. Something very feminine.
Ah, well then I have the perfect name for it. I think Donald will agree with me that this name is a very feminine one.
I think calling it that name is more of an insult to the Rattata species than Joe Biden. But anyway, it probably won't last that long like you said, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, well now we can actually start making some progress towards Violet City, boys. We wasted like the first 3 minutes of this episode battling a Bidoof, only for it to die right away.
That's because you're the weakest Pokemon trainer among the three of us now, dude. Joe has even overtaken you, but mostly because his other personality, Jizzy Joe Biden, takes over, and he's a real G.
I don't personally think he's a real G, but more of a nuisance, if anything. He just hijacks my mind every now and then only to play Pokemon with you two.
Okay, well I healed our team up and now we're on the new route where I've already encountered a Caterpie here, boys. This little fella is actually one of my favorites, so I'm glad to be adding this guy to our team.
Yeah, fun fact for all you Pokemon noobs, Ash's first Pokemon he ever caught in the anime was a Caterpie, and then we never saw it again when it evolved since it flew away with a shiny Butterfree or something like that.
That Caterpie was a solid addition to his team back in the day, and Red even caught one in the Pokemon Origins anime, which he used to beat Brock with String Shot.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he beat his Onix with Charmander, which should have been way harder than Red made it out to be. But then again, he is a Pokemon genius when it comes to battling.
And in the anime, believing in your Pokemon is usually enough to win battles or something like that. I swear some of the battles in the anime were just batshit insane when it came to strategy.
Sorry to cut you off, Donald, but what in the actual heck is this nickname for Caterpie Berry? Your nicknames are just trash in all aspects. I think going forward, the viewers and members get to choose the name of our Pokemon.
I'd be down for that, but how are they supposed to nickname our Pokemon if the rules state we have to nickname them after catching? And the name raider is in Blackthorn City in this game too, which is the 8th gym leader city.
I'm sure we can figure something out with regards to that, but anyway, here we are, boys, having our first Pokemon battle of the game. Well, technically the second one if you include the rival battle from part 1.
So this little man here is also called Joe like me, and his Pokemon is a goddamn Rattata, which means I immediately think he's garbage just like his Pokemon.
Well, to be fair to him, his rat actually did quite a bit of damage to us, so you can't really say anything against it, can you, bro?
Yeah, I'm about to get murked by this thing if I'm not careful. I bet this guy is using an action replay or something. Youngster Joey is a cheater.
Youngster Joey is not a cheater. Leave my brethren alone, bucko. You're just salty that he has a better rat than you do.
To be fair, his rat does seem superior compared to our one, and it's also a higher level. But anyway, that was the first trainer battle of the game, and I'd rate it a solid 3 out of 10, mostly because the kid's name is Joe.
All right, well, that's a bit mean, don't you think? He tried his best, and he has a great name, too. I'm sure him and his little rat will make it big one day.
We'll see Joe, but anyway, I don't feel like battling any of these trainers right now, and I might come back to them later on, and I want to get to Violet City as soon as possible so we can at least get the Sprout Tower done.
Yeah, well, these trainers have 5 Pokemon each, so this would take a very long time of pointless battling if you were to take them all on right now. So maybe focus on the more important battles to begin with, and then, yeah, come back to these later.
Okay, I cut to go heal our team up at the Pokemon Center, and now we're in Route 31 and taking on a Bellsprout of all things, which means we need to catch it.
Wow, I can't believe that Bellsprout was easier to catch than the stupid Bidoof from earlier Holy Hell. And these things are quite commonplace in this area of the game too, since the next city has a bunch of monks obsessed with them.
And what dumb name is this Pokemon gonna get now, Barry?
Well, since we won't be using a Leafeon in this playthrough, Joe, I thought naming this fella after Leafeon would be perfect, since Bellsprout also has leaves on it.
Jesus Christ, these names are cursed. And also, why do you not know proper grammar, Barry, and keep putting all the names in block capitals like that?
So I know who's who without having to squint, since this emulator we're using is quite small, actually, and I don't know how to make it larger. But that aside, boys, we've basically made it to Violet City now.
Yeah, that's right. The first major city in the Johto region, actually. And the first thing you need to do here is head to the Pokemon Center to get our first gift Pokemon of the series.
Okay, so looks like we have to answer all these quiz questions correctly if we want to get the Pokemon this guy has to offer.
And nice one down, Obama, well done. The next question is asking how long a Dragonair is, which is so random, man.
Okay, I literally have no idea about this one, boys.
And you got it wrong, you fool. Of course, a Dragonair is longer than 13 feet, Obama. Just look at how big a Dragonite is, and then do the math in your head.
Okay, no big deal though, Donald, because I got it right this time. And now the rest of these questions are super easy. Like, I'm pretty sure a Raiden was actually the first Pokemon to be made.
And oh my God, you got another question wrong. How the hell don't you know that you can't find Tropius in Diamond and Pearl, Obama? You don't deserve to keep playing this game if you don't know basic facts like that, bro.
Oh, shut the hell up, man. Like, you knew the answer to these. You didn't even know what Pokemon was until a year ago when we played Pokemon Heart Gold. In fact, you couldn't even say the word right.
Yeah, we'll blame the AI voice software for that. And anyway, looks like you got them all right, and the prize is one of the 3 Kanto region starter Pokemon, which is just so cool, actually. And going with Charmander is such a simpy choice, too.
Joe, we need this Charmander, which I shall name Bradley, after one of our members, actually. But we need this guy because Sprout Tower is full of grass types, and the next gym is a bug-type gym, too. Plus, this game is extremely difficult, so I need all the help I can get.
Personally, I don't mind him using Charmander in this playthrough, Joe, because it's a Nuzlocke and it could die. But one thing you definitely need to do is stock up on potions, awakenings, and antidotes before going into the tower.
And this Charmander is a calm nature one, too, which I can't tell if it's good or bad, but it seems the base special attack and speed are its best attributes, which could be useful.
And it's also higher leveled than the rest of our sad little team, which means this guy's probably going to carry us through this entire place.
And the idiot forgot to go get the healing items I suggested, so maybe go do that now, Barry. I know for a fact we will definitely need them.
And with more editing wizardry, I got some healing items and skipped the Pokemart place since it's pointless in there. And now we can start to make our way through this place, which has a crap ton of trainers inside.
Yeah, these monks in the normal games had the standard Pokemon, such as Bellsprout or the Rat, or maybe even Sentret, but now we're going to get Pokemon from every region, almost meaning these could be tough.
I have full faith in Barry, though, Joe. Mainly because he has a lot to live up to now, as you and I the pros when it comes to Pokemon. And sadly, Barry here is just a noob.
Okay, well, I'm not really just a noob, though. Am I, Donald? I've done a lot of good things in the games I've played, but hey, look, the first Pokemon here is a Sunkern, which wasn't in the original games, even though this thing is a total piece of shit.
And the monk also has a Ralts too, which is actually quite nice to see. Don't you all think? This could mean we could encounter the further stage evolutions later on as we go up the tower. I'm just hoping to see much more of a variety of Pokemon in this series.
Well, now we're battling a trashy Bellsprout, Joe, which is to be expected in this game. But yeah, there will definitely be some variety here. I just think some of these battles are going to get quite tedious and long drawn out.
The main goal will be for Obama to go through the entire game without killing more than 5 Pokemon, I think. If you can do that, bro, then you would have officially redeemed yourself, I think.
Oh, that'll be easy peasy for me. I mean, look at how well I'm doing now, in fact. This guy is just a walk in the park for me because I'm so good at battling and just being a real G.
Okay, rude boy. Let's see if you can keep this momentum up, though. In the rest of the tower, these monks are sure to increase the difficulty for you, and the final one will definitely prove your worth.
The final one is the real test to prove we can take on the gyms and that our bond with the Pokemon is real. Although knowing you, Donald, you just get an action replay with walk through walls hack to get to the first gym, LMO.
Yeah, well, why waste time when we can get straight to the point and get our gym badges to prove we're the real deal? We've already become champions of this region once before. And Kanto. And we even played Let's Go Pikachu, which you should all go check out, by the way.
And here we are still battling more Bellsprout of all things. You kept going on about variety, Joe, but I'm not exactly seeing much of that in this place. All we had was that Sunkern and then a Meditite and Ralts.
I promise you it'll get much better later on, dude. We're only in the beginning of the game, remember. There's going to be many more battles to come, and the challenges will only ever keep increasing.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to be holding my breath to that. And anyway, after getting interrupted from that Rattata, we've made it to the top of this place, and the only thing left to do now is prove our worth to the head monk here.
And it seems our rival got here before us somehow, but he's getting a big scolding from the monk because he doesn't treat his Pokemon with love or affection like we do boys. And I also want to mention that I think Silver probably has one of the best character developments in the game.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, actually. He's very stubborn and a bully right now, but I think he starts to change his ways as we progress through the game. But that aside, it's time for the final battle, guys. So do us, Proudberry.
His first Pokemon is, of course, Bellsprout, which shouldn't be any trouble for me. We've been dealing with these most of the episode, and I'm expecting Charmander here to hard carry us through this battle.
That Bellsprout was way stronger than the others, though, and somehow survived an Ember. But anyway, yeah, I expect this guy to have lots of grass types for some reason, so Charmander is the way to go.
And now we're dealing with a Chingling, which is not what I was expecting to see here. A pretty interesting Pokemon, too, if it wasn't as weak as hell.
I think he knows he won't win this, so instead the monk is trying to lower my accuracy, so we miss more moves, boys. See, now this guy's just cheating, in my opinion, by doing that.
And here comes the famous Obama excuses everyone. So when Pokemon start dying, he's already got a bunch of backup reasons to why he's just a bad Pokemon trainer.
Well, I'm doing all right, I think. He's 2 Pokemon down already and only has 2 left. And I haven't had to use any healing items either, and now I'm battling a Hoot.
Oh, and we got a critical hit on the Owl, too, which is great. We actually might win every battle in this tower without losing a single Pokemon, which will be so great for you, bro.
Oh my God, but now he's hit us with a Sleepy Joe move. See, this is the exact reason why I told you to get Awakenings, because of BS moves like that one Barry.
Okay, well, it's not over yet, so I think before we use any items, I should be able to switch out to another Pokemon to kill this Hoot.
And what exactly is this Bean Sprout going to do here, Barry? Flying types are super effective against grass, and you know that.
Well, Joe, it could be a good situation for us to stall out a bit whilst we think of a plan to attack the Owl. Also, he could use this time to actually heal up our Charmander, too.
Okay, well, that's 1 Pokemon dead already, guys. Sorry about that, although I don't particularly care about Bellsprout. I just never expected to find a Hoot this cracked in the game.
Oh my God, it's literally putting every Pokemon we have to sleep, Obama. You seriously just got to wake Charmander up and hope to God we can outspeed this Owl for 1 move. All we need is 1 gosh darn move to hit the thing.
I'm trying my best here, man. I just don't want to let Totodile die already since he's our starter, and I don't want to risk losing Charmander so early on in the game as well, bro.
Okay, well, you can either use an item or hope to God this little fellow will wake up at some point and get an Ember attack in. We also have to be careful of confusion, which can confuse us like it just did to Totodile 2 Barry.
Yeah, you really need to swap Charmander out now. Please, for the love of God, just heal the poor guy, Obama. This is literally the 2nd episode of the new series, and it's already going to shit with you playing. I think you're just bad luck, man.
Well, I was hoping maybe a string shot from Caterpie could slow Hoot down, but apparently I won't even be able to get one of those attacks in either. This monk is definitely just a cheater, boys, seriously.
Okay, well, finally, you used an item on Charmander, Obama. The Awakening and Super Potion combo is definitely going to help us win this battle.
Yeah, and Biden the Rat here will forever go down in memory for helping us clutch this battle with his noble sacrifice, so I hope that makes you happy, Joseph. You actually did something useful for once.
Hey, the battle isn't over yet, Barry. You still have to beat this Owl and 1 other Pokemon the monk has, and all you've actually managed to do is kill more of our own Pokemon than his.
Oh my fucking God, here we go again. This Owl just needs to go to hell and stay there. This is the final straw, Obama. Beat Hoot before Joe and I beat you.
You two need to calm your pants. I have no control over what the AI does here, do I, Donald? So instead of shouting at me, How about you shout at this head monk for playing super dirty and cheap?
Jesus Christ, finally. The Hoot Hoot is finally dead, and I swear to God, I hope for your sake, Obama, we never have to deal with something like that again. And worst of all, the first gym is actually full of flying types, so you better train hard for that battle.
Yeah, he's right. So after this battle, you better go back into Route 31 and burn the local Bellsprout population to death, Obama, and make sure we have at least some evolved Pokemon before taking on the first gym leader.
Right, good idea. But anyway, that concludes our battle with the monk, and his name is Lee, apparently. And Monk Lee here is a horrible person, and I never want to see his face again after this.
But he just gave us the choice of what evolution stone we're going to be using to evolve Eevee. And like we said in the beginning of the series, we plan on using Espeon, so we picked up the Obad Orb, or whatever it's called.
I am actually so happy to use an Espeon in this playthrough, depending on how well Obama does at keeping the poor guy alive. And after naming it after me, you better do your damn best to make sure he gets into the Hall of Fame, bro.
Out of all our Pokemon, I think Espeon has the best chance, Donald. Lots of our viewers have told us how good it'll be in the late game, and since this game is much harder, there'll be more opportunities for us to train it up.
Right, and with that, we have a newly evolved Pokemon for our team boys. And you're still not off the hook, Obama. 3 of our poor Pokemon got absolutely murked in that battle against one damn owl.
I was there too, Joe. And yeah, big deal. This is a Nuzlocke, remember? You can't expect all our Pokemon to make it through. Plus, those Pokemon that dies were clearly not good enough to be a part of our team anyway.
That is just a terrible attitude to have, my guy. If you keep acting like that, then we'll never beat this game, and Joe or I will have to definitely take over from you.
Yeah, well, until then, we have to release all the dead Pokemon, or at least just leave them in the PC. And then at the end of the series, we can count how many Pokemon Obama has killed, and use that to make him feel even worse about himself.
Hey, these guys did a valuable service for us, and on that note, I think we tell everyone to hit that like and subscribe button again, boys, and wrap this episode up.
Yeah, do what he said, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and please consider checking our merch store out and joining the channel or Patreon if you want to help support the channel.
Yeah, our goal is to hit 30,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and we're on our way to that goal, so please remember to share the video to as many of your friends as well.
That's right, and you can all expect episode 3 to come out sometime next week. We apologize for the delay in videos as we've just been very busy.
Alrighty, everyone, and welcome to part 3 of our Pokemon Storm Silver Nuzlocke. Please smash the like and subscribe button, and consider becoming a member of the channel and Patreon if you want to support us.
Yo, Jizzy Joe Biden is back in the building too, guys. I bet you all missed me, and I hope you all like my new drips I have here too. I look mad gangster, like, don't you all think?
Okay, so I want to apologize for the delay with this video. We had some editing issues and lost some of our recording, so had to redo all of it again. I would blame Joe for it, but he's not here currently.
Yeah, we lost some footage, but anyway, here we are taking on the first gym leader of the game, which is the most important thing about this video. L, hope to God this battle doesn't go like the last one with the monk and his cracked Hoot Hoot.
Well, as you can see, this is a full 6 versus 6 battle. And our boy, the gym leader here, is leading off with Doduo. And I only have 3 Pokemon, but don't worry, boys. I got this battle, and we won't have any casualties.
Okay, well, I've heard from the grapevine that you've been assassinating our Pokemon already, Barry, and we're only 3 episodes in. So would you care to explain yourself about that, please?
Yeah, well, there's nothing to say about that, really. That monk from the last episode had a hacked Hoot Hoot, and he decided to nuke half my team, and now everyone in the comments is already giving me shit about it.
And hot damn, I can see why they are, dude. You almost got potentially our strongest Pokemon killed to a goddamn Murkrow of all things. You must have God's grace on your side to survive that hit with only 1 health point left.
Hey, that Murkrow somehow got 2 critical hits in a row. Either it has that item which increases the chances of crits hitting, or this guy Faulkner is also cheating. And Barry's just having bad luck.
Let's go with the bad luck aspect so far, Donald. And anyway, how about you all give me to like episode 5 before you start calling me a trash Pokemon trainer, because this is all RNG so far and you all know it.
That's if you even make it to episode 5, and at this rate, I can't see that happening, LMAO. But all right, fine. I'll let the optimist in me take over and let you have it easy until past episode 5.
Good move popping those super potions, Barry. Maybe this time you'll have a better battle. And by the way, I was reading some comments on how we should make the emulator full screen for you all, and we're looking into that.
Yeah, it's a little tricky to do as it somehow causes the quality of our video to distort. So please bear with us as we research it. But in other news, I do have a question for you all, which is please comment which Pokemon you think is the strongest in the Johto region, legendaries not included.
Yeah, there's quite a few Pokemon that could be up for that title, such as Ampharos or maybe even Lantern, which is crack special attack stats if any of you have used it before. It's actually a super strong Pokemon.
Okay, so this guy has lost 3 of his Pokemon, now making this an even battle. It's not a 3 versus 3 Pokemon battle, and you have to both admit, I'm doing pretty well here, aren't I?
You're not doing bad, that's for sure, bro. But I will say I'm very confused with how many critical hits this guy is getting on us. I swear this is like the 3rd one in a row now or something, boys.
Yes, I agree with that. This is quite suspect, but I'm just going to bank on it being the game's difficulty being higher than normal. Remember, this is actually quite a difficult game, so please bear with Obama's shitty Pokemon battle skills.
Okay, and what happened to not ripping me apart until episode 5, Donald? Your little agreement with me lasted a full minute, if that you snake.
I'm not going to get involved in your little argument because I probably won't even be here in the next episode. But I was actually summoned here thanks to some viewers asking for my appearance, and like a fairy godmother, I fulfilled their wishes.
You're like the fairy godmother of gangster rappers Jizzy Joe with how you're dressed today. I must say you look straight fire.
Well, I'm getting older, sadly. And most people just end up as useless, moody old farts slowly withering away, whilst your boy here looking like a god. I bet even Zeus looks down at me with pride from Mount Olympus.
And you both should be looking at me with pride because this battle has probably been the best gym battle I've ever had ever, and that's saying something. Lemao.
Okay, congratulations, Barry. You actually beat the first gym leader of Pokemon Storm Silver without losing a single Pokemon. So with that, thanks so much for watching, everyone, and see you all in part 4.
Yep, this is as good as it'll probably get.
Okay, first of all, ignore those 2. This episode is far from over because we're only 4 minutes in, I think. And secondly, this is just going to be getting better. You 2 don't have psychic powers like my Espeon to know how badly this will go.
It was Espeon who told us that to begin with Obama Elmao.
Yeah, Espeon told us how this is going to end, but we won't spoil for you all unless you really want to know.
Well, something I'd like to know from the viewers is, do we have to use this stupid Togepi egg that's going to be given to us now for this Nuzlocke? Since it's a gift Pokemon, I think we have a choice on that matter, but I'd like to double check.
Yeah, well, I'd rather we didn't because of what happened during the Heart Gold playthrough. Donald decided he didn't like Togekiss anymore and released it off screen, so he might do the same again here.
I'm sorry, but I just can't stand the Togekiss line at all. I hate them and think they look so stupid and just silly. They don't provide anything for the game at all, and nothing would change if Game Freak were to remove them.
Well, our girl Cynthia has one Donald, and I would have thought you would like Togekiss because you're a little simp for Cynthia. And don't deny that because we all know it's true.
I do love Cynthia and won't deny that at all, but I still hate Togepi. Anyway, enough about my ranting because this kimono girl has appeared for the first time in the series and is telling us how important the egg is, which I find hard to believe.
And hey, another cool feature about this ROM hack, which you're all seeing right now, is the gym leaders will give us their phone numbers right after we beat them, which means we can challenge them again anytime we like, which will be good for grinding experience, I think.
And hey, right as we head in the next route of the game, being Route 32, we have already found the next member for our team, which is Mareep. And this little sheep is going to be one solid team member, as everyone loves Ampharos, like Donald said earlier.
Oh, I can't believe we found this little sheep. But then again, I don't think I'm going to get too attached to it because of you know what that can't be said. Anyway, nice going on finding this Obama.
Yeah, this Pokemon is all right, I guess. But kind of pointless now since it would have been useful when we battled Faulkner just now. And the rest of the gym leaders don't exactly have any Pokemon weak to electric types, do they?
Well, technically Misty doesn't Kanto, but it'll be a while till we get to her, I think. And anyway, this Pokemon is still solid, so I'm glad you managed to catch it, Barry. We just now need to make sure the thing doesn't get killed.
Yeah, probably one of the strongest Pokemon that we can find in Johto is this one right here, although I think Larvitar should have the ultimate title. Saying that, though, I have no idea where we can even find one in this game.
Yeah, and in case you forgot, bro, this is a Nuzlocke, so we can't exactly go picking and choosing what Pokemon we want to use. The only real choices we've got is the gift Pokemon and our starter.
And looks like we have our first double battle of the game. And these usually end in disaster for all of us. And in this case, the stakes are much higher. So we got your back, Barry.
Right, yeah, so we have an umbrella lady and a science-digging nerd person, whatever they're called. These two should be an interesting challenge, or they could end up being a complete cakewalk.
Okay, and we have a Mareep, which is cool, and a new Pokemon being a Sandshrew. Now, I love the normal Sandshrew, but the one from Alola being an Ice-type Pokemon is way cooler and looks better, too.
Yeah, I'd agree with that take too. Alolan Pokemon are actually like an upgrade to the standard ones. They took more risks with the designs of the Pokemon because I feel like they could get away with it being a regional variant, don't you think?
But it looks like these two trainers didn't train their Pokemon enough because these guys are so weak, LMAO. I could have murked these little punks with Espeon all by itself.
Yeah, but don't hold your breath, Barry, and don't get cocky either. We have a Dryfloon now and an Onix. Now, the thing with Dryfloon is I bet my other personality would like having a bunch of Dryfloon about.
And I bet that would have something to do with its Pokedex entry, and in that case, we shouldn't speak more about that, ha 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 ha.
Yeah, don't go and get our channel canceled again, please, boys. But anyway, I beat these two useless so-called Pokemon trainers.
That guy is called a ruin maniac, by the way, Barry. They spend their time in ruins, and the ruins of Alph were close by. So maybe he was just being a nerd inside there.
Probably Joe, but anyway, we're in the Union Cave now because nothing of interest happened on the way here. And let's see what's going on in here, boys.
Okay, well, the main thing you need to do in here is catch a new Pokemon because this is considered a new route. I hope to God it's something good and a Pokemon that will be of use to us.
True, we need a new Pokemon whilst we're in here, Joe. But one thing that will be good is getting Totodile up some levels, since most of the Pokemon in here are going to be Rock and Ground type Pokemon.
Yeah, I think it'll evolve at level 17 or 18 too. I don't get why this guy levels up later than, say, Cyndaquil, which is arguably one of the strongest Pokemon you can get in this game.
Actually, that reminds me, Joe, in this game we can actually catch every single legendary Pokemon there is up to Generation 4, which we may have mentioned earlier. So if you'd like us to try catch them all, then leave a comment below and hit the like button.
And looks like the next member of our team is going to be a stupid Zubat. Now this thing really pisses me off. But if we manage to get a Crobat, then this thing will be goated.
And I'm aware of the ridiculous names you've been giving some of the team members, Barry, so I wonder what this one will be.
Oh, don't start Jizzy Joe. He's going to name this thing something so stupid that a new word will be needed to describe his creativity. And some of our viewers have even requested names, so try make them happy too, Obama.
Actually, I saw some people commenting names they'd like us to use, and I'm down for that, but I don't think our viewers want to be named after a Zubat, so for now I have the perfect name for this little fella.
Technically, this fella is actually a girl, so yeah, maybe keep the name gender neutral or something, Barry. Get with the times and all that you know, bro.
Oh, and here we go with the dumb name. Seriously, you want to name this one Batty? You have less creativity than a fetus berry.
And that there was a Bar Donald. But I do agree with him. The only thing more batty than that nickname is yourself, Obama.
Yeah, well, you all know Crobat is cracked. But my rule is once a Pokemon has a name in this Nuzlocke, we won't be changing it. And anyway, we'll have plenty of opportunity to name Pokemon after our viewers.
Because your unaliving spree is still going to be continuing, you mean. You just openly admitted to it happening even more.
Hey, look, we're battling a Geodude now, boys. The first time we've seen this Rock Boy Pokemon. I always found it weird since it has no legs and yet somehow still moves about.
It rolls about, actually, because in the anime, I'm pretty sure that's how Geodude got about. And stop changing the subject, too. We all caught that.
Hey, look, viewers, we're battling a Nosepass now as well. Leave a like if you like Nosepass as much as I do.
You are such a little bitch boy sometimes, Barry, you know that, right? But whatever, say what you want, just get us through this cave so we can check out what's happening in Azalea Town, where the next gym is too.
I think the next gym will probably be the easiest one in the whole game of Johto anyway. And then from there, shit will really turn up big time. We'll have to deal with Whitney in a full 6 versus 6 battle.
Hey, man, don't remind me or even talk about Whitney right now. I can't start getting anxiety attacks about her. Let's first deal with Bugsy or whatever the second gym leader's name is.
Yeah, I agree with that. We still have quite a while to go before taking her on anyway, but I'm sure that's the battle everyone watching is waiting for. Probably the most hyped battle, maybe, aside from Red, in every game there is.
And this fire breather here has a coughing, and we can expect to see a bunch of these going forward. Although maybe Driano gave Team Rocket a more varied team in this ROM hack, which I'm definitely hoping for.
And Jizzy Joe Biden here is running out of breath between words. Our boy is seriously aging hard.
And yet I can still drop better bars than you ever could. And talking of which, you're about to get Totodile killed to a poison status effect from a floating beach ball.
Oh, for God's sake, this battle is going to be hoot hoot all over again, isn't it? But instead we're getting hit with the smoke screen now, which is constantly lowering our accuracy, which is arguably more annoying.
We need a move like Aerial Ace, which won't miss or something, boys. It's like the AI knows it will lose, but yet wants to cause us as much inconvenience as possible, I swear.
Mega trolling is what's occurring right here, Jizzy Joe. Some battles are great, but then you have stuff like this, which is just like out of nowhere, annoying.
Alrighty, well that's Coughing taken down, and it took 2 of our Pokemon to do that, which is insane for this point in the game. Goes to show, even with strong Pokemon, this is going to be one tough playthrough. Probably harder than your Blaze Black Randomizer 1, Donald, which, by the way, many viewers reminded me of the amount of Pokemon you killed in that.
That's true. You also went on an unaliving rampage in Unova Donald, and you basically got carried at the end by Giratina. You should all go check out that video if you like Nuzlocke, because it was insane.
How about we just gloss over all that and focus on taking out this man's Charmander, which is clearly inferior to ours? You should actually use ours to battle his one berry instead of Totodile.
Oh my god, and now his Charmander is using Smokescreen too. I swear these fire breathers are just little arsonists because they use that smoke as fuel for their fire.
And on top of that, we got a big burn on us now as well. This guy's going hard on us, boys. We got to put him in his place before this becomes the end of the series.
Well, we have won this either way. Jizzy Joe and I think we'll actually get our second evolution of the series after this battle as well.
He still has one last Pokemon, though, before this is over for real, and it's a Magby, which is actually awesome to see. I love this Pokemon along with Magmortar, but Electivire is the better choice out of this pairing.
They're awesome Pokemon for sure, but they're trait evolutions too, which just make them not viable if you have no friends like you, Obama.
All right, but what are you and Donald doing here then?
Well, I could be honest and say we're here to watch you fail, but I'll pretend that's not the reason and just say we're here to support you, my bro. Much love.
Oh yeah, when we get to Azalea Berry, you need to stock up on some more super potions. And there's some hyper potions hidden about there too, I think. All the items have been changed around in this ROM hack, so we should be able to find some interesting ones.
Oh, hell yeah, then I'm going to spend my time finding a bunch of rare candies and then use them to level our team to 100. We'll never lose then, will we, Joe?
I expect that kind of talk from Donald, but didn't expect you to take the cheater route. Barry, we absolutely won't be doing that, because then, what's the point of this entire series? Everyone watching is expecting you to fail anyway.
Maybe that was a little too harsh to say. But anyway, in a positive view, we have ourselves a Croconaw now, which is pretty cool. Let's hope we have this little guy all the way till it's a Feraligatr, which I think is a very underrated Pokemon, especially a starter.
Yeah, agreed, Donald. Hey, maybe we'll get to see a mega evolution of Feraligatr in Pokemon ZA, which is coming out next year, I think.
And you can all expect a playthrough of that game when it's out. But first, we need to get Legends Arceus done, as well as a bunch of other ROM hacks you guys keep recommending to us. We just have so many things to play, so we hope you'll all stick around for it.
And that's that we're out of the Union Cave and on Route 33 here, but since we have a full team of Pokemon right now, we won't be catching anything here for the moment. And I still want to know what the deal is with that egg.
And check it out, guys. This is our first look at Team Rocket. They seem to be taking over the area for whatever reason. And this grunt even sent that Azalea Town resident packing.
Yeah, but the backstory for Team Rocket in this game has way more depth to it, which I'm really looking forward to. I can't remember what happens, but I know there's just so much more to it.
That's later on, though, but for now we are in Azalea Town with a bunch of things going on here, and the main thing is to start the second quiz.
Okay, so these quizzes are actually tough and contain questions which are super random and ones you wouldn't expect. So please don't berate me in the comments for my Pokemon knowledge.
Was that you talking or Discoml talking?
Hey, Joe, we don't break the fourth wall around here, thanks very much.
Well, I already messed it up anyway, so what difference does it make? And on that note, how about we start wrapping up this video, boys?
Yeah, all right, Barry. So thanks for watching, everyone. Our current upload schedule is sort of sporadic at the moment, so bear with us on that. Please remember to hit the like and subscribe button, though.
Yeah, in the next episode, we'll be heading into the Slowpoke well to deal with Team Rocket, and then hopefully Barry will be ready to take on the gym leader Bugsy, who, to the surprise of no one, uses bug-type Pokemon.
Well, I need to do some training, I think, because our Zubat is trash and the rest of our team have also been close to dying, which isn't great considering we're only 3 episodes in.
Yeah, definitely do that. But anyway, take it easy, everyone, and have a great week.
Your endings are trash, Jizzy Joe.
Yo, 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 everyone, and welcome to part 4 of our Pokemon Storm Silver Nuzlocke. Remember to smash that like button and subscribe so you know when the next episode is uploaded.
That's right, we need all the likes in the world. LMAO. But anyway, I wasn't in the last episode because Jizzy Joe took over, so was there anything I missed?
Oh, just the usual Obama annihilating his own team and that Joe. Nothing special.
Hey, I'm pretty sure I did really well in the last episode. But sure, whatever, say what you like. Anyway, in this episode, things are really going to be heating up because we're going to be taking on Team Rocket for the first time and then battling the second gym leader, Bugsy.
Yeah, Bugsy's going to get one banged, and that's not a euphemism for anything, so don't take it out of context.
Well, I hope that battle goes well, but for now, we're going to be helping Kurt storm the Slowpoke well. Also, I did some training off screen since our team is so low leveled, and I at least want to have a fighting chance in this game.
Listen, man, do all the training you want because we don't want this series ending earlier than it should. But I do have an idea. If somehow we actually lose this Nuzlocke before the game is finished, I say we just continue it anyway with the team we have.
By we, you mean Obama? But yeah, I think that's a good idea, and I hope the viewers won't mind that idea either. We obviously don't want the Nuzlocke challenge to end, but that's the plan in case Barry ruins it.
Fine by me. This game is probably the hardest one we've done so far anyway. I'd say it's even harder than Pokemon Ultra Sun because of how the gym leaders all having 6 Pokemon and they have better strats too.
Good, well, I'm glad we all agree on that. And the first battle with Team Rocket is going well too. So good start, Barry. Let's keep this momentum up.
Well, I mean, his Croconaw is almost 10 levels higher than this grunt's Pokemon. So even for Obama, this battle would have been easy.
Hey man, listen, this is part of the strat. Bugsy is actually much harder than you two seem to think in this game. He actually uses proper strategic moves, which he doesn't in the normal game.
And yet I suspect this still won't go very well, but that aside, we have a King's Rock here, which is an item not normally found in the base Soul Silver game. But with this item, we can evolve a Slowpoke.
Yeah, we can, but we won't be using one since we have a full team of Pokemon. And look over there as the Team Rocket admin will be taking on after this guy. I find these battles super tedious, though, since they basically all have the same Pokemon.
Well, Cacnea here is a new one, Barry. They don't appear in Soul Silver since this guy is from Generation 3, I believe.
Talking of generations, the question for everyone this time is what generation is your favorite and why? I think for all 3 of us, Generation 4 is probably the best, Pokemon Platinum being my favorite.
Yeah, Platinum is goated, but I think Emerald is top tier as well, Donald. For me, it's between those two. Gen 5 is also solid since Black and White had an amazing storyline.
We also asked you guys which Generation 2 Pokemon you think is the strongest, and the general consensus is that Typhlosion is the best along with Tyranitar, even though it has a lot of weaknesses. Some runner-ups were also Skarmory and Steelix.
Yeah, good to see the Steel types getting some love. Although I think Steel type was actually first released with Gen 2, so that makes sense. Skarmory and Steelix are amazing Pokemon too.
Okay, so this Team Rocket admin here has a Voltorb as his first Pokemon, which is just shocking to be honest. Not because it's an electric type, but because I was expecting something more.
Yeah, well, Dunny, the Espeon has Power Gem now, which is a super duper rock type move. I think Espeon will be the only Pokemon to make it through this entire playthrough, boys.
That could be true. It's probably the strongest member on our team currently special attack-wise. Plus, when our starter and Charmander is a Charizard, we'll be cooking big time.
Oh my God, so I take it that all the important battles in this game are going to be full 6 versus 6 battles. I thought only the gym leaders would have a full team, but now even the Rocket admins want to join that club too.
Joe, he has 4 Pokemon, you dumbass. But eventually they'll have 6. This is just the first battle, but even so, I believe in the standard game the admins had 3 Pokemon to begin with, or even 2.
Okay, and with that, they're beaten. So the first encounter with Team Rocket resulted in 0 Pokemon getting taken out on our side. I hope to God it stays that way because we have the gym battle to deal with now.
And Kurt somehow miraculously has his back healed right when we beat all the Team Rocket grunts in the Slowpoke well, which is just so convenient, isn't it?
Joe, leave Kurt alone. He is a real G unlike you, and I bet he can count to 6 properly as well.
And we get his phone number too, or was that his granddaughter's? Let's hope Joe didn't notice, but anyway, now's the moment you've all been waiting for. The gym battle awaits us, boys.
Yeah, and obviously we're going to put Charmeleon here up front since this is a bug-type gym, and his Ember attack can easily murk these punks in here. Well, that's how I hope it goes anyway. I have a feeling this one will be harder than the first gym.
Expect every gym battle to be harder than the one before it, and you'll be fine, is how I like to look at it. Plus, Bugsy has definitely upgraded his team from the original games, if you're following along with us.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, look at this basic gym trainer here with 4 Pokemon on his team, all of which are trash bug types, but that's not really the point.
I feel like bug types get too much unwarranted hate though, guys. I mean, with bug types, you can easily put Sabrina in her place, who is arguably the strongest gym leader in the series realistically. People say Whitney is difficult, but I feel Alakazam with Calm Mind is much more dangerous.
Wow, that Leedian actually somehow survived an Ember from Charmeleon. This is some foresight on how the gym battle is actually going to go lamau.
And it's only level 18 too. But anyway, back to Donald's point, I agree, Sabrina is difficult, but Whitney is more only because of where she's placed in the game. If she was a later gym leader, I think she'd be easier because your team would be better off at dealing with hers.
All right, we didn't need a PowerPoint lecture on gym leaders, Barry. It was just some small talk I started to get the viewers discussing who's stronger out of Whitney and Sabrina.
Hey, my memory may be bad, Donald, but I'm pretty sure you already asked the question for this video, bro. You can't ask 2 questions in the same video.
Okay, that's Trainer Benny beaten, boys. We're off to a good start here. Although I'm slightly concerned for the gym battle now, considering how strong that Leedian was, and it could have taken Charmeleon out if I wasn't such a great Pokemon trainer.
And now we have a double battle with 2 more children who both look like Kurt's granddaughter from earlier. There is some wizardry going on here for sure, boys.
Yeah, well, look what Pokemon they have, Donald. Probably the most garbage bug types you can get in the entire Pokemon series. These 2 are just the worst, which is something I think everyone will agree with me on.
I guarantee you'll find someone who loves these 2, Joe, and they'll make sure you know about it in the comments know for sure. But I agree with you anyway, these 2 are just the worst.
Well, this is probably something all 3 of us will agree on. I also hate these 2, and I mean, just look at how weak they are too.
But they have more Pokemon being a Dustox, which is not half bad, actually. Jessie had one of these in the anime, which she released because it found a boyfriend who was a shiny Dustox, actually.
Yeah, I remember that anime episode too, Joe. Shiny Dustox has a gold tint to it, I think, which is why it's probably up there as an awesome bug type. However, the best ultimate bug type is, of course, Volcarona.
Agreed, Donald. Volcarona is the ultimate bug type Pokemon. Back in the day, though, I think it would have been Scyther or Sizer, but those 2 have been relegated for me now.
And talking of relegations, these 2 have just joined the club, which means it's now time to take on the gym leader, Bugsy.
Yeah, we're going to Bombaclat Bugsy right here and not lose a single Pokemon. That's the plan anyway.
I have a feeling he might Bombaclat some of our Pokemon, though Donald and I'm starting to get a little nervous now as well. This could be the end for me.
Hang on, Barry. When did you get Mudkip in our party? You never told us you did that, bro.
Yeah, you got to remove Mudkip Obama. The viewers all want us to keep that Togepi egg to honor Misty since the actor who voiced her and Jessie from the anime sadly passed away. Her name was Rachel Lillis, and she will never be forgotten. A big salute to her for all her work, and may she rest in peace.
Oh shit. Yeah, I can't argue with that, guys. We'll make sure to have Togepi's egg back in the party for the next episode, and may Rachel rest in peace. Definitely need some salute emojis in the comments for her.
All right, that aside, here we go with the second gym battle, and Bugsy is leading off with a Butterfree. This is going to be an interesting battle for sure.
Your strat of putting it to sleep with Zubat and then using Ember was clever, Obama. But remember, when it rains, Fire's power is weakened, so you got to take that into account.
Oh, and the bastard already woke up so quickly too, which is just so unfair. I could have maybe switched out to Flaffy, since Electric may have been a better choice here, especially if I had Thunder on it.
There is no way you could have Thunder this early anyway, bro. And if you did, we'd know you're cheating, so there's that.
Hang on, how the hell does this Butterfree almost murk us to oblivion and back? That air cutter did so much damage to us, and we're like 10 levels higher almost.
Well, we all knew going into this game that it would be difficult, Joey boy, plus the challenge is fun because Pokemon Sword was so easy, like way too easy for what it was.
Okay, well, that's 1 down and 5 more to go. And now we have Zubat out again, and I bet you're going to go with the Hypnosis route again, aren't you, Barry?
But of course we're going to be hit with the Detect First by this Yanma. God, this move is so pointless, and I feel like it shouldn't block moves that don't do damage like sleep or paralysis.
And this Dragonfly has ancient power as well. That move could get dangerous since it can boost all special attacks, I believe. However, I bet I can get this thing to 0 health in the next 2 moves.
All right, let's see what your next strat is then, bucko. Bringing out the electric typing here, though, was smart for sure. I think most of Bugsy's Pokemon can get super effective hits from Flaffy.
Well, at least Zubat got the Confuse Ray in, which has for sure helped. Little jabs like that can make the biggest difference in battles. I remember when I was younger, I'd never use status moves because I thought attacking moves were the best.
Yeah, we now appreciate moves like Light Screen and that. However, we'd never resort to using moves like Protect or Detect because we aren't pussies. We're real G's.
Okay, so his next Pokemon is a Beedrill, which is just a solid Pokemon all around, but luckily the Thunder Wave managed to hit, which means we should be able to take this fella down fast.
You keep saying, we, Donald, like you're the one playing when you're not, so how about you shut it and watch how a master craftsman works?
The only thing you're a master at is bad strats and unaliving our team more than the opponents, Barry. So how about you leave Donald alone?
Holy hell! And look what he's gone and done as soon as you say that, Joe. There goes Flaffy before we even got to nickname the thing. And to a Beedrill using U-turn of all moves.
And why are you surprised anyway? And look, Bugsy has sent out his ace now, so let's see how Obama is going to redeem himself here.
Brave of you to send me out in a bug-type gym, Barry. Psychic is weak against bug. Remember, although knowing you, you probably think you're so skilled that you can beat him with psychic types.
God damn, that Scyther hit hard and with U-turn again. He sure loves using that move, which means we might get it as a TM after he's been beaten. And now we're battling a Pinsir. I may be playing bad right now, but it's good to see a variety of bug types here, isn't it, boys?
Why would you waste a super potion on Zubat when it's garbage and we'll probably get taken out in here anyway, Barry? We need to save our items for Pokemon that will actually help us more than just confusing the opponents.
Because Wing Attack will do so much damage to Pinsir. And I want to use Crobat so bad. I want to try to get this guy to max happiness as well.
And there goes another one. Barry and his Pokemon skills have once again proved why he's just the worst LMAO. So we're 4 episodes in, by the way. And you've already lost almost a full team's worth of Pokemon Obama.
Oh my God, that's actually true. You have basically lost a full team of Pokemon now before episode 5. I bet the viewers are at the edge of their seats each episode with a bingo card ready to tick off who gets taken out next.
They better not be doing that, Joe. My self-esteem is already being hit, to be honest, by you two alone. So I don't need my own fans turning against me as well, which I feel you two are instigating.
Don't worry, my guy. I think you have got this in the bag, even though we lost 2 Pokemon. Now he's sending out a Heracross, though, which was one of the first team members I used back in the day when I played Heart Gold.
Heracross got a big one, bang Specky, from our Charmeleon, though, Donald. It's a great Pokemon for sure, though, and you can get it from this town by using Headbutt on certain trees.
And now we're back to his ace being Scyther. This guy is just like a tank for some reason, and he's low-leveled and yet still doing so much damage to us.
Well, I can tell you for a fact that this Pokemon actually has Swords Dance, which is a super awesome stat boosting move. We should be able to kill it before it gets one of those in, though.
And of course, Bugsy would use a Moo Moo Milk, which he doesn't normally, but at least we got the burn on Scyther, which should make this a KO. And then we only have a paralyzed Beedrill left to deal with, boys.
Yeah, interesting strat of taking Charmeleon out and sending Toothy and Barry. We have Ice Fang on him, though, which should do quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, I mean, Ice Fang is a solid move for sure. And there goes Scyther to burn. So I think I can safely say that I beat the second gym leader already, everyone. How would you rate this battle out of 10 then?
Well, you may have beaten him, but you lost 2 Pokemon. I don't care about Zubat, but I really did care about Flaffy, which you purposely got unalived, in my opinion.
Hey man, I didn't do anything too bad. Let's put it this way. I did way more damage to our own Pokemon in Ultra Sun by the time we got to the second gym than I have in this game. So I'd call that progress.
I mean, that's one way of looking at it, I guess, but for sure a warped one if you ask me or anyone else for that matter. But that aside, we got our second gym badge now, and we're still in the game, so I think that's what matters the most here.
And sweet, we got Bugsy's phone number as well, so we can rematch him whenever we want. I believe Obama, and he gave us the TM for U-turn, which we'll probably never use. And with all that done, how about we wrap this episode up, boys?
Yeah, so thanks so much for watching, my beautiful fans. Please remember to tap that like and subscribe button and consider joining our Patreon or becoming a channel member if you want early access to our videos.
Yeah, this concludes part 4, and next time we'll be heading through the Ilex Forest where we'll see the Celebi Shrine and find some new Pokemon as well. And don't worry, everyone, by the time the next episode starts, I'll make sure to put the egg back to Honor Togepi.
Oh, I was thinking about that, and it's nice and all to honor Togepi. However, if you get it knocked out, Obama, then that wouldn't look very good, would it? And knowing you, you'd definitely get it taken out.
Yeah, you do raise a valid point there. And also, I'd have to restrain myself from trying to release that Pokemon as well, because I still don't like Togekiss.
Well, that sounds like a you problem, Donald. And look, 2 more Pokemon are getting stored in the PC box forever. I kind of feel bad about that, but hey, that's the way it goes sometimes.
And I noticed how quickly you exited out of the PC box system, so we couldn't get a good look at how many Pokemon you've lost already, Barry. Very sly of you that was, bro.
Yeah, well, anyway, we'll see you all next week at some point for part 5, and also let us know if you'd like to see a parts 1 through 5 compilation of everything we've got up to so far.
Alrighty, everyone, and welcome to part 5 of our Pokemon Storm Silver Nuzlocke. We're already 5 episodes in, and I've only got the 2nd gym badge. No, thanks to Barry. So remember to smash that like and subscribe button.
And it's already time to battle it out with our rival, Joe B. And let's see what his team is going to be now that we've got 2 badges, boys. And the main goal of this episode is to make it to Goldenrod City. Whitney will probably need her own entire video because she's going to be tough.
Yeah, you're probably right about that, Donald. We have quite a few routes to get through in this game as well, boys, so let's see how far we can make it. I'd rather get Whitney beaten in this episode, but I doubt that'll happen.
Okay, well, things are off to a great start here, Obama. So good job. Our rival shouldn't pose the biggest threat to us at this stage in the game, but he'll definitely get tougher as we go on. I'd use this battle as a warm-up for Whitney, too.
Yeah, well, I don't actually want to train our team up too much, Donald. Otherwise, battling Whitney will be boring if we just one-shot her entire team. Although I may eat my own words, depending on how bad that battle goes.
I think nobody will complain too much if you train more than you usually would for a battle with Whitney Berry. She's one tough cookie for sure, and the only battle in this game I feel could end this Nuzlocke.
That is absolutely not true, because Bugsy just now was a really tough battle, and remember, every gym leader has 6 Pokemon, Joe. Imagine dealing with Morty, for example, with 6 Pokemon, and I bet he'll love to use hypnosis on us.
I don't think Claire's battle at the end will go very well either, boys. Remember, she uses dragon types, and I hope to God Almighty we still have Toothy the Feraligatr with us at that point, since Ice Beam will be our saving grace.
We got a good recommendation from a viewer to carry on with the Nuzlocke rules, even if you somehow fail the challenge. Obama, I think that's fair, but obviously don't try to purposely lose. We want this to be your redemption arc, remember.
Well, I appreciate the kind sentiment, buddy. I hope you actually mean everything you just said, but I'll hold it close to my little heart even if you didn't.
Well, I certainly don't have any faith anymore after what happened in episode 2, but anyway, well done for beating the rival guy. His actual name is Silver. So going forward, I'll refer to him as that, even though you thought it would be funny to name him after me.
You deserve to be named after Silver, you silver-haired buffoon Joe. Anyway, here we are in the Ilex Forest where our boy Celebi lives. We won't be seeing him for a while, though, but we'll definitely be able to catch him in this game.
Celebi has always confused me, to be honest, guys. How can he time travel, first of all, when Dialga is the Lord of Time, a literal god in the Pokemon world, whilst all Celebi is a flying cabbage with big bug eyes? And secondly, Celebi can create multiple points in time, so it can basically make multiverses, can it?
I've literally no idea how to respond to all that, so maybe a viewer with enough patience to answer stupid questions can inform Joe on how Celebi fits in the Pokemon world. As for Dialga, though, Joe, he came after Celebi, technically speaking, as Dialga is from Gen 4, and Celebi is from Gen 2.
Alrighty, anyway, your ranting aside, we need to catch this Spinarak berry. It's actually an awesome Pokemon, too.
Yeah. Well, about that, Donald, it's not my fault our Pokemon are so strong right now that I just one-shot this Spider Boy. I used Espeon specifically, too, since Bug is super effective against Psychic.
You're such a bot. Sometimes you know that, Barry. That was an easy catch, but instead you just want to be an idiot and take out the Pokemon we need. And by the way, we only have 3 Pokemon, remember, and Whitney will have 6.
Yeah, I'm with Joe on this one, my guy. You can't be battling Whitney with only 3 Pokemon. Even if they're 2 starters in Espeon, they aren't anywhere near strong enough to battle Whitney in their current state.
You guys gotta trust the process. If I can actually beat Whitney with these 3 Pokemon, then surely my street cred will shoot through the roof, won't it?
I mean, that depends on many different factors, but I'd still rather not lose this Nuzlocke at the 3rd gym just because you want to prove a point. And knowing you, it would probably backfire anyway.
LMAO, that's very valid points Joe has raised. Obama, you just want to beat Whitney with 3 Pokemon to show everyone you're actually good at Pokemon battles. I mean, I'd probably do the same too, but I'm not playing.
Okay, changing the topic. We just got the first HM of the game being Cut. And in this game, Cut is actually a grass-type move, believe it or not. And I'll actually be teaching it to Croconaw because it can learn it and will be useful later on.
Yo, that's pretty cool that Drayano made Cut a grass-type move, and it's also super weird that Croconaw can learn it too. How does that even work? And that reminds me, boys, we need to ask the viewers a question for this video.
I think it makes sense that Cut is a grass-type move, but anyway, yeah, the question for this video is, which Pokemon is your favorite from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? Us 3 have had bad experiences with those games initially, but we will be playing Violet again soon.
Oh, hey everyone, check it out. It's Gardenia from Sinnoh, and she's in Johto for some reason. Maybe she's doing some training here, but then who's looking after her gym?
She gave us TM86, though, which was nice of her, Barry. And Joe, you can't just ask that question to the viewers without then telling them what our favorite Pokemon is from Scarlet and Violet.
Well, I just did say that we didn't have a very good experience with them. But sure, we do in fact have a favorite Pokemon from Generation 9, and that of course will be Chi-Yu. That little fishy is probably up there as one of the best Pokemon, and we love it a lot, especially its shiny version.
Yep, one of the very few things we can all agree on. We've probably mentioned this before, but Chi-Yu is up there with Rayquaza, and Arceus for me is my favorite. Maybe not as high as the God Almighty, but it's still so awesome.
And here is another kimono girl, which is randomly in this forest, and I mean seriously. She's lost, but the exit is like 10 feet to her left, so I don't think this girl is very smart, to be honest.
I don't think you're very smart, but you don't hear me complaining, do you?
Our boy Joe Biden is being unnecessarily toxic this episode for some reason. Anyway, we're about to leave this forest, which nothing of interest happened, no thanks to Obama not catching any Pokemon.
Not going to respond to that, but check it out, everyone. It's Cynthia again, who we haven't seen since episode 1, and she's got a nifty little item for us being the odd keystone. She's saying we can take it to the Slowpoke well and something will happen.
Yeah, so everyone and their mom knows what the odd keystone does. You can use that item to get Spirit Ohm, which is an awesome ghost and dark type Pokemon. I always thought it was a legendary, but I don't think we should use it in this game, Barry. Just my personal opinion that it would make the game way too easy.
I think the viewers should be the one to decide that, Joe, instead of you. But before that, we have a double battle here against 2 rich old people, which is great, because if we beat them, we'll get a shit ton of money.
If we had the amulet coin on Espeon or something, though, Donald, we'd get even more money from these 2 old farts. But that aside, we're seeing some new Pokemon here, being Electric from Gen 3 and Snubbull from a Gen. I can't remember because it's a trash Pokemon.
I agree with you on that take. Snubbull is just weird and I never liked it. And they even have a Spoink with them too, which is another Pokemon I personally never understood.
Spoink was the Pokemon from the Gen 3 anime, which kept losing. It's Pearl, if any of our older viewers remember watching that. I miss the old anime days for sure. Those episodes gave a different feel to what we have now.
I'd agree with that take. The older animes were definitely better. Anyway, we aren't even halfway through this battle, I don't think, boys, so get a move on. Will you, Barry?
I have 2 Pokemon taken down and they only have 3 left. So I'm making some progress, even if it's slow. I'm just amazed that these Pokemon are able to take all these hits from Confusion and Power Gem even. We desperately need Psychic on Espeon as soon as possible.
Well, I'm not sure what level Espeon will learn Psychic, but there's that guy in Kanto who can teach us the TM for Psychic in Sabrina City.
How the hell does that help me right now, though, Donald? I've only got 2 gym badges, and what you're talking about requires us to beat the Elite Four and Champion, as well as some gyms in Kanto as well.
Well, technically speaking, you can take on the gyms in Kanto in whichever order you want. Remember, which means we can head straight to Saffron City after getting the Snorlax to wake up if we still have to do that in this ROM hack.
Okay, well, I beat the old people and got $8 grand in my pocket. And now you're gonna both watch me catch this Gulpin with the one great ball I have in my pocket right now, boys.
Maybe we should have stocked up on more of those great balls back in Azalea Town, Barry, since you just messed the throw up, and now there's no chance of us being able to catch this thing. And Gulpin is a goated Pokemon, too.
Yeah, this little green-nosed boogie just used poison gas on us, too, which would make a very useful move to have when we take on Whitney. All we'd have to do then is just stay alive whilst her Miltank gets knocked out to the poison. That's what I call a big brain strat.
Okay, well, maybe I should have used another Pokemon to battle Gulpin. But on your point, Joe, I think that would make the battle way too easy. If we were to use poison gas like that, and I have to prove I'm a proper Pokemon trainer without using dirty tricks like that.
Wow, you do really want to make the most difficult battle in Pokemon more difficult with your stubbornness. All right, fine. But if this goes south, Barry, you're officially banned from playing any game ever again, and I'll take a vote on that too.
Hang on, we have more pressing matters at hand here, Donald. Lyra's grandma seems to think we're dating Lyra, which is the most blasphemous thing I've ever heard. I will not take that statement lightly.
Look, she's really enjoying tormenting Lyra about this, who also only considers us a friend. I think it would be honor to go out with someone like me, especially when I'm going to be a big champion.
Oh God, and now we're getting her phone number too, which is when the big spam calling is going to start. Prepare to get harassed forever now, Obama. I hope you're ready for that Poke Walker to be buzzing every 10 seconds.
Obama gonna be bussing too by the end of this series, most likely Lamau. But anyway, now that she's left, we can finally get out of this super long route, which was joined to the forest, and get to probably one of the best cities in any Pokemon game ever, Goldenrod City.
Goldenrod City is definitely up there as one of the best to ever do it, but I think Jubilife is more my vibe, and we all know that Castelia City and Unova is Donald's vibe, even though they didn't put your tower in.
That's their loss anyway. My tower would have increased the tourism in Castelia, that's for sure, Barry. But anyway, here we are in Goldenrod, and as you can all see, there is another Quizmaster trainer in here.
Yeah, so this fellow will give us the Sinnoh region starter Pokemon if we answer his Pokemon quiz correctly. So are you gonna take this quiz, Barry, or do you think you're still good enough to battle Whitney with 3 Pokemon?
I'm not going to be taking that quiz for now because I still think 3 Pokemon is all I'll need to battle Whitney Joe. Plus, we can always come back to him later if we're in a dire situation or something. I just want this battle with her to be extra challenging, you know?
Yeah, well, let's see how that will work out for you, bro. In the meantime, we do actually have this other quiz to do in the radio tower to get Whitney back in her gym because right now she's off gallivanting about.
This quiz is such a joke, though. The answers to them for anyone following along is yes, no, yes, yes, no. And then you pass. See, even I know that much, boys.
Gosh darn, Joe actually knows something useful, LMAO. But anyway, yes, this quiz is quite easy. And after this, I think we should head into the gym and start getting warmed up.
We're just going to ignore the fact that I messed up on one of the questions there. But anyway, yeah, good idea. Let's head into the gym now and start battling the trainers. And I actually know a direct route to Whitney, in which we only have to take on 2 trainers in the gym.
Whitney uses normal type Pokemon, which I always considered to be kind of weak and pointless. But God does she prove to everyone how they aren't. And ideally, we'd have a fighting type Pokemon to battle her, but that's not possible, sadly.
Yeah, I'd also agree using fighting types in here is the way to go, honestly, but we have Espeon, who is just the most cracked Pokemon ever. And it was thanks to the viewer's suggestion that we're using it too, because I guess they all thought I needed all the help I can get in this playthrough.
Ain't that the truth? But anyway, this is your so-called direct route to Whitney, is it, Barry? Well, I guess these 2 trainers will be a good insight into what we can expect in our battle with her. Let's hope you don't completely make an ass of yourself in these ones, though.
Damn, this trainer has 3 Pokemon, and her first is a goddamn Jigglypuff. Now, we all know what this little pink fur ball likes to do, which is use Sing. But luckily, this one doesn't have a marker in his head to draw on our faces.
That was a little anime reference right there, everyone, for those of you who are slow in catching Joe's sick bars. And now I'm here battling a Happiny. Brock had this Pokemon, and somehow it was as strong as Superman.
Yeah, I'd love for someone to explain to us how a Happiny could be so strong like Brock's in the anime. I never understood the unbridled strength that tiny little Pokemon had. It was unreal.
And oh my God, the torture is beginning, boys. This stupid Clefairy is increasing its evasiveness by using Minimize, which means it'll be hard for us to land a hit on it.
Yeah, well, we only need one attack to land Joe. Look how much damage Double Slap did to me as well. It was like getting poked by a feather. This is how my battle with Whitney will go. And anyway, I found a full restore and hyper potion earlier, so I'll have to use them strategically as I only have one of each.
And that's trainer number 1 down, very good going. And now let's see what this other girl has on her team, but judging by how the first battle went, I think we're pretty good, to be honest, LMAO.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, Donald. So far, so good, it seems. But I'm not going to be holding my breath anytime soon. Elmao, this battle could be the one to end it for us even before we reach Whitney.
Well, now we're battling a Furret, boys, and what do you all think of this Pokemon? I don't particularly care about it, except there's that meme of it running forever, which makes no sense.
It's all right, I guess, Barry. And would you look at that? We're getting +4 points for our special attack stat when we level up, which is mad to be fair. I'm actually really liking that. You've named Espeon after me now.
Yeah, that's very high for this point in the game, although I think we need all the help we can get anyway, so I won't be complaining. Hopefully we can get the other two fully evolved by the time we beat Morty's gym, which is a ghost type one.
I think that's quite doable, Joe. Plus, Espeon won't be a good choice to use in Morty's gym anyway, since Ghost is super effective against Psychic, if I remember correctly. We'll have to bank on Charmeleon and Croconaw and anything else I catch along the way.
All right, we have Raticate out now. And I don't know why you had to think about switching Espeon there with that small pause.
Maybe he was thinking about what strat to use against it, Donald. Or maybe he was remembering Blue's Raticate, which is now in Lavender Town.
And now so is this one.
All right, no need for that malicious chuckle of yours, Barry, over Eradicate getting taken out. That was quite rude, you know?
My malicious chuckle is one of my key features now. I think Donald and you can all expect more malicious chuckling for the rest of this series.
Well, on that note, I'm going to call it for this episode, boys. We're going to leave everyone on a cliffhanger for Whitney's battle.
Now, that's what I call malicious, but anyway, remember to hit that like and subscribe button, everyone. And thank you so much for watching, too.
Yes, there is actually a valid reason we're ending this here, but you'll have to stay tuned to find out why.
Even Donald and I don't know the real reason. But anyway, see you all soon, everyone. Have a great weekend. Alrighty, everyone, you can all see that the GOAT, Jizzy Joe Biden, is back with more gold chains and new drips, and I'm here to witness the battle against Whitney.
Oh, great! Just the person I needed for this battle. That was sarcasm, by the way. But anyway, remember to hit that like and subscribe button, everyone. This here is the battle you've all been waiting for.
And she's warning us that she's good, and we can all vouch for that. Whitney is an incredibly strong Pokemon trainer and gym leader. So let's get this show on the road, boys.
Alrighty, well, it's a 3 versus 6 battle first off. And her first Pokemon is Lickitung. I wasn't expecting to see this Pokemon, so I'm not sure if this will be tough.
Man, this was such a bad idea to go into this battle with only 3 Pokemon, bro. I even saw comments saying you need to go back and catch Spiridon because even the viewers know you'll need all the help you can get.
Well, maybe I will later, but it's too late now for that Donald. And anyway, I just beat her first Pokemon, so this battle is already going off to a great start.
Yeah, but look who she's sending out now, Barry. The devil itself has arrived on our screens. Who would have thought in the history of Pokemon that a goddamn Miltank of all things would give us players the most trouble?
Well, it's only because of a track that it does Joe. Honestly, we would have been super lucky if we had caught ourselves a female Pokemon, but alas, it wasn't meant to be. And now Obama thinks he can beat Whitney with these 3 Pokemon.
And this has already become annoying since Body Slam can cause paralysis like that. Luckily, I have lots of Paralyze Heals, and I even found a Hyper Potion in full restore, which I'm sure will come in handy here.
You're going to have to be prepared for Whitney to use lots of healing items as well, though. I feel like the gym leaders are way more unhinged when it comes to using items in battles in this game. It makes it way harder and way more annoying, too.
Okay, well, here we go with the infatuation. Charmeleon is in love already, and we have basically no good moves to use against Miltank. I so should have gone off screen and caught that Spiritomb for you, Barry.
How the hell does this Miltank manage to do so much damage to us as well? I mean, look at our health already being in the yellow like that. This Miltank is absolutely cracked, or she's used an action replay to give it max stats.
You have Jizzy Joe Biden on your side, though, bucko, so don't worry. And using smokescreen like that was actually quite smart, I must say. There's nothing she'll be able to do then to get her accuracy back up if we lower it a lot.
Okay, well, this was the perfect time to use my full restore, so you two better not complain. I can use any items I want in this difficult battle.
And the smokescreen came in clutch just now since her attack missed. But of course she would hit us again with body slam and get another paralysis on us too. I swear, there's meant to be a percentage chance of that happening, or we're just getting very unlucky.
Okay, well, while you deal with Miltank Berry, I'm going to ask the question for our lovely viewers for this episode, which is, which Elite Four member in all the games gave you the most difficulty and why?
Yo, interesting question there. I think the answer for me would have to be Drake from Hoenn. He's one tough cookie with his dragon-type Pokemon and also my rival in the rap scene too.
Wrong Drake, you dumbass Jizzy Joe. But yeah, I see your point on him being difficult. I think Lance should also be considered in Generation 1 since he's technically the 5th Elite Four member because Blue becomes champion before us.
Yeah, good choices there. I'd say Generation 4 probably has the strongest trainers in any Elite Four, though. All of them just hit hard and are very difficult. And then, of course, you have to deal with our girl Cynthia at the end, which is probably why they're so tough.
Yeah, well anyway, let us know what you all think below, and remember to hit that like button for Obama since we're almost 4 minutes in, and he still hasn't lost any of our Pokemon yet.
Oh, we almost took Miltank out there with that Psybeam attack. That was so close, Obama. And by the way, I bet Whitney could give Cynthia a run for her money if they were to battle.
Oh, damn, I just need to outspeed it, and then this stupid cow can go burn in the fiery pits of Pokemon hell.
Ah, hell yeah, Barry. You did it. You sent that Miltank packing to the distortion world, which means the rest of this battle should be easy peasy. And the MVP for sure of this is Espeon. It's just the best.
And now she's sending out Lopunny, and I'm going to have to ask you both to keep the jokes PG and not X-rated if you get my drift.
As far as I'm concerned, this is all her fault for using this Pokemon to begin with, so you can't expect us to not say anything, can you?
Alrighty, well, I'll take command of the conversation whilst you two watch this thing get nuked. Luckily, it's only level 21, and we got Miltank out the way early in the battle, so I feel a lot less stressed now.
Oh, of course this thing would get us to fall in love with it too. It's like it's begging us to take the piss out of this Pokemon now.
I don't like a lady who's taller than me personally, but I guess Crocodile wouldn't mind Elamel.
Yeah, well, our boy is going to evolve into Feraligatr very soon, Donald, and then it'll come back for a rematch and show this Lopunny who the boss is. Right now, I feel like we're just its bitch.
That is absolutely what it feels like right now. And it even has Dizzy Punch, which causes us to become confused. Like, what even is the strat Whitney is going for here?
She's just going at us from all angles, it seems. I mean, Lopunny isn't exactly threatening to us, let's be honest. It's more of an annoyance for now, especially with the attract. And confusion.
You're in charge, Donnie, is what was just written on the screen. And boy, my ego liked that sentence a lot. What a great name you bestowed on the MVP of this series, Barry. I seriously mean that.
Damn, that was so close there, Obama. Maybe if Espeon was 1 level higher, we could have taken this thing out. I mean, we're already 10 levels higher, and it still somehow survived our confusion attack. That's pretty insane.
And we almost died again, so there goes another one of my super potions in the reserve. Whitney is definitely going to drain us to pieces of our medicinal stockpiles, boys. She better give us enough money when I beat her to get it all back.
Well, at least with this last confusion attack, this provocative bunny will get sent to the distortion world along with Miltank, where they both belong for eternity. Giratina should feed on their souls.
All right, so we're halfway through this wretched battle, and so far we haven't lost anyone, which is a miracle. And now she sent out Stantler, which is a Pokemon we haven't seen in ages, and one I think gets forgotten about a lot.
Well, remember that they came up with an ancient Stantler in Pokemon Legends Arceus. I think that one called Weirdeer is pretty neat, and you even get to ride on its back.
And to those of you asking, yes, we will be playing Legends Arceus soon. Especially since the year is almost coming to an end, and we want to be ready for Pokemon Legends ZA.
Yep, and that should make Donald happy since he loves Arceus, and he even made it our channel's mascot. We even have a bunch of Arceus plushies in our homes to celebrate the Lord Almighty himself.
Oh my God, does all Whitney's Pokemon have Attract on them or what? Now we have to deal with it again against Stantler, and I never even knew this Pokemon could learn Attract.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that attract is a normal type move, Donald. So of course, her whole team is going to use it on us. It's like the main reason why Whitney is so difficult to deal with. If she didn't have attract, then this battle is like any other normal third gym battle in the series.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Whitney is only hard because of that one move. And we can't even use moves like disable on it too. Although saying that, I'm pretty sure there are items which can be used to negate the effects of moves like attract.
Yeah, but after this battle, those items are completely pointless. Anyway, Barry should have Stantler dealt with by the time I finish talking. So let's see what's next.
Finally, the crit gods are on my side, and I managed to take out Stantler with Water Gun and a critical hit too. Only 2 Pokemon left, boys. I hope you're all proud of me.
Well, this battle isn't over yet, and now she's sending out Clefable. And this Pokemon can be a real problem too, Barry, so be careful. I'm pretty sure this one has Metronome as one of its moves.
Okay, well, we can't even attack right now because we have to cure the paralysis from earlier. And knowing our luck, this thing will just do the same again.
Oh, I think we got lucky actually, Jizzy Joe. Since Whitney used Reflect, not a move I'd be particularly worried about, to be honest.
Well, I'm popping the big smoke screen so Clefable won't be able to attack as usual, boys. This strat never fails and will definitely save me from more harassment later from this stupid pink furball.
Holy shit, Barry, you got so goddamn lucky there, oh my God.
Yup, and that's our cue to back out and run away. You actually got so insanely lucky there, my guy. Charmeleon is probably going to be the most useful Pokemon on our team when it's fully evolved, and you almost ruined it for us.
Damn, this Clefable has a move that's super effective against both starter Pokemon on our team, holy hell. Like, what even is this battle anymore? And then imagine we'll have to rebattle her again at some point too, guys.
And popping the Hyper Potions are we now, Barry? I can sense the frustration in you growing by the minute, and I find it hilarious. But use anything you want.
And here's the attract again, for God's sake. All her damn Pokemon, I mean, seriously? Doesn't she get bored of using that move? I would get bored after a while because it just drags the battle out.
Yeah, I agree with that. And on top of that, of course, this Pokemon of hers would have a citrus berry to heal itself up too. This is just the most annoying battle I've ever had to deal with since I first played Pokemon 25 years ago.
Well, luckily our Espeon is a tank, and no Water Pulse or Charge Beam attack will be able to take it out. The other two are probably going to be useless for the rest of this battle. So let's focus on giving Espeon all the love.
Something you could actually do after this battle, Barry, is buy the X items from the Pokemart. Those could be quite useful for our future battles in the long run.
I'll think about that, Jizzy Joe, but look, boys, we're on to her final Pokemon, and it's a piece of shit Wigglytuff. I mean, how hard could this thing be to beat LMAO? What a dumb Pokemon.
Well, luckily Espeon has Sand Attack, which can also lower Wigglytuff's accuracy too.
And there it is again, attract back out in full force. She's probably going to go all out on us now, Barry, so be prepared since she is in fact a sore loser, as we all know.
Okay, and other than attract, this thing has Ice Beam, which might do a lot of damage to us, although I'm not sure. It has the potential to freeze us as well, which wouldn't be great. I don't have anything to help us if that happens.
Oh, for God's sake, this thing has Wish too, boys. All right, this battle is about to get even more infuriating for us now. If any of you don't know what this move does, then you're in for a wild ride.
That move basically restores Wigglytuff's health all the way to half or something like that, I believe, Donald. Definitely going to be annoying to deal with since we're going to be immobilized by love every other turn too.
Yeah, this is where Disable would have been useful or something, boys. But anyway, I guess my only strat for this one is to keep spamming Sand Attack and hope they hit, and then I'll have to spam the remaining Super Potions I have left.
Either that or we wait for Wish to run out of power points. I don't know how many it has, but I know we could do that. It would make this battle super long and drawn out, though, which I prefer not to have.
Basically, we're going to be banking on a critical hit being on our side. To be honest, Jizzy Joe, there's no way Confusion is strong enough to take this out with one shot. So basically, our Espeon isn't at its full potential because of a shit move we have on it.
And Wish just restored its health all the way back up to full again, for God's sake. Okay, after this, I'm going to be doing some major move changes and training, and that Spiridome is definitely joining our team.
And damn, Ice Beam there did quite a bit of damage to us as well. If we had Umbreon, we'd probably be in a better position defensively, but at least with Espeon, our moves will hit more, which is what I like anyway.
I mean, look at that. This bullshit Pokemon somehow lives with 1 health point left, And now, of course, it'll just use Wish again and heal, or Whitney will pop another super potion.
Oh, you jinxed that one, you fool, Barry. Why did you have to say she'll use a super potion, because now we're back to square one, and that wish is going to get granted too.
Oh, wonderful. Back to full health again, so everything we've set up was all a waste of time. I want to know if Sand Attack will actually cause Wish to not be used as well, by the way. I hope it does for my sanity.
Well, after checking my reserves, it turns out I have 2 hyper potions and full restores, so using them strategically is going to be the way to go here, boys.
Using them means absolutely nothing to us, Barry. She can just keep using Wish too, so we're basically in a stalemate here until someone gets a critical hit. Knowing your luck, it won't be us.
Yeah, worst case, we may have to edit the boring bits out, because I'm going to fall asleep when half the battle against Whitney was literally against a Wigglytuff of all things.
Calm your rage, Donald. We're not editing anything out here because I want it to go down in history that your boy Barack Obama beat Whitney on my first try.
To be fair, I expected you to use way more hyper potions or something during the battle, Barry, and you didn't apart from 2, and some super potions as well, so I guess that's pretty good, all things considered.
Okay, well, I should probably let you into a little secret, Jizzy Joe. Whilst you both weren't looking, I may have found some extra healing items for Barry because I knew this battle could probably end us, and you're right. He hasn't used as many as I thought.
So that's why my potion stock supply kept going up whenever I started recording Donald. Although at least you haven't hacked in an Arceus or something yet. You better not do that.
And now we're actually frozen, Barry, so pop that last full restore. You have no thanks to Donald. And let's end this quick. If we get frozen again, we're going to be royally screwed.
This Wigglytuff is the most unhinged Pokemon I think we've ever had the joy of encountering, boys. It just loves using Wish all the damn time, and I don't get why. This is all Drayano's fault, too. I hope you both know.
Yeah, we blame you, Drayano, but still thank you for making this amazing ROM hack as well. It's the best game we've ever played, even if this battle is just pure hell.
I think we need to have another topic of conversation, because this battle is just turning into a wish fest, since that's all Whitney seems to be good at doing.
How about I talk about how I'm just the superior Pokemon trainer amongst the 3 of us? And if we ask the viewers that they'd agree with me, I'm definitely better than Obama, that's for sure.
Or Donald, we can talk about our favorite gym leaders in the Johto region. And for me, it's definitely not Whitney, if anyone was surprised by that.
You said you want to talk about our favorite gym leaders and then start bashing Whitney, so what's that about then?
He's just mad that he's so bad at Pokemon because he's had to dedicate an entire episode of this series into battling one gym leader, which I don't think has ever happened before to us ever.
Come on, you gotta both agree this battle is just unnecessary in a billion different ways. Why I think Drayano had the most fun with building Whitney's team.
He probably did have a lot of fun making her team and knew the torture people would be put through, especially when they thought it would be easy after beating Miltank.
I think my counterpart is about to take over my brain with how this battle is going, and then I'll just end up falling asleep or something.
Oh God, no, please hang in there, Jizzy Joe. Don't leave me alone with this fool. I'm sure Barry has almost got this battle in the bag.
Oh, what in the actual fuck? This thing has Psychic too. I mean, of course it does. Why should I even be surprised?
Yeah, like I said, I'd rather the normal Joe take over at this point. Whitney has destroyed my soul and will to live.
It's just this goddamn Pokemon that's causing us problems. I think the real god of the Pokemon world is this Wigglytuff now thinking about it.
Holy shit, I actually beat this stupid garbage Pokemon. Oh my God, I'm actually gonna cry.
I've been internally crying ever since that Wigglytuff appeared on our screen. But thank God this is over holy hell.
And of course, Whitney's gonna have her little meltdown as usual, but oh my God, I need to go sleep after this, Barry. Remember to like and subscribe, everyone. I am out of here.
Alrighty, well, looks like Donald left, and can't say I blame him, to be honest. Anyway, I need to go out, find a cliff, and I think Jizzy Joe is gonna sleep for half a century.
Yeah, I am so done now. Barry, before we end this episode, though, make sure to go next door and pick up the squirt bottle, too.
Oh yeah, we need that to get that strange tree to move out the way later on. But anyway, seriously, thank you so much for watching, everyone. This battle was really frustrating for us. So remember to subscribe and consider joining our channel and Patreon below.
Yeah, part 7 or whatever the next episode is will be out next week sometime, we hope. I may need a long break after this one, though, so if you don't see me again, don't bother to look for me.
That's right, so take it easy, everyone. Have a lovely day in week 2, and remember, we have lots of other videos for you to check out whilst you wait for part 7.
Hey everyone, and welcome to part 7 of Pokemon Storm Silver.
Yeah, so after the disaster, which was almost last episode, I actually went to therapy when I beat Whitney because of her Wigglytuff.
Yeah, no one cares, Barry. So anyway, remember to like and subscribe, everyone. And as you can see, we're back in Azalea Town because we're here to catch Spiritomb.
Yeah, 2 episodes ago, we got given the odd keystone from Cynthia, and all of you viewers said you wanted me to use it because I apparently need all the help I can get. And the next gym leader is Morty as well, who uses ghost types. So this Pokemon should be very helpful.
And sadly, I missed Whitney's battle because Jizzy Joe Biden took over my brain. But I must say, I'm super surprised to have found out that you beat Whitney without losing a single Pokemon.
And of course, this Spiritomb is a female Obama. I mean, if we had this thing during Whitney's battle, we probably wouldn't have had to make a whole episode out of just battling her. We could have been in Ecruteak City by now, or something, OMG.
Yeah, in hindsight, you're probably right about that, Donald. But anyway, what's done is done, and we're going to catch it now because this thing will be way more useful for battling Morty.
Spiritomb has always been an interesting Pokemon for sure, with its odd typing. But anyway, that leads me on to the question for this video, which is, what ghost type Pokemon do you think is the best, and why? This could be in the lore as well as in the competitive battle scene.
In the lore, the best ghost-type Pokemon is Giratina or Arceus, with a spooky plate, in my opinion. But in the competitive scene, I honestly have no idea, since we don't play that as much.
And boom! Your boy caught Spiritomb with a fastball of all things on my first try too, boys. I bet you're both super impressed by that, aren't you?
I mean, yeah, sure, whatever, bro. It's not that big of a deal, but whatever makes you happy, I guess. Anyway, with this guy on our team, we need to make our way back to Goldenrod and head north towards Ecruteak.
And damn, he named it after your wife, Jo. I hope you don't mind, Elmao. But anyway, one thing we forgot to mention is that our egg hatched into that stupid Togepi, and we named him Eggy.
I think Donald.exe just stopped running halfway through that sentence there. But anyway, I cut us back to Goldenrod City, where I picked up another member for our team from the Pokemon Center.
I see, so you decided to pick Turtwig Berry and you named it Oscar, even though it's a female. You're a strange one for sure. But anyway, we now have a few routes to get through before we reach the next city, so let's get moving.
Yeah, I also trained Togepi up to level 25 off screen because it was level 1 when we hatched, and there's no way it would survive any battles at that level, especially against Morty. And right now it just has a shit move pool too.
Right, cool story, bro, but we have a double battle to deal with now, and these two are those rich people we sometimes encounter, which means if we beat them, we'll get a shit ton of money.
Only one of them is Rich Donald. The other fellow is just a stupid bird trainer person. But still, we should get a decent amount from this, which we can use to stock up on hyper potions before the next gym battle.
Well, I am pretty sure since we've beaten 3 gym leaders now, we're going to be able to unlock more stuff from the Pokemart. I need as many hyper potions as possible, to be honest.
Yeah, well, personally, I feel the only thing we really need is more full restores, but I don't think we'll be able to buy those for a while unless the item unlocks have all changed too.
Oh, and here's another hoot causing us more problems. I love how in this series, the most forgetful Pokemon are the ones causing us the most issues. Like that Wigglytuff was just an absolute pain in the ass.
Damn, these guys had a combustion, which was pretty cool to see. Maybe we'll be able to find one of those for ourselves at some point in the game. I mean, every Pokemon is available, so using one would be pretty cool.
It won't Berry because what we really need is Swampert. I mean, that's the only Pokemon I care about, other than any legendaries we find, which would be a bonus.
I mean, we're definitely not going to be using legendaries in this series, Joe. Maybe for fun at the end, if we beat the Nuzlocke. We can come back and challenge Whitney to a battle and crush her bullshit Wigglytuff with Ho-Oh or something. Lemao!
Hey, I like that idea, Donald, but we only get to do it if I can beat this game as a Nuzlocke. I mean, so far it's been going well. Bugsy gave us the most problems, which I didn't expect, but that only means I'm going to have to be more cautious as we keep battling.
And we only got like $3,800 from that battle, which is like 2 hyper potions or something. Bit stingy if you ask me, but anyway, check it out. It's Cameron the photographer.
Yeah, Cameron is great actually. And I just noticed when Spiritomb walks with us, it looks stoned as hell. Maybe it's getting high off all those spirit fumes or something.
I don't think that's how that works. But anyway, we're slowly making our way towards the national park, but I'm trying my best to skip these battles because I don't want our Pokemon to be too high-leveled.
Yeah, fine by me, Obama. Whitney has been dealt with now, so I can't expect any of the other Pokemon gym leader battles to really give us a challenge. I mean, there's absolutely no way trainers like this punk will make life difficult for us, so yeah, it's gonna be smooth sailing.
This is Joe Biden from the Edit in the Future, breaking the fourth wall. I just want you all to remember what Donald just said. So stick around for the whole video, as you're all in for a surprise.
Oh, I agree with you completely, Donald. I mean, how do these peasant trainers think they can beat me with shit like this? Lanoon, I mean, seriously, I've so got this entire game in the bag now, I think.
The confidence is erupting off you like fucking Mount Vesuvius, Obama, and I'm all for it. Let's go, my brother from another mother, and take on every trainer and win this Nuzlocke, and show the naysayers that you are indeed the GOAT.
What in the actual hell is going on right now? I go away for a few seconds and come back to find you two being bosom buddies again or something.
What do you mean again? Obama and myself were always tight in this playthroughs, and he's just had a bad luck streak, which I want to snap him out of. And he beat Whitney, so I just can't see how this can go downhill from now.
Thank you, my brother from another mother, Donald. At least one of you has had a change of heart for me, and now I have to prove to Joe that I am, in fact, the GOAT.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that, Barry. Anyway, nothing of interest was happening in the national park today. Usually there's a bug catching contest there on certain days of the week, but we can always come back later if you want to do that.
The bug catching tournament was always great to do, Joe, so yeah, I'm down for that. Anyway, this trainer has a bunch of psychic types, so our Spiritome here will definitely gain lots of experience.
I mean, you two can do that bug catching tournament if you like, but I really can't be asked to do it. We won't even use the Pokemon we find there, so what's even the point?
You don't need to be such a buzzkill. You know, Barry, I mean, seriously, Joe and I can do it then if we have time. But for now, beat this kid, and then we have to make our way to Ekrutik, where Morty's gonna be waiting for us.
And Boom Jill just got up to level 24. That's great, because it will learn Ominous Wind soon, which is a great Ghost-type move, and one that'll be useful for the next gym, which is Ghost types. And I mean, I'm so glad we picked this Pokemon up, because Morty would be so difficult without it.
All right, and here we are in front of the odd tree blocking this route. And of course, we all know this Pokemon from our playthrough of Heart Gold, which is Sudowoodo. We received some comments to use this fella, but alas, we can't right now since we have a full team.
Sudowoodo is a great Pokemon, though I think everyone will agree. I always thought it was a grass type back in the day, too. Like I'm sure everyone else thought.
Yeah, well, it's a rock type, and Croconaw here is about to end it forever. This is the only Sudowoodo you can get in the game. But Bonsly is available, so we can always evolve it into another Sudowoodo should the occasion arise.
I mean, that occasion will probably never arise to begin with, let's be honest. But anyway, now this thing has stopped blocking our path. We can carry on with our journey to the ancient Ekrutik city where our boy Ho-Oh lives. Or used to live, I guess.
It took 3 water guns to take this thing out, which is actually pretty impressive considering it's weak to water. But yeah, as Joe said, Ho-Oh lives in Ekrutik, and it actually resurrected 3 Pokemon into the legendary dogs we all know and love today.
Ho-Oh is great, but I think the Pokemon everyone loves more is Lugia, mostly because of that movie it was in with that song, man, that brought tears to my eyes.
Damn, that movie made me cry too. I love that one, although as you all can probably guess, my favorite Pokemon movie is Arceus and the Jewel of Life. It was so good to finally hear Arceus talk and go ham on everyone.
We all love that movie, and I don't even know anyone who doesn't like it. Anyway, the tree has been removed, and now let's see what this random guy here is doing in the forest.
Yo, this guy did us a solid, Joe, and we got given TM31, which is Brick Break. And this move is actually really useful because it can break a light screen or reflect, which increases the defense of all the Pokemon on the team, which uses it for like 5 turns.
Yeah, except the next gym is Ghost type, and fighting type moves like Brick Break will be useless. But anyway, this here is the last battle before we get to Ekrutik City, so let's just wrap this one up quick, Barry.
Oh boy, I have a bad feeling about this battle, boys. My bones are shaking, and whenever that happens, I know something ominous is about to happen.
Joe, we're literally battling a Gloom and a Weepin' Bell, 2 dumb Pokemon, and compared to our crack team, this is going to be an absolute cakewalk for sure.
Yeah, I'm not even going to heal up here. What's the point? When Croconaw has Ice Fang, which is super effective against grass-type Pokemon like these 2 here, I might even go make a coffee whilst this battle plays out.
I mean, you got lucky that we have Ice Fang Berry. But remember that grass is super effective against water, which we have too, bro.
Yeah, he's right about that too. And look, here comes a Mega Drain, which will do a lot of damage to us and restore Gloom's health all at the same time. I think you need to send out Charmeleon at this point, Obama.
And interesting. They have a Starmie on their team as well, boys. I love that Pokemon, and people say it's a Pokemon that came from space, too.
Yeah, instead of that, how about you focus on restoring Croconaws' health, bro, and take that Gloom out before it takes our life force away from us.
And they have another great Pokemon being Cloyster. We actually used one of these in our Pokemon Black 2 randomizer Nuzlocke, which you all should check out if you haven't already.
Obama, what the hell have you just done, you monumental short-sighted banana-headed ping pong ball? You have just ruined this series now, you fool.
Oh, hang on. I thought I swapped out Croconaw, but for some reason Spiritomb got sent out instead.
Okay, I take back everything I just said earlier about the series going well. How the actual hell do you manage to beat Whitney, but then get so cocky you lose our starter Pokemon of all things to these two fools?
Oh my God. And of course, Starmie would get a critical hit on us with that water gun. And now Togepi has just bit the dust too. This battle is just like a slap out of nowhere, holy hell.
Okay, what the fuck just happened here, boys? How have I lost 3 Pokemon in the space of like 1 minute?
You are a mystery to the world, my friend. This battle should have been such a cakewalk for you, but yet you turn it into a massacre on our behalf.
Listen, man, this wasn't my fault. How was I supposed to guess that Starmie would get a critical hit and then Cloyster using Aurora Beam on me too? Just came out of nowhere.
This was absolutely your fault, like it always is, Barry. You're just a tragic, tragic Pokemon trainer. And at this point, I don't even know why I get surprised when you mess anything up now.
Yeah, I second that. This is just getting ridiculous. And worst of all, you got Togepi taken out before we even had the chance to use the poor thing properly. And on top of that, we were supposed to use it in memory of Misty's voice actor.
Donald, you didn't even like Togepi to begin with, so why do you care so much?
Yeah, I didn't, but this Togepi had sentimental value behind it, which you've now gone and destroyed. That's why I'm upset about this situation, even if I still think Togepi is just dog shit.
Okay, well, you did end up winning this battle, but as far as the war goes, I think that's already been decided against us, Obama, my guy. This is just so sad.
All right, yeah. Looking at the team right now, all that red there isn't making me feel that good about myself, to be honest. I could do with some nice, kind words from the viewers to make me feel better about...
Yeah, good luck getting anything nice said about you from them, buddy. You absolutely don't deserve it, and now we have to add 3 more Pokemon to the graveyard.
Well, at least Bill is here to cheer up the mood a little, Donald. And we can also keep remembering the fact that we're better trainers than him, too.
Yeah, honestly, I'm speechless about this situation, so... Yeah, I don't know how to feel about myself anymore. This just doesn't make any sense.
The thing is, we were banking on Croconaw to learn Surf, since we will be getting that move soon, and now we're going to have to hope that we find some Water-type Pokemon that can learn it.
All right, that's a solid question for the viewers, Donald. What do we do in the situation that we don't have a Pokemon that can learn Surf, since we'll need it to get to the Whirl Islands and Chianwood City?
Well, I mean, I think I'd have to find a temporary slave Pokemon just for Surf, in the hope that we can eventually catch one later on or something, Joe.
Saving here was a bit pointless, since we have to at least get Surf from the dance theater before we end this episode, Obama. And that means another battle, so please, for the love of God, don't make this end badly.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be against a Team Rocket Grunt. So realistically, we should be able to win this battle easily. But with Obama, he could have a level 100 Arceus or Mewtwo and still mess it up.
Well, I think this is the 3rd kimono girl we've encountered now, and we still have a few more to meet for them to deem us worthy to battle Ho-Oh and Lugia. Although I am feeling quite depressed about myself now.
Yeah, I can feel it in the tone of your voice, buddy. At the end of the day, we're just messing with you and giving you a hard time. And this is also just a game, too, remember, so don't be too hard on yourself. We all make mistakes sometimes.
Well, I'm not messing with him, Donald. He's just messing every easy battle up at this point. And there isn't exactly an excuse for it, is there?
If it wasn't for your alter ego, Jizzy Joe Biden, then you'd be worse than me, bro. You started off in the beginning of this channel not even being able to say the word Pokemon properly, and now you think you're a big champion or something.
I mean, he has you there, Joe Elmau, but anyway, that's the first Pokemon down and out, and now this grunt's last Pokemon is Golbat. And we even learned Ominous Wind, too.
Oh, and of course, this guy just wants to be difficult and use hypnosis on us. I mean, there was no reason for that to happen, and yet the grunt used it just to waste our time.
It's fine. I bet I can one-shot this bat with confusion or something. And whilst I'm wrapping this battle up, I'll remind everyone to please hit the like and subscribe button and consider joining our channel and Patreon if you want to support us. It would make me feel better about nuking more of my Pokemon.
Obama wants the sympathy vote right now, it seems, from the viewers. So let's see how that works out for him.
He's not getting any sympathy from me, Donald, but yeah, time to wrap this episode up now, and I need like a whole bottle of tequila to myself so I can get over what I just witnessed today.
Drop me a pin of where you're going for that Joe, because I might join you in secret. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Stay tuned for the next episode next week.
Yeah, and I'm going to take a step back and look at myself to find out what I'm doing wrong.
You're going to need to do a lot more than just looking at yourself, dude. Go live in a Buddhist monastery for a year or something. You guys, look who's back. I heard from the grapevine that Barry made an absolute shit show out of the last episode, and now half our team is gone. So please remember to like and subscribe for me at least.
Okay, well, even the viewers seem to think I'm like a joke or something now. But anyway, good to see you again, Jizzy Joe. That last episode was what I call a strategic sacrifice, to be honest.
Okay, so here's all the Pokemon you've killed so far, Barry. And we're currently on episode 8, and you've gone and taken out 9 Pokemon already. That's basically 1 Pokemon every damn episode. I hope you realize that.
Actually, it's 8 Pokemon, so basically I've killed 1 Pokemon every episode so far, Donald. That Marshtomp was a starter I picked up from Azalea Town in case I ever needed it for a backup, and now I think is the time to use it, actually.
You know what, I agree. I think you should use Marshtomp since we're going to be so screwed without him, Barry. Your current trajectory is not looking good at all, to be honest. Although with Spiritomb here, I think we have a pretty good shot of beating Morty at least.
Yeah, I concur with Jizzy Joe. Use anything at this point, Obama, within reason, though, LMFAO. And anyway, I can't believe we're 8 episodes into this series. If we beat Morty, we'll have 4 gym badges, which means we'll be halfway to the Elite Four.
All right, that's Marshtomp picked up and ready to go. So we're here in Ecruteak City now, and the first thing we need to do is head to the Burn Tower, which is where Ho-Oh got mad at the ancient people in this city for abusing Pokemon or something.
Yeah, and there is wild Pokemon in here, so be aware of that, and would you look who it is down below. We have the 3 legendary doggo Pokemon just chilling in the basement like no one's business.
And our boy Morty, the gym leader, and his friend Yucine, who is on the hunt for Suicune like always. I actually like these 2 guys a lot. I remember Yucine from the anime being a bit weird, but in the games he's chill.
Yeah, he's all right, to be fair. He just wants to get close to Suicune and earn its trust or something. I don't even think he wants to catch it, but either way, look who else is here, boys.
Our stupid rival who does nothing for us at all. He thinks he's some big shot still, Barry, so how about you put him in his place, and for the love of God, don't lose any more of our Pokemon, bro.
And he has 5 Pokemon now, too. I can't remember how many he had the last time we battled him, which was in Azalea Town or something, boys. But anyway, he's leading off with Murkrow, which I actually like a lot.
Yeah, but using Spiritomb against Murkrow is kind of pointless here, so I think I'll switch out to Charmeleon, who's getting ever closer to evolving. And I'll do everything in my power to keep this lizard alive since our fans love him.
He's great and all, but still weak as hell, to be honest, Barry. He's got that high special attack stats, but if his best move is Ember, then I wouldn't expect much out of him until we get Flamethrower or Solar Beam.
Yeah, I'll agree with Donnie there. We should also teach him Sunny Day if we ever get the chance, because then Solar Beam won't need a turn to charge up. We can just blast everyone with that death ray from the sun.
Yeah, agreed, and I'd love some of our viewers to give us some moves that could be useful for Spiritomb. It's not a Pokemon I see used much, and having some moves on it which could help me win this stupid Nuzlocke would be much appreciated.
I mean, you got to keep Ominous Wind because it has the chance to raise all of our stats by 1 stage, I think, which is absolutely cracked if you ask me. We literally get a buff and everything, which is just what we need to win this, since the battles will only get more and more difficult.
True, but as you saw, we just used it twice, Donald, and didn't get any buffs. So it's a risky move if you ask me. However, it does hit 2 Pokemon at once in double battles, which is quite useful if you ask me.
Damn, this Haunter loved using Confuse Ray. And the damage I did to myself was more than he even did to me. That move is just plain annoying, but anyway, at least it's fainted now and we can move on to his starter being Bayleaf.
Charmeleon should be able to do some serious damage to this stupid plant dinosaur if you weren't such an idiot and used the wrong move on it.
And oh my god, of course, Nature Power would cause it to use Rock Slide on me, which of course would be super effective too. I bet this guy had this all planned, and it was pretty smart if you ask me. I don't remember him being able to use that move before like that.
And holy hell, that move almost got us killed, Barry. If you lose Charmeleon in this playthrough, then I swear to God, you'll never see me again. I'm just going to vanish and never appear in this series or any future one, and I mean that.
I wish the normal Joe Biden would say that instead of you, Jizzy Joe. But anyway, our rival has just gone and used nature power again, of course, and our stock of hyper potions are slowly going to get diminished. I feel like at this rate...
It's fine, Donald. I have enough money to buy more. And anyway, I've taken out 3 of his Pokemon out, so I feel like I'm the one in control here, and there's nothing that can go wrong at this point, really, is there?
Please don't speak too soon, you fool. This has gone terribly so many times after one of you two have said those words. It's like the entire episode then gets cursed if you say something like that. And I only have so much sanity left too, you know.
That sounds like a you problem, Jizzy Joe, but anyway, our boy here has a Magby now too, which is actually a super interesting Pokemon. And of course, to deal with it, I've sent out Marshtomp, who I named Oler after one of our channel members.
Yeah, a big shout out to Oler and all our other channel members for helping us to continue making these videos. It's much harder than you think it is. Anyway, Barry, I did see some comments saying Joe and I should take over from you if you keep messing up, buddy.
Yeah, right, like you two would ever do that to me, plus I wouldn't let you do that to me anyway. I have to see this playthrough through to the end, and it's not like there's been anyone who's gone a whole Nuzlocke without losing any Pokemon either.
That may be true, but I bet there hasn't been anyone who's lost Pokemon like you have, Barry. I mean, I could even ask the viewers. Go comment the worst way you've ever had a Pokemon get taken out, and then we can compare it to Barry's streak.
Oh, I love that idea, actually, Jizzy Joe. But then watch everyone now lie and pretend their mistakes are much better than anything Barry has committed. I bet people would do that to make our bro look bad.
Yeah, you can't purposely make Obama look bad, guys. That's our job, and our job alone, since we're his homies. But anyway, go comment that. And in the meantime, we have a Suicune to hunt down.
I can't tell if all that was a compliment or not, but anyway, Suicune has run off to its next location, wherever that may be, and Raikou and Entei have also run off, although we could actually catch them right now if we wanted to.
Yeah, well, we won't be catching them, Barry. We have to beat Morty, and as per Nuzlocke rules, you can't choose what Pokemon you want to find from the grass. Technically, though, we could use Suicune, although that might be overkill, even for you.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, but for now we're in the Ghost-type Leaders Gym. And it's focus time now, boys. We can't lose any more of our team in here for the love of God.
With Spiridome on our team, I can't see how this battle will go badly. I feel like this whole gym is either going to be really easy or really difficult, depending on who you have on the team, and for us, it's going to be easy as pie.
Yeah, true. I feel like that's Morty for you, though. Plus, we have Sucker Punch on Spiridome, which is a great move since it'll go first if the other users tries to use an attacking move on us. And that's basically always going to happen in here.
Well, you can expect to get hit by Hypnosis too, I think, Barry, so be careful for that. I know we have some potions and awakenings to help deal with that, so we should be good in that department.
No, I'm honestly not worried for this battle at all, to be honest. The most annoying thing about this gym isn't even the battles, but the stupid candles going out after we beat each trainer in here. You know, I only found out that it goes dark because those mediums blow out the candles they're holding.
Yeah, but you can just fall off the side if you like, and then all the lights come back on if you have the memory of Joe Biden and can't remember the path properly, bro.
I mean, yeah, that is a thing you could do, albeit it's a little cheap, you know. Plus, this map is so easy to navigate. You just need to memorize the first few steps before you battle the trainer to know where to go next.
All right, thanks, Professor. But no one asked. Anyway, this here is a Sableye, and I love this Pokemon, actually. It also has the same typing as our Spiritomb, being Ghost and Dark. And it does make me wonder, actually, is Spiritomb considered a legendary or mythical?
I think it's sort of in between, although there is definitely more than one of them. Cynthia has one, and there was that one that lives near Salation Town in Sinnoh, too. But saying that there is also more than one of certain legendaries, too, such as Lugia or the birds.
Personally, I always liked the idea of there being only one legendary because that made them more special. I mean, it's a little boring if there's like more than one Suicune or Lugia or anything like that, you know? I mean, there's apparently more than one Mewtwo now as well, which is insanity.
I'm with you on that whole more than one Mewtwo thing, Joe. There will always only be one Mewtwo to me, and it's the one from the first movie. That female one that lives in Unova just doesn't make sense to me. And neither does that other male one from the Journeys series who couldn't even remember Ash.
I mean, I guess I could agree with you on that too. But anyway, back to the game, Barry. I see you've beaten all the trainers in the gym, and now it's time to heal up and take on Morty. And please, please just don't mess this up, man.
Yep, I'm in focus mode, bro. Let's get that 4th gym badge with our solid team here, and I bet I can beat Morty with Spirit Ohm all alone. Like, Espeon would be good in here if Ghost wasn't super effective against psychic types.
Yeah, well, how about you try navigate through this path without falling off like an idiot, my man. We haven't even got to the gym battle yet, and you're already messing up. Probably because you're anxious to lose.
Wow, you fell off again, Obama. Calm down, man. You can't make a fool out of yourself any more than you have.
It's hard to navigate those tiny paths with you two yapping in my ears like that. But anyway, boys, here's the moment of truth. The gym leader who uses Ghost-type Pokemon, Morty shall be by next victim.
Okay, here we go. And as expected, we have 6 Pokemon to deal with against Morty, and we only have 4 on our side, so we gotta even this up fast.
Alrighty, his first Pokemon was Duskull, which usually is a solid Pokemon, especially when it evolves into Dusknoir. However, against our Spiritomb, this little spooky boy lasted less than 10 seconds.
The thing is, our Spirit Ohm isn't even that strong. Like, its base stats aren't that high to begin with, but it's only doing this much damage because we have Ominous Wind, which, by the way, can boost all our stats by 1 point, remember?
Yeah, true, you've done well so far, though, with it, Obama. And of course, our boy Morty would have a Sableye, which I think is the only Pokemon that will give us the most grief.
I concur on this point, Donald. And of course, this stupid purple gremlin would have recovered too. Like, what's even the point of that move other than just to waste our goddamn time?
Well, who cares anyway, Joe? It's going to go to Pokemon Heaven now. I mean, this guy is just so easy, and probably the best battle I've had in this game so far.
Don't hold your breath, my guy. But at least this battle is going better than Whitney's and those 2 trainers who almost destroyed us in the last episode.
Man, I so wish I was there for that Donald. Sounded like a blast to me. Anyway, we've almost beaten Morty, and I don't think Barry could lose this battle at this point. Anyway, I want to talk about the decision on where we go after this battle.
Okay, well, the reason this video is shorter than normal is because at this point in the game, we have 2 directions we could go in, and we want our viewers to decide which we should go.
Oh, his last Pokemon is Gengar, a solid one for sure, but prepare for it to be sent back to the Shadow Realm, El Mao. And yeah, we want all of you to decide if we should go to Mahogany Town first, or if we should go to Olivine City.
And boom, our ghost spirit boy just wiped the floor in here. What an amazing and easy gym battle that was for you, Obama. Let's hope this momentum doesn't stop, and we don't have to count anymore. Pokemon loses inside the PC system.
Yeah, I don't particularly want to be seeing the PC box ever again, if I'm honest. And after today's episode, I feel like it's the start of something new.
Hey, I love that song from High School Musical Obama. Anyway, time to fall off the edge here and heal our team up and wrap this episode up as well. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. This episode was shorter than normal due to us wanting you all to decide in which direction we should go next.
Yeah, so please comment if you want us to go east towards Mahogany Town or west towards Olivine City. And remember to smash that like button and subscribe too if you want to help support our channel.
The comment with the most likes will get a shout out, and that's the decision we'll go with too. But if we were to follow the main story, then we should realistically be going west towards Olivine City.
Yeah, but that's not your decision to make, Barry, so zip it and let the viewers decide.
Alrighty everyone, welcome to part 9 of our Pokemon Storm Silver Nuzlocke. Please remember to like and subscribe if you want to help support our channel.
Yeah, and today we're going to be heading east towards Mahogany Town, since that's what most of you wanted us to do. And the red Gyarados is there as well.
Okay, looks like we won't be heading towards the Lake of Rage in this episode, boys. These 2 bozos seem to be blocking our path, which I didn't even know was a thing.
Yeah, I guess Drayana wants us to follow the story like how it's actually meant to be played out. But anyway, that means we're going to head west towards Jasmine and Chuck's gyms. The next city, though, is, of course, Olivine.
And this clown gave us TM92, which is Trick Room. A great move if we have a Shuckle, since it'll flip his defense and attack stats around, which means we'd have an overpowered Pokemon for sure.
We can actually get a Shuckle from Chianwood City, too. And hey, look who it is, boys. Our favorite champion, Steven Stone from Hoenn, has showed up.
Not my favorite, Joe, but anyway, it looks like he's been in touch with our girl, Cynthia. and she's been telling him about the legend of the hero, which of course is us. And basically, Arceus has his plates scattered all over Johto and Kanto too, I think. And if we catch every Pokemon in the Pokedex, we can actually battle him.
Never thought I'd hear your voice crack like that Donald LMFAO. But anyway, yeah, you just gave all of us the general gist of what the legend of the hero is about. I, however, do not have the time or patience to catch every single Pokemon in the...
Yeah, well, anyway, this is Route 38, and it's not a very big route in the game. Actually, it's probably one of the more shorter ones here.
Oh yeah, good shout, teach and serve to our soon-to-be Swampert Obama. That's a solid move, and to be honest, you should have taught it to the fella in the last episode, but obviously you forgot.
Yeah, well, Spiritomb was the one who carried us through Morty's battle anyway, Donald. And on that note, it's time to catch a new Pokemon as well, since we've entered a new route.
And awesome, we have ourselves a Mankey Boys. This Pokemon is actually really great and will be useful against Jasmine, since I think fighting is super effective against steel types, and it'll be useful against Price, who uses ice-type Pokemon later on.
Wow, and it has that vital power ability which stops it from going to sleep, which is actually a very useful ability a Pokemon could have. However, that won't be enough for us to not catch the thing. A few great balls is all it should need.
Actually, all we'll need is one great ball for us to catch this thing, Donald. I knew it would be an easy Pokemon for us to catch anyway, and I will be naming it Yassine after one of our viewers who you can see on the screen right now.
Yeah, thank you, Blaze King, for that suggestion. We are, of course, open to other name suggestions, so if any of you have any more for us, because Obama will, of course, be taking out more of our Pokemon, then leave comments down below.
Yeah, anyway, I went back to the Pokemon Center real quick to heal up, and now we're going to make our way through the rest of this route. I'm trying to avoid the trainers too, so we don't get our team too over-leveled. I mean, our Espeon is almost level 40.
We're going to be having a ton of battles in that lighthouse coming up very shortly, and that place is probably one of my least favorite places in all the games because the battles are just so long and boring.
Agreed. And here we have Baobab Boys. He's the leader chief man of the Safari Zone, which we'll be visiting shortly as well, I think. At least in the normal games, it's an optional area, but I'm not sure if they'll make some sort of event for it in this ROM hack.
We're a bit away from that right now anyway, Joe, so instead I'm going to go around the farm here and collect the items, and then we'll cut to Olivine City Pokemon Center and explore the town.
Yeah, Olivine City is a great town, actually. It's probably my favorite city in all of Johto since it's by the coast, and I bet the real estate market here looks really good too.
Well, there's literally like one house that someone lives in, Donald, and the rest of the buildings are all public spaces. So yeah, I guess you could say the real estate market is good for that one fisherman who lives here all by himself.
Joe, stop farting in our videos, please, bro. Keep that to yourself. We're supposed to be setting a good example to the younger viewers here.
Not my fault I have acid buildup, but anyway, check out who we just ran into, boys. It's the real boss man, Volkner, who has some fetish for lighthouses since he's in this one too, and he gave us a TM as well, which was nice of him.
Yeah, this place is an absolute bore, since it's just full of boring trainer battles. So for the sake of time, I'll do some cuts now and then if anything of interest happens in here, which probably will be nothing. I mean, even the trainers in here are hella weak.
Yeah, agreed, it's very dull in here. Please leave a comment if you actually like this part of the game, because we absolutely don't. But anyway, one thing I want to ask you all is, what is the difference do you all think between legendary and mythical Pokemon?
Well, that might start a few arguments in the comment section. Donald, everyone will have a different opinion on the answer to that question. But in my view, the difference is there can only be one mythical Pokemon at a time, whereas there are multiple legendaries.
I mean, Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina are legendaries, but there's only one each of them, which would make sense since they're considered to be literal gods in the Pokemon world. And if they're considered gods, then what title does Arceus really have?
Arceus belongs in its own universal realm, Barry. It also needs a title above God too, but anyway, how comes it's taking you so long to beat this old man with an Arcanine and a stupid owl?
He's probably just playing it safe because he's just so bad at Pokemon. Let's be honest, Donald.
There is no way I'm losing this battle to this fucking owl, Joe. I mean, I have an almost Swampert and a team that is absolutely cracked. Plus, I beat Whitney, which should automatically puts me in the Hall of Fame.
Well, that Whitney battle was more difficult than normal, to be fair, since she had 6 Pokemon. However, you could have beaten her much easier if you had Spiritomb. But anyway, what's done is done. And now our next target is actually Chuck.
And Alfred here got what was coming for him. And now let's see who our next victim is going to be. And by the way, can you find wild Pokemon in here, boys? I always wondered that, but we usually have repels active.
No, Joe, because this is a lighthouse, you fool, and there's a ton of people in here all the time, too. How would any wild Pokemon be in here with all these noisy people bothering them constantly?
Alrighty, we're battling a bird keeper now. And I always found these guys really strange since they carry a bird cage about with them. So like, does that mean they just stuff their Pokemon inside cages or what? I thought a Pokeball would be way more comfy.
Yeah, it would be more comfy, especially a luxury ball, which is the only ball I'd like to be inside of.
Pause.
Joe, shut the hell up, man, seriously. You knew exactly what I meant by that, and I know your old bones would prefer to be inside of a luxury ball, too. Let's be honest, bro.
Okay, I can't believe that Swablu of all things took so long to beat Holy Hell. It wasn't even evolved, nor was it that strong either.
We'll keep using Charmeleon and Battlesberry because it's going to evolve very soon. Although the current Pokemon we're battling isn't exactly helping with us gaining a lot of experience.
Yeah, these Pokemon don't give out a lot of experience, but we're getting closer to evolving either way. And the Pokemon coming up shortly will definitely give us way more experience. Plus, we have a ton of battles still to go.
Slash is a very useful move to have as well, since it has a high chance of giving us a critical hit for the move, now and then. Definitely move to be keeping, I think, Barry. Plus, we need a viewer to comment what moves we should have on Charizard, if we manage to keep it alive.
Don't hold your breath on that one yet, Donnie, old boy. Let's see if I can keep it alive before it even evolves. But Flamethrower is definitely a move we need on it. It'll be useful for the next two gyms, and in Kanto as well.
Wow, you tried waiting for this sailor to turn around but got that impatient, huh? There's no way you're going to beat this game as a Nuzlocke Lomao. If you do, I'll shave all my head and play the next game blindfolded.
You barely have any hair to begin with, first of all, and also, you are basically blind as it is. You're like almost 90, my guy. That's pretty insane.
No need to bring age into this conversation, you young boy. Compared to Donald and I, you're basically a baby as far as I'm concerned.
And you'd like that, wouldn't you, Joe? Anyway, I made it to the top of the lighthouse where Jasmine is looking after this sick Ampharos. And we need to go to Cianwood City now, where the special medicine is to heal the Yellow Light Boy.
Yeah, the Yellow Light Boy has a flu or something, I think. Either way, it's surfing time, and this route is also incredibly annoying if you ask me. Other than the Whirl Islands, which is a whole other deal, but Lugia lives deep inside, so we'll be going there soon, actually.
Yeah, Lugia is asleep right below us, actually in a waterfall or something. To be honest, I have no idea what that Pokemon does all day. It just seems to sleep and hide. What a boring life, if you ask me. Yeah.
Sounds like your kind of life, Joey. But remember, Lugia sleeps a lot because it's so powerful that it'll cause storms which will destroy the universe, or whatever its Pokedex entry says about that.
Look, you two, this guy has a seal, which is a Pokemon I haven't used in ages. It's actually really great, and when it evolves, it becomes a really strong Pokemon as well. Price will have this one when we battle him for our 7th gym badge.
Yeah, but it's a water type as well, Barry, which means we'll need a Pokemon to counter that. And right now, we actually have nothing to deal with those. I mean, Espeon is probably our best bet of winning.
Because of Espeon, I now love the color pink. It's such a great color. And I'm going to get a tailor to make a pink suit for me in the style of this Espeon.
Well, that's the saddest thing I've heard all day, to be fair. But whatever makes you happy, I guess Donald. Anyway, this guy only has one Pokemon left, which is Tentacruel. A solid Pokemon, which not many people like, actually.
Yeah, this Pokemon got new forms in the Paldea region, if I remember correctly. And that fella can walk on land with its weird cracking legs. I never liked this Pokemon, but that one is just plain weird and strange.
Weird and strange like you, Joseph. But anyway, boys, I think we can cut to Cianwood City here since nothing of interest is going on out in here in the ocean. And we need to make sure we get the medicine to heal Ampharos in the lighthouse too.
Yeah, our boy Ampharos is sick, which is a shame, but also, like, there is a Pokemon Center right there in Olivine, so I don't know why it needs this special Pokemon medicine. And a fun fact for you all too, is that this medicine we're going to get is the same one Cynthia gives us in Diamond and Pearl to get the Psyduck to move.
Okay. And apparently, our man here doesn't even have any medicine for us right now, which is a little odd. I thought this was the person we needed to visit to give us the secret potion or something, boys.
Okay, well, maybe we have to first beat Ucene or Chuck the gym leader before we can get the secret potion, Joe. But something cool is, this lady here will give us a very special Pikachu. It has moves which it can't normally learn.
Hey, she looks like Caitlin from the Unova region, Elite Four or something, Donald. But yeah, I've heard about this Pikachu. I think it's the one from the Let's Go series. And just check out what moves it has.
Wow, it has Surf, Fly, and Thunderbolt. And it has the Lightning Rod ability too. That means all electric type moves won't work on it or something along those lines, boys. What a great team member to have joining our party.
It also has Wish, which was that move Whitney just loved spamming us with back when we battled her and her ridiculous Wigglytuff. God, I still have nightmares from that thing, holy hell.
Okay, so we had some issues with the recording when battling Ucene, but it wasn't a very interesting battle anyway, since all he had was a Hypno, Electrode, and Rotom. We beat him quite easily. And actually, I had to re-record this whole part twice because Joe didn't press record the first time around.
Yeah, well, I was a little distracted with Donald rubbing my ears, but anyway, the more important battle is coming up right now against Chuck's gym. This guy loves to use fighting-type Pokemon, which means our Pikachu with Fly is the Pokemon to use in here. Barry?
That's right, and Chuck here is busy standing under a waterfall for some reason, so first we gotta battle some trainers and turn off the water. He's gonna be a tough cookie too, I think, with his over-leveled fighting-type Pokemon.
And for God's sake, this bozo has 4 Pokemon on his team. These battles are going to be such a bore for sure, so we'll see how they go. And if anything of interest happens, then we'll get back to you. Chuck's battle is the one I'm most psyched for, to be honest.
Oh my God, Obama, don't kill Charmeleon right now, man. He's on 3 health, so just switch to Donnie or something so we can use our psychic-type moves to one-shot everything in here.
Yeah, pretty crazy to see Rock Slide being used, but I guess it makes sense since that'll be the counter to any flying-type Pokemon in here.
Right, and now this guy has a Monferno, which is pretty cool to see. Always pleasant to be battling the starter Pokemon, since it makes the game feel more like the anime, since we aren't the only ones who ever get the starter Pokemon.
Yeah, they always did that in the actual games. We were always like that one trainer who had the starter Pokemon, except maybe like 1 or 2 random trainers dotted around the place who also got starter Pokemon.
The funny thing here is we're almost level 40 with our Espeon, and it still doesn't have Psychic, which is just a joke, to be honest. I feel like by now, we should have got rid of confusion and be using way more powerful moves. The best move we have right now is Shadow Ball, and we can't even use that one in this gym.
Yeah, well, eventually we'll learn it, Donald. Not long to go, to be honest, bro. Plus, I doubt we'll even need Psychic, since we can use Shadow Ball for the rest of the game after this battle. It'll definitely be useful for Karen in the Elite Four, who uses Psychic-type Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Karen of the Elite Four uses Dark-type Pokemon, which means she'll actually be strong against us, bro. Keep that in mind, please. And don't let Espeon die because you don't know basic-type matchups.
Yeah, Karen is a Dark-type user, and she has an Umbreon, which is the best of the evolutions, actually. Especially its shiny form, which we used in our Pokemon Sword playthrough, which you should all definitely go check out, by the way.
Okay, and as you all just saw, Bradley, our Charmeleon, just hit level 37, which means it will evolve after this battle. It actually should have evolved after Ucene's battle, but I canceled the evolution since the recording was corrupted. And I felt you'd all like to see Charmeleon evolve into Charizard live on screen.
Yeah, how considerate of you, Obama. That's probably what we're going to end this episode on to in case Chuck's battle goes south, and I'd rather not end episode 9 on a depressing note. Plus, we might learn Wing Attack, which would be useful.
That's a fair point, but anyway, here we go with the evolution, everyone. And also, please remember to smash that like and subscribe button and consider joining our Patreon if you'd like to help support our channel.
Yeah, I was thinking we also end it here, boys, for this episode. That way in episode 10, we can take on 2, potentially 3 gym leaders all at once, which would be Chuck, Jasmine, and maybe Price. Plus, we have all the Lake of Rage stuff to do as well.
Yeah, that red Gyarados is quite a popular Pokemon, which all of you seem to want us to use, but we already have an almost Swampert. And I keep saying that because I forgot the Pokemon's damn name.
Joe, you are so stupid, man, seriously.
Alrighty, boys and girls, we are back. And today the plan is for me to take on Chuck here, and then Jasmine, and hopefully the Ice-type leader, Price.
Yep, that's right, everyone. And as some of you may have already noticed, our voices have slightly changed due to the 11 Labs purge, which happened last week, which was apparently due to some big political event or something.
Yeah, we won't say more about that political event we're talking about, although you all probably know. But anyway, all that aside, we hope you enjoyed part 10 here. And please remember to like and subscribe, and remember to join our channel too if you want early access to videos.
And with all that aside, this battle is kicking off with our Pikachu with the move Fly, which will be our best bet of beating this gym.
Yeah, not when it's fucking dead, you dumbass Obama. We didn't even have that Pikachu for one video, and a minute into episode 10, you go and get it killed to a Primeape of all things, bro.
He's clearly very distracted, Joe. Something big must have happened this week which has caused Barry to lose all his focus. Not that he had much anyway when it came to Pokemon battles LMFAO.
Okay, well, whatever it is that's causing you to lose focus, bro, please ignore it and focus on this battle. This is our 5th gym badge out of 16. Remember that we can't be losing all our strong Pokemon at this point. I mean, I'm still surprised we have Charizard and Espion still.
Yeah, me too, to be honest, Joe. But don't worry. I never liked Pikachu anyway, and that one clearly wasn't deserving to be on our team if it dies to a gosh darn monkey. I don't even like Primeape either, and we could potentially get one for ourselves in this episode.
Yeah, we're going to get a Primeape of our own soon, which means every time we see it, we shall remember the L you caused us during the battle with Chuck.
Well, I personally don't want to be like Ash and just use a Pikachu for the entire series, especially since we have Kanto to get through as well after we beat the main story. Or, I should say, if we beat the main story, and by we, I mean Obama.
We will beat the main story, Joe. Our team is pretty solid so far, and I'm sure we can find a better Pokemon to replace Pikachu with. Although we won't be able to catch our next Pokemon until we get to Mahogany Town.
We shall see if that statement of yours holds up, Barry, but anyway, we're battling Chuck's signature Pokemon now, I think, boys. This is Poliwrath, and it's a solid Mon for sure. Although, personally, I've never used one, and I never will.
And Obama managed to get it out of our way rather quickly, to be fair, so that's pretty good. Also, we're 3 Pokemon into this battle so far and 2.5 minutes into the video, so I'd say we're on track right now.
And our Span here is going to hit level 40, and our best move on it, it is still Confusion, which is pretty sad. I seriously thought we would have had Psychic on it right now, but looks like we might have to wait until level 50 or till we get to Kanto.
Spian is so strong, though, that I'm sure Confusion will carry us for a while longer still, Barry. Plus, we have Charizard to worry about more, to be honest. Having Ember on that thing still is an embarrassment, to say the least.
Well, we have some lovely people in episode 9 who recommended us some solid moves to teach Charizard and Spiritomb too, actually. Although I have no idea how we're going to get those moves, to be honest, since all the items are randomized in this game.
Alrighty, we're battling Donald right now by the looks of it, LMAO. But in all seriousness, Hariyama is a solid Pokemon for sure, and our boy Brawly has one in Hoenn.
And it has Whirlwind too, which is such an annoying move. It forces another of our Pokemon to be switched out, and looks like our boy Marshtomp is the one.
And hey, in 4 levels, our Marshtomp is going to be evolving into what's arguably the most powerful starter Pokemon you can get. A normal Swampert will even make Mega Charizard look like a little weakling.
Obama, holy hell, man. What in the actual fuck was that? I can't believe what I just saw happen.
Okay, so looks like we won't be seeing Swampert in 4 levels, and everything we just said about it being the strongest starter Pokemon and it being better than Charizard was all just fluff. I cannot believe what you just did, Barry.
Let's just blame the loss of Marshtomp on that significant event that happened this week, I think, Donald. That way I can get away with the loss of my favorite starter.
All right, well, Hitmonlee here is about to be sent to the Lord Almighty, and I think with that, we can safely say we beat Chuck, although it feels more like a loss than anything.
Yeah, so we lost Pikachu and Marshtomp in this battle against Chuck. Pikachu I'm not really worried about, but the fact that we lost Marshtomp to a high jump kick is complete bullshit.
Well, the way I see it is that we now have 2 new spaces for the potential to get 2 new Pokemon boys. And we won't even know what they are, so isn't that exciting?
I mean, not really, Barry, because once again you've gone and proved that you're the worst trainer in the history of Pokemon, and you're only going to get more abuse in the comment section now too. I hope you realize that.
Well, by the looks of it, Spiritomb looks to be happy, so at least someone here feels good right now. Anyway, time to get to the Pokemon Center and then deposit 2 more Pokemon into the PC box. Your collection of dead Pokemon is growing exponentially, Barry.
Yeah, well, let's not get bogged down with what has been Sleepy Joe. You should be happy we at least have 5 gym badges now, by the way. And after I'm done in here, we're going to have 6.
Yeah, the beautiful Jasmine is the next gym leader, and Johto will have to battle, and she's a Steel-type user. Personally, she's probably one of the easiest gym leaders in this region, but she'll have 6 Pokemon, so I wonder what other Steel types we'll see.
Jasmine and Price are the most basic gym leaders in this game for sure, Donald. But let's see if we can even get to price first. Obama's on a mad one right now, taking out all our strongest Pokemon for no reason whatsoever.
All right, so I will apologize to Oler, one of our channel's longest members, and the one I named Marsh Stomp after. I am so sorry you'll never get to see Swampert, but I promise we can make it up to you.
You keep saying we like it's our fault, you're just a total joke, Barry. How can you keep blaming Joe and I when your own incompetence is the reason you keep failing, bro? This is ridiculous.
In other news, we have the secret potion now, which means we can go back to Olivine City and heal up that Ampharos. We actually could have had one of those too, if you all remember.
Okay, well, to make it up to you all, in between traveling to the lighthouse and leaving Xianwood City, I managed to evolve our Mankey into a Primeape. A Pokemon I don't particularly like anymore, but I need all the help I can get right now.
With that being said, the little cutie pie Ampharos is all healed up now, which means it's gym battle time.
I always love this part of the game where Ampharos gets all its energy back and lights up the whole room. I even feel much better and brighter within myself when the whole room goes all sunny.
Yeah, make sure you get lots of fresh air and sunlight, kids. It's good for your mental health. Shine bright like Ampharos does here.
Alrighty, now in this point, Jasmine says she's going to head back to the gym, but in fact, I think we're going to have to hold off on that gym battle for the time being, boys.
I'm sorry, bro, but this Boba guy reminds me of you a lot, Obama. His name is just an anagram for yours. But yeah, you're right. This guy's freaking out over the phone for some reason.
Hey, some people in black clothing have just ransacked our boy Boba. We never leave one of our own behind barriers, so you better get your ass back to Xianwood City and head towards the Safari Zone.
Yeah, it looks like Team Rocket has blocked off the gym boys, which means I have to do cleanup duty. And talking of the Safari Zone, Donald, I think that's where you belong, to be honest, bro.
Oh, yeah, well. How about you take a look in the mirror yourself before you tell me that I belong in a zoo, dude? Anyway, since we have Fly now, we're going to be able to travel around way faster, and it's also like the best move Charizard has right now, too.
What I want to know is why Team Rocket would even want to take over the Safari Zone to begin with. It's not like there's anything there. It's literally more boring than me.
Yeah, and that's saying something, but regardless, Joe, the actual reason Team Rocket is taking over the Safari Zone is because in the original games we had no reason to go there really, so our boy Drayano made this whole extra quest thing, so we have a reason to go there.
Well, the good thing is we're seeing Team Rocket have much better Pokemon than before, and even the variety is way more exciting for me to battle.
Yeah, my Chiena is usually a Pokemon the admins have in Team Magma, but seeing a random grunt have it is pretty cool. And talking of which, the question for you all this video is, which evil Pokemon team do you think had the best chance of taking over the world?
Well, Team Galactic would be my choice, although in the anime, Cyrus literally makes a whole new universe and moves there, but in the games, he sort of just takes over Giratina's crib, which I'm sure would piss him off.
Yeah, I wondered about that too, Donald. So like Cyrus and Giratina are bosom buddies now or something in the games if the player doesn't catch him? I mean, I'm sure we'd be doing Giratina a favor by catching him, because who'd want to live with Cyrus?
Well, Team Magma and Ma and Aqua are idiots because they just destroy the planet. And let's not even talk about Team Yell or Team Skull. Those two teams are just bad in all shapes and forms.
Team Rocket seems to be the actual team to do proper takeovers, if you think about it, though. In Pokemon Generations, they had basically taken over Kanto like in the original games, and it was super cool to see Looker go after them back then, too.
Yeah, Looker is one of our favorite characters in all of Pokemon. I'm glad they brought him back in the Black and White anime. Although his post-game story in the X and Y games was tragic to say the least.
Alrighty, well, this Laren is playing hard to get by using Protect. However, when Primeape evolved, we got the Elemental Punch moves on it, and with this monkey's base attack stat being so high, those moves are super overpowered.
Yeah, until Roar gets used. I think that's the second time we've seen that most annoying move now, boys. But at least Charizard got sent out, even though his Fire-type moves are still trash.
Alrighty, the Rocket Grunts inside the entrance to the Safari Zone have all been beaten now, guys. And actually where we're heading right now is where you can catch the Weather Trio Pokemon, although we're quite far from doing that.
Hang on, who is this little gremlin? She said her name is Mira, although I don't remember where she's from at all. Do you two know?
I think this little one is actually from Sinnoh Joe, although I could be wrong. Actually, I like Mira a lot. She has the same color hair as our Espion, which is something I really like. But anyway, looks like we have a serious double battle now, so don't mess this one up, Barry.
Well, this may be a full-on double battle, Donald, but the Pokemon they're using aren't exactly the most threatening, are they? I mean, like, look at them.
Well, interestingly enough, our girl Mira has a Porygon too, which is awesome to see. Those Pokemon haven't had the same love they deserve ever since that one anime episode which ruined it.
Yeah, I blame that on the animators, though, and not the Pokemon Donald. And if you have no idea what we're talking about, then Google it. It's quite interesting, actually.
Okay, so that's one Pokemon down, and now they're sending out an Ariados. This is a Bug-type Pokemon, which I think is quite crap, to be honest.
Yeah, but with Fire Punch, you'd obviously make it look bad, Barry. Plus, I doubt its defenses are even in the double digits. That aside, the Drowsy is holding up quite well, though.
Until it just died to a Tri-Attack, which was pretty cool to see. That's a move not many Pokemon can learn as well, and it has the chance to burn, paralyze, or freeze the Pokemon too.
Oh, hey, check it out, Joe. Donald has shown up on the opponent's team LMFAO, and he's got his fat tongue sticking out too.
I'm glad it died so fast, so you two and the viewers don't make any more licky-licky jokes about me. That Pokemon only has the same hairstyle, but other than that, I look more like a young goose, remember.
Alrighty, we learned Cross Chop, which is a super powerful fighting type move, and we're battling Swallow too, which is actually a Pokemon a lot of our viewers like a lot.
And it has crazy high defense stats too, and it didn't even use Stockpile yet. And it also has those two other moves, which when used, could take out our entire team.
Yeah, that's right, Barry. Send me out to deal with this purple fat ball of sludge or whatever it is. There's a few Pokemon I'd never want to be real, and this would have to be one of them. I bet it's super slimy and sticky too.
Okay, well, we're on to the last Pokemon now, basically, since this guy won't be able to survive a confusion from Donald. And I think we should start wrapping this episode up too, boys.
Well, I'd like to say we're sorry these are taking a long time to come out. We took a break because we were getting burnt out, and making these takes a lot of work. But we're slowly making our way through this series, so don't worry. You can expect part 11 out next week sometime.
And damn, we almost died, Barry. That would have been a terrible way to end part 10. We're into the double digits now, boys, so remember to like and subscribe, everyone.
Yeah, in the next episode, we'll be continuing along this Team Rocket Rampage thingy, and hopefully I'll be able to take on Jasmine and get our 6th gym badge.
Yeah, hopefully you won't kill any more of our own Pokemon, though, whilst you're on this Team Rocket crusade, Barry. That aside, we will definitely get our 6th gym badge in part 11.
I am optimistic about that too, Donald, so see you all soon, everyone. Have a great week. Alrighty, everyone, the first thing you got to do is like the video and subscribe for me, Jizzy Joe Biden, as I'm back in the house here. And apparently Barry went and got Marshtomp killed in the last video, which was shocking, to be honest. I thought that guy would last the whole series.
Okay, well, he didn't, dude, and that's not my problem. Anyway, welcome to part 11, everyone. As you can see, we're jumping right in here with a battle against Team Rocket, and our boy Buck from Diamond and Pearl is here battling alongside us.
Yeah, Buck is the guy who goes to help Heatran from those Team Rocket scientists who want to use Heatran for evil. And in the anime, Buck was a treasure hunter. Solid guy for sure, and he dresses up in my kind of colors too, if you get my drift, LMAO.
Well, these Rocket Grunts all have Pokemon who seem weak to my Fire Punch, so that's something, boys. No way I'm going to be losing Pokemon in this episode, that's for sure. But yeah, we actually have a crap ton of battles in this episode, and I definitely want to get to Jasmine by the end too.
Hey, it's always good to see them using really, really unique Pokemon, though, isn't it? Like a Loudon and Nuzleaf aren't ones we see in Johto, first of all. Plus, they both evolve into really solid Pokemon, too.
Well, so far we've not really encountered many final stage evolution Pokemon, have we, boys? And we're basically at the 6th gym badge too, so I would have thought that the Pokemon would be much stronger than they are.
You spoke too soon, Donald, because one of the Grunts here has a Nidoqueen. A really, really solid Pokemon from Kanto. This one is definitely a final stage evolution, but I actually prefer Nidoking more. Plus, its shiny form is super cool too.
Nidoking's shiny form is literally the color of this Nidoqueen berry. It's not that special, you know. But anyway, both are solid Pokemon, let's be honest. However, thanks to Cross Chop, this giant lizard is about to get nuked.
I don't think the Nido Pokemon are giant lizards, Jizzy Joe. They look more like a mammal Pokemon of sorts maybe, but I don't know. Anyway, that does lead me on to the question for this video, which is what do you all think of Tobias from the Diamond and Pearl anime, if you watch that?
The whole point of Tobias was to literally stop Ash from winning the Sinnoh League Donald. There was no other reason for his existence than that. And he was the trainer who had a Darkrai and Latios, if any of you forgot. An absolutely ridiculous trainer, and I mean that in the bad sense.
Agreed, there was no reason for him other than that berry. He also looked stupid too. But I guess he lost to Cynthia in the end, as he isn't champion, and we never ever hear from him again either. Basically, he was just a tool.
The tool is indeed what he was, can't deny that. But anyway, I want to know what our viewers think of him. And talking of Sinnoh 2, we have a girl here who we're going to team up to battle more Team Rocket grunts with, and she is found in Victory Road in the Sinnoh region in the Shaman event area.
Yeah, her name is Marley, but I thought that was the name of that Labrador from the movie with Owen Wilson. Or have I got this wrong?
Hey, I love that movie, Obama. It always makes me cry when Marley unalives at the end of it. They didn't need to do that to him, but here we are, I guess.
Yeah, well, he's been reincarnated as an 8-bit girl Pokemon trainer in Pokemon Storm Silver here, Jizzy Joe, so don't worry. And Marley has an Arcanine in it, if you saw her earlier. An amazing Pokemon for sure, which has no haters too.
I bet you could find one Arcanine hater in our comments section, though, Donald. There's always that one person. But anyway, we're battling Electrode, which means you have to watch out for Self-Destruct Berry.
Oh man, I have had enough of that move, Joe. It's such a stupid move too, which does 200 base damage, which I think is the most damaging move there is in the entire game. However, what if you were to hold a Focus Sash and then use it? You must survive it right.
A Focus Sash will leave you with 1 health point left, so yeah, I guess if you use Self-Destruct, it could be a tactical maneuver to pop a Focus Sash on your own Pokemon Obama.
Oh shit, this Venomoth has Psybeam, which will be super effective against my monkey since we're fighting type. That was also a subtle flex to show you all that I know my type matchups LMFAO.
Or it shows us you're still a moron, but sure, whatever you feel like, bro. Marley did just lose her Sneasel to a Magnet Bomb, though, which was super effective since Steel and Ice aren't the best of friends.
Right, well, this battle was so easy peasy, I mean, seriously. And who the hell uses a Venomoth on their team as well? Such a stupid Pokemon, and I bet no one watching this likes that Pokemon either.
I feel the same about Miss Drevis, who's just showed up on the battlefield too, bro. I never liked it, or Miss Magius, which is its final evolution stage 2. But then again, it is Fantina's ace Pokemon from Diamond and Pearl.
Fantina should just quit being a gym leader and become a contest person since she's never in the gym to begin with. Plus, we beat her on our first try whilst Ash lost the loser LMAO.
Yeah, you speaking facts, Jizzy Joe Biden. Fantina is a lil B word I cannot say, but then again, she's also hot AF and she's French too, apparently, which makes no sense at all, since France doesn't exist in the Pokemon world.
France doesn't exist, Donald, but Kalos does, and everyone there is basically French or something. Hopefully I have offended anyone with that statement, but it feels like what I said is true. Anyway, this battle is about done, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and what's great is these guys heal our Pokemon when we finish battling them, which is just so helpful. That means all the Hyper Potions and full restores I bought for you, Barry, won't have to be wasted on battling stupid bug-type Pokemon.
And since we're in a new route, it means it's time to catch a new Pokemon. And looks like we're going to get a Giraffe, boys.
Yogurafarig is so cool, Barry, you better catch this thing. I love this Pokemon so much.
Or not. How comes you kill Pokemon we need killing and ones which we need alive to catch? You end up taken out with no difficulty whatsoever. You make no sense to existence, Obama, my guy.
Yeah, well, how was I supposed to know that Fire Punch would one-shot that Psychic Giraffe Joe? And anyway, we already have a Speon, so we didn't need that Pokemon for the team. What I would like, though, is a Ghost type of sorts.
Oh, look, at least one of the best characters in the game has showed up now to cheer us up, Jizzy Joe. Riley is such an awesome character, and he reminds me of that hero guy from the Pokemon movie with Mew and Lucario.
Hey, that movie was so awesome, Donald. It had the Reggie trio in it, too, and they made those funny noises which became a meme. Especially Regirock. He had the best sound.
And of course, we're having another battle, but with Riley now. And of course, he's got his ace, Lucario, with him. And right now, we're battling a Scyther and a Zangoose. Both pretty decent Pokemon, but Zangoose looks like he belongs in a prison cell.
Since when did Absol look like a Lucario Obama, you peanut? I have the sunglasses on, and even I can tell the difference between blue and white.
Well, I thought he'd be sending out his ace to begin with Joe. Why wouldn't he? But now he sent out Ursaring, which I wasn't expecting either.
Lucky for you, though, these two are barely doing any damage to us. Zangoose is close combat, but it was only super effective against Absol since it's part Steel type.
Donald, how about you double-check that statement of yours, bro? And I thought I was the worst at Pokemon-type matchups.
Oh, who cares, Barry? It's Dark type, so what? Of course you'd get upset about that.
Okay, definitely time for a topic change. So now we're battling a Mawile, which is another awesome Pokemon from the Hoenn region. And it even got a Mega Evolution too, which I thought was strange because Mawile is so forgettable.
Yeah, that's probably why they gave it a Mega Evolution to begin with, because it would make it more remembered. especially for someone with your kind of brain, but anyway, it's still a solid Pokemon all around. Got nothing bad to say about that one.
And my Fire Punch managed to take it out so easily, though, which is just perfect. So now all we have to do is deal with Houndoom. Only if we had Marshtomp with us. I could have one-shot this guy.
Well, we all know whose fault that is, don't we, Barry, you fool? Anyway, we still should be able to deal with this demon dog quite easily. Plus, they've sent out a Granville as well, which I wasn't expecting.
I feel like they need to make a water punch move or something, no? That would complete the trinity of the punch element moves. We already have fire, ice, and electric. Just need water to complete it.
Hey, finally, Lucario has been brought out, guys. But it was brought out by Roar, which is quite sad, to be honest. And this Pokemon is supposed to be Riley's strongest one, too.
Now that it's out on the field, though, it should be able to clean up in here fast. We probably won't have to do anything now except sit back and relax.
Yeah, but Houndoom is a fire-type Donald, and Lucario is actually a steel-type this time, so I don't think you should activate your lazy mode just yet, dude.
Okay, well, we hit it with the Thunder Punch, which did a little damage, but I was hoping to get rid of this thing with that. Maybe I should have gone for Cross Chop, since this Pokemon is a dark type like Absol.
And once again, thanks to your incompetence, Obama, you got Lucario killed to a Fire Blast when we could have ended this whole battle already if you got your own damn type matchups correct.
Better his Pokemon die than ours, though, Donald, so I couldn't care less, to be honest. And now he only has one Pokemon left, which means we have so got this battle in the bag. All these Team Rocket Edmonds and Grunts are just so bad at battling seriously.
Maybe you should join them then, since you're just as bad, if not worse. But anyway, we're battling a Gyarados now, which means Thunder Punch is the way to go.
And oh my god, that could have been the end of Yassine if I wasn't a lucky duck there, boys. And I'm not even going to heal and just one-tap this bozo now, watch. This is master level strats right here.
That was just sheer luck. He didn't bounce on you again, Obama, but well done, I guess. You actually beat all the Team Rocket people without losing a single Pokemon. Now go do that again, but for Jasmine's battle.
Yeah, that's what we all want to see, really, dude. Although we have a loss to Pokemon which are super effective against steel types, I think you should go do some training real quick before battling her because your track record always ends up in disaster.
Hey, Riley said we should go say hello to the girls who partnered up with us for the Team Rocket battles, and they're all in a house in Goldenrod whilst the guys are in Mahogany Town. We haven't got to that place yet, but we should definitely check in on the girls later, Barry.
Sorry, Donald, but I don't feel comfortable letting you in their home right now. We can do that later, so remind or something.
The girls would be more excited to see me anyway, Donald. I am, of course, a superstar rapper, and I look cool as fuck with my blingin' shades on.
Yeah, but you're still old and senile, Jizzy Joe LMAO. In other news, we got an upgrade from this scientist. Maybe you should use that item on yourself if you want to see the girls.
Yeah, well, now it's gym battle time, boys. You both got to hype me up if you want me to do well in this one. I want that 6th gym badge so bad, too, so we can head to Blackthorn as fast as possible.
Oh, and I know exactly why you want to head to Blackthorn, Obama. You want to get the gym badge from there so we get that gift routine. Just so you know, it'll be so low leveled and will take ages for you to train it up. Plus, I don't want you using it anyway and then getting it knocked out.
Hey, I second that, Donald. But anyway, here we go, everyone. Please go to church and say your prayers because this is Obama battling. I hope you're ready for this one, buddy.
I sure am. I did some training off screen, though, Joe and Terrazard Flamethrower. Also, some of the other Pokemon leveled up a bit too, so I'm expecting this battle to go smoothly.
Okay, well, she led off with a Matang, which you one-shot thanks to our new move, Flamethrower. And damn, you definitely did do a lot of training, Barry. Although can't say I blame you. The viewers were even commenting that you should use legendaries as well because you're so bad.
And that's Pokemon number 2 down as well. This battle is certainly off to a great start, that's for sure, bro. Just got to keep this momentum up, and you're probably only doing so well right now because of my presence here anyway. Jasmine is just so fascinated by me, she's not focusing on the battle.
Okay, this is going to be interesting. We somehow didn't knock out this Bronzong, and then it used Rain Dance, which means our Fire-type moves have been weakened significantly.
Hot damn, that did so much less damage thanks to Rain Dance, but that's okay. We got hit with the Sleepy Joe move, though, so time to pop some Awakenings, Barry. I made sure to stock up on those for you because I'm such a good friend.
Hey, I never knew a Bronzong of all Pokemon would be giving us the most trouble in this battle, boys. Although using Hypnosis was pretty cheap, but I think another Flamethrower from our Fire Lizard should be enough to nuke this guy.
Apparently not Joe. I think we might have to make a tactical retreat here and use the Speon instead. That pink fellow has Shadow Ball, which would probably be the better move to use.
Yeah, is that before or after we get put to sleep again, Barry? This stupid blue steel bell just wants to spam the Sleepy Joe move at us like no one's business. It's so annoying. I would have thought Drayano would have made the battles tactically more difficult. Instead, whatever this is.
Well, our special attack here has got to be way higher than his, and Rain Dance won't be affecting us anymore either, so I think we can beat this thing now.
Oh my God, Jasmine has used hypnosis on us like 3 times in a row, for God's sake. Is this like her strategy or something? To piss us off so much that we end up not thinking straight because it won't work.
Okay, this isn't going how I expected it to, guys, but at least we're still alive, I guess. Anyway, Spian almost died somehow, and since the Rain Dance has finally stopped, I think Charizard should come back to take this bell out.
This Bronzong was such a joke of a Pokemon, seriously. Like, what even is the point of that Pokemon other than to spam Hypnosis and Gyro Ball? I mean, yeah, it almost killed a Spian, but still, this could have been a much more interesting battle.
Okay, well, her ace is out now, being this Steelix here. And for some reason, I always thought Steelix was a Pokemon that came out during Generation 4, but apparently I was so wrong about that LMAO.
Well, thankfully, Flamethrower did what it was meant to and took the giant metal snake out with one hit, which is kind of what I was expecting to happen with all her Pokemon. But anyway, I think we only have one left to deal with now, guys.
Technically, we have one left to deal with now, Barry. She had this Fortress too, which is a Pokemon absolutely everyone forgets about. And don't deny that either, people watching this. It is such a forgetful Pokemon. And even Brock had one in the anime, and we still don't remember it.
Yeah, that's true, Jizzy Joe. But now we actually are on to our last Pokemon, being Skarmory, which got nuked by Charizard, thank God. And with that, boys, I can safely say we now have 6 Johto Region Gym badges to add to our collection.
The best thing about this whole situation is we get Jasmine's phone number, boys, and you can bet your asses that I'll be making good use of that.
Yeah, good luck with that, Donald. In other news, we also got TM27, which is Iron Tail, a solid steel-type move that Ash's Pikachu loves to use in the anime. But I don't think we have anything to use it on right now.
I'm pretty sure Charizard can learn it, Joe. But anyway, with that, we're going to wrap this episode up, everyone, so please remember to hit the like and subscribe button. And consider becoming a member too if you'd like early access to videos and want to help support us.
Yeah, and if you do all that, then I'll pass Jasmine's phone number over to a lucky viewer of ours, boy or girl, we don't judge. But I also have Morty's too, if you aren't into that, so take your pick.
Okay, definitely a good time to end before Donald gets our whole channel demonetized again like the last 2 times. Anyway, we hope you have a lovely day with whatever you're doing, and we'll see you again in part 12. Hey everyone, and welcome to part 12 of Pokemon Storm Silver. This is a Nuzlocke. Remember, everyone, so remember to hit that like and subscribe button, and consider becoming a member of our channel and Patreon if you'd like to support us and receive perks.
Yeah, I wasn't in the last episode, so I assume Jizzy Joe took over. But I hope you managed to get our 6th gym badge, Barry, and today I expect you to get our 7th gym badge too from Price, because in the next few episodes we're going to be dealing with Team Rocket a lot.
Well, Joe, we're going to be dealing with them a lot in this episode, too. We're heading to Mahogany Town, and if you remember from our Heart Gold playthrough, we have lots of battles coming up. This part of the game for me is the most annoying, though. Those Team Rocket grunts are just infuriating.
That's true, and looks like we have to make our way through Mount Mortar since Barry got our only Pokemon with Surf killed 2 episodes ago. That means we're going to have to temporarily find a water type with Surf until we can catch our own.
Well, this is a new route, boys, but I think we already used a Golbat before, so I won't be catching this one, I guess. Looks like we'll have to miss any Pokemon in here until we get to a new route.
Well, we can see what else is in here, Barry, in the next section of this mountain. Personally, I'd like something like a Steelix or a super strong Rhyperior. Those Pokemon are just solid.
And here we are stuck with a stupid Graveler of all things. And you expecting to find a Rhyperior in here is just utter stupidity, Donald. That kind of Pokemon would be super late game, and even then we'd have to evolve a Raiden.
It's still better than this shit, Joe. And how are we supposed to evolve Graveler in this game anyway, Barry? You didn't think of that, did you? But since this is a ROM hack, I bet there is a special item to evolve this.
Actually, I have a little surprise for you all regarding this Graveler. I hope it won't break the Nuzlocke rules, but if it does, anyone who complains can go away. This is my game, and I'll play it how I want.
Okay, so that means whatever you plan to do with it probably will end up breaking a rule, Barry, but since it's you playing and you need all the help you can get, then go ahead and do whatever.
Well, I mean, I don't think what I'll do will break a rule, but you can tell me later. Anyway, we're on a new route, which means a new Pokemon, but we already had this one, so it looks like we won't be catching anything here.
Yeah, all we care about right now is getting to the Lake of Rage and catching that red Gyarados berry. Plus, it's a shiny, and on top of that, it's red too, which is just the best color, isn't it?
Yeah, Republican Red Donald, not that I probably should have said that. But anyway, it's a shiny Pokemon, which is always cool to have, even if it's a peasant shiny Pokemon.
And we also have some trainer battles here, which I think you should try avoid, Obama. We are already quite high level, and I doubt you need any more experience right now. Plus, I want to know what your plan is with that Graveler, too.
Damn, the moves on this Pokemon are so shit. And it even has self-destruct, which is obviously a really dumb move to have on a Pokemon in a Nuzlocke. But anyway, you shall soon see the plan for this fella Donald. First, we to knock out these bug types, though.
Yeah, and this is a new route, too, which means we can catch a new Pokemon here, too. Hopefully, we won't find any Pokemon we haven't already come across, because that would be so boring.
Forget the Donald. We have to first expect Barry to even try catch the thing first off. He has this very bad habit of killing Pokemon we want and not taking ones out which are trying to get us taken out. He is just a paradox of a human, let's be honest.
Yeah, well, how about we ask a question for our viewers, boys? We didn't in the last episode, so I think we should now. And the best one I have for you all this episode is, which legendary Pokemon do you think is the ultimate strongest one?
Well, let's take out Mewtwo and Rayquaza, since most people will go straight for them. And I think we should also not include Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina, because they're literal gods.
Okay, so those 5 Pokemon aside, which of the other legendaries do you think is the strongest? Write your opinions in the comment section and we shall shout out whoever we think is the most correct. Personally, I think Ho-Oh is super strong since it can resurrect other Pokemon.
All right, I swear this is like the 3rd time we have encountered a Jurapharic, so I will nuke this stupid thing to hell and back, because it's really pissing me off now.
Right, well, the only Pokemon you're supposed to be catching from here is that red Gyarados anyway, Barry, I just realized. So forget everything here and get your ass surfing on that water pronto.
On it, Donald and I went back quickly to put Marshtomp back in our party, just so we could use its surf move, otherwise we won't even be able to progress with the game. But as soon as we're done with Gyarados, it'll go back in its PC box forever.
And here we go. Hopefully this guy will be the next member for our team. And if it is, we've chosen a random comment from a few videos ago from someone who has given us a nickname to use.
And holy hell, Aquatail, there did a lot of damage to us, so you better get ready with those Ultra Balls, Obama. The Rain Dance is also set up, which means I think his Water-type moves are boosted, and he may be a little faster as well.
Yes, Sleep is the best option to catch this thing anyway, so I'll be spamming Hypnosis and throwing Ultra Balls willy-nilly now, guys. And if you didn't know, Sleep is the fastest way to catch a Pokemon above all other status conditions.
Yeah, well, let's hope Arceus is looking down upon you for this battle, bro. We need a Water-type Pronto, and this guy can learn Ice Beam too, which will be very useful for dealing with Clair since we're getting ever closer to battling her.
Right, well, looks like we might be in this battle for a while. Unless I can get lucky here, Joe. I feel like Ultra Balls need a bit more of a boost sometimes, you know? Like they're good and all, but maybe we need like an Ultra Great Ball or something?
Just let me get you that Master Ball Action Replay Hackberry, and then you can spam them with a 100% catch rate all you want. It'll be an easy W then for sure. I mean, we could even catch every legendary after without watching you fail like you always do.
Well, I'm having to use a shit ton of Hyper Potions in this battle alone, which is just ridiculous, first of all. And I'm 6 levels higher than this Water Snake, and on top of that, Spiritomb is also basically a legendary Pokemon, isn't it?
You just got to keep spamming those Hypnosis moves and hope for the best, dude. Nothing more you can really do than that, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with Joe on this one, Obama. In the meantime, we could talk about how many Pokemon you've killed so far, or if that's not fun for you, we could talk about how well Joe and I think you will do against the Elite Four and Lance in this game.
The battles in the Elite Four and against Champion Lance won't be like in the normal games, Donald. In the original games, the Elite Four all had 4 Pokemon, but now they'll have 6. And Lance won't be a weird little sweatbag and use 3 Dragonites on his team.
Well, hey, at least you caught Gyarados without too much trouble. And I saw you even gave it a nickname too, Barry, so you're going to tell us what you called it? It better be a name from one of our viewers who have been commenting, you know.
It is actually, and I'd like to give a quick shout out to Mystic Fox 690 here for suggesting the name Sigma. It wasn't actually for Gyarados specifically, but a general name, but regardless, thank you for suggesting it to us.
Yep, thank you very much. And also, boys, it's now time to show you my sneaky plan I mentioned earlier. Just check this out and tell me what you think.
I think this absolutely breaks the Nuzlocke rules, my dude. So basically, Jasmine, if offering to trade any Pokemon we choose for one of hers, which we don't even know what it could be. And your plan is to get rid of Graveler too.
Well, the way I see it, Barry can do whatever he wants when it comes to things like this, Joe, because he is just so bad. I mean, remember, we even had people commenting that he could use legendaries because they don't want this series ending sooner than it should LMAO.
Damn, boys, check it out. She sent over a race Pokemon Steelix, and she nicknamed it Rusty of all things holy hell. What a stupid name, seriously. I mean, when I battled it, it definitely was Rusty.
Oh, and check it out. We also got another one of those special evolution orbs from Jasmine after doing that trade too. The Covenant orb, and after doing some research, that orb could have been used to evolve Graveler into Golem and Haunter into a Gengar.
So we could have just traded a random piece of crap Pokemon with her instead of Graveler and then got a Golem, but Barry decided to get a Steelix instead. I mean, I guess I did say having a Steelix would be cool, but didn't actually expect it.
Yeah, well, he's a part of our team now, and with that, it's time to storm the Team Rocket headquarters here. And I know you said you hate this part, Donald, but I actually do like it a lot. It's so cool seeing all the evil stuff they were getting up to under Mahogany Town.
Yeah, but this place is also full of some of the most annoying battles there is in this game. Only coming second to the whole Radio Tower arc, which will be happening soon too. It's like Team Rocket just don't want to give up.
Yeah, well, this is still fun in a way, Donald. It'll be easy experience for us since all the battles in here will be super easy for our team. I think Barry can get through this entire place without any difficulty at all.
Yeah, you're right, Joe. The battles are just basically coughing with the odd rarer Pokemon we might encounter, but nothing too difficult. Even the admins are a joke too. I have full faith in my team.
Hey, look, this grunt has a Primeape of his own. You should really go Primeape against Primeape to see who has the superior monkey Obama.
He could do that, but we have Stab with Gyarados since we can use Surf now, which is just a better move compared to anything our Primeape has. Either way, this battle will still be easy peasy.
The battles are easy, but they do have an annoying amount of Pokemon on each time. I mean, 2 would have been fine, but why do they have to have 4 and the other guy had 2 for a total of 6?
Wow, you can count Obama. Maybe you should have been the one to count the ballots in 2020 cough, but anyway, we're battling a Golbat, so Thunder Punch is the way to go here.
Donald, shut the fuck up, man. Let's not bring that up now whilst Barry's in a Pokemon battle. Our boy's actually doing pretty well today. Let's not jinx that and make him mess up.
These battles aren't even over yet, holy hell. We need to turn these alarm systems off, and the button for that is just after I beat this guy.
Oh, it's just a pathetic little Raticate, Barry. Just end this one like you did Blues and send it back to Lavender Town where it belongs. Such a stupid Pokemon to be using in a battle against us at this point in the game.
It survived a sucker punch though, Donald, which was pretty impressive. But yeah, we get the occasional interesting Pokemon battle, but then it falls back to this kind of shit.
And oh look, we're battling amok now, boys. And cue all the jokes about this Pokemon. I mean, they should have made its shiny form white, because that would have been absolutely hilarious.
This is a game for children, Joe, so please keep the jokes as such. We don't need any more reasons for our channel to get canceled like the last 2 times. Anyway, that's this guy beaten, and your next task is to try turn the security system off.
Yeah, on my way now, Donald. I had to go back to the Pokemon Center to heal because our team took a beating just now and I didn't want to risk losing any Pokemon in here. But anyway, this scientist person is the one guarding the security system.
Yeah, not many people actually know you can turn the security system off in this place. I mean, we didn't back in the day, so we spent what felt like our whole youthful lives battling Rattatas and stupid Zubats.
But this time we're battling a bunch of floating magnets, Joe. Anyway, I can't believe we're 12 episodes in and on our 6th gym badge. I have a feeling this series is going to be one of the longest ones we're ever going to do.
I have a feeling you're right, Donald. We're going to have one long-ass movie at the end of this series. And make sure you all go check out our other movies we've made if you're new to the channel, and hit that like and subscribe button too.
Well, I still think we need to have a chat about this Steelix on our team, Donald. I personally don't think it should be allowed, but let's let the viewers decide. So make sure you all leave a comment saying whether Obama deserves its Steelix because he's a loser and needs all the help he can get, or let us know if you think it should be released.
Good idea letting the viewers decide. Although I have a feeling Barry will ignore anything we or the viewers have to say. But anything for him to actually win this Nuzlocke.
I'm sorry, but that Steelix is not going anywhere unless it gets taken out in a Pokemon battle. I really do need all the help I can get, so please don't banish it from my party. That's so not fair.
Yeah, well, it's not your choice, bro. Let the people decide, because this is a democracy, remember. Anyway, that's the security system off, which means it's now time to get to the second floor of this ridiculous place.
Yeah, I say we skip the boring bits, Barry, because the gym battle is kind of what we want done by the end of this episode, and it's already turning out to be a longer one than usual, and then I have to sit here and edit this whole thing and write your scripts too.
Well, let's see how long things take Donald. Personally, I couldn't care less about this part of the game since nothing important happens. But anyway, Lance is waiting for us down below, so that's my main focus right now.
Just so you know, you didn't need to heal earlier Obama, because Lance is going to be a gentleman right here and help us out a bit.
But then he had to battle that scientist before this. Remember, knowing Barry, he could have lost all our Pokemon unless he healed, so it's kind of good he did, don't you think?
Okay, well, this place is really boring now. So I think I'll make some cuts here after this battle. Because that gym battle is all I care about doing. If anything interesting happens, then I guess we can include that. Otherwise, I want to take Price on as soon as...
Well, there's a crap ton more rocket grunt battles in the next few floors, which we won't be doing anyway because we don't want Obama over-leveling too much. But let's see how it goes. The gym will have a lot of battles anyway.
At least this guy has interesting Pokemon like this Kingler, and he even had a Shellgun before, which was cool to see. Imagine if he had a Salamanca too, though. That one random grunt would have had a Pokemon better than anything we would have battled so far then.
Seeing Salamence this early in the game would have been a bit odd, though, Donald. That's the type of Pokemon Lance would be using anyway, since he's supposed to be a Dragon Master, or whatever he claims he is.
It looks like we're heading straight to the gym, Barry. I assume nothing of interest happened in the Team Rocket hideout place.
It was really boring, Joe, but the main problem was the footage was too long. And this whole episode would have been over an hour long, and I have not got the time to sit and edit that with Donald. Plus, that would mean spending more time with him than I already have too.
You know you love my company more than anyone else's Obama. More than your husband, Michael, even El Mao. How is she doing these days, by the way? I barely see her in the news anymore.
Donald, leave my wife out of this convo, bro. And don't worry, Joe. Your eyes aren't failing you? I've just sped up a few of these boring battles whilst we get closer to the gym leader, since I know I won't have any trouble against the trainers in the gym.
Yes, speed up these boring ones, Barry, no problem. I just want to see how you do against Price, although he was never that difficult of a gym leader in the regular games. And the main problem with him really is that there are barely any good Ice-type Pokemon, so he ends up using Water types too.
Well, he could use a Weavile if he's going to give us an interesting Pokemon, Joe. But yeah, he does end up using Water types mainly as a counter for Fire types, though, so it's kind of smart if you think about it.
Yeah, but since there are Pokemon from so many generations in this game, they could be using better Ice types. Like, why the hell is this guy using a Celio when he could use an Abomasnow?
You just want everyone in here to use Obama Snow because it has your stupid name in the Pokemon's name. Anyway, this guy wasn't particularly difficult for you.
Yasign is the best Pokemon to use in here anyway. It has moves to counter all the types of Pokemon in here. Thunder Punch will be the best bet, I think, anyway.
Time to put what you said to the test, Donald, and see how Yasin will do against Price. You said he wasn't a challenge before, Joe, but he's going to have 6 Pokemon, remember, so let's see what we're going to be dealing with here.
And wow, would you look at that. The first Pokemon he brings out is your favorite Obama. Anyway, this thing is weak to fire twice over since it's also grass typing too.
Yep, and the levels are slowly getting closer to ours too, Barry. So I think we can expect Clair to have Pokemon which will be in the level 50 range and possibly close to level 62.
Yeah, well, won't be a problem for us. Anyway, this hail is going to be causing an issue, so the best strat I can come up with right now is send out Gyarados and use Rain Dance. And then I'll need a Pokemon to learn Thunder for that 100% accuracy.
Hey, if you had Thunder during this battle, Barry, then we'd one-shot everything. But of course you had to go get Flaffy taken out way back in like episode 3, and that little sheep could have carried us so far.
It probably wouldn't have been a useful move to use against Dugong here, and Blizzard is probably going to cause us some issues too, but I think it only has like 5 power points, so that's something.
Well, Blizzard is better than him having something like Sheer Cold, which is a one-hit knockout move. And knowing Obama's luck, the accuracy for that would be 100% all the time, LMAO.
Joe seems to be stuttering in his words there. The fact his term is almost coming to an end probably means he's slowly losing basic motor functions. But anyway, I think that's 3 Pokemon down now, and 3 more to go. So far, so good, boys.
And damn, we're getting hit with the Blizzard yet again, boys. This guy just wants to use one of the most powerful Ice-type moves to win and hope for the best. And the funny thing is, Ice Beam would probably be the better option for him since it has 100% accuracy.
He's switching it up and using Ice Shard now, though, Donald. He's gone from one of the best Ice-type moves to using one of the worst, which is just telling of how this battle will go for him now. I have so won this.
It's not over until it's over, Barry. Just remember that. But anyway, we're going to be taking on Team Rocket for the final showdown next. So how are you feeling about that?
Well, I have no idea what to expect since I never made it this far in the ROM hack, but I hope Drayano adds some surprises for us to make the game a little more interesting. I'm sure some new things will come up. Even if that part of the game is just as, if not as annoying as Mahogany Town's base.
I want this Glaylon now, holy hell, boys. He just keeps spamming Blizzard like it's no one's business. But hey, at least the Pokemon we're encountering is kind of cool. I forgot about Glalie being an Ice-type Pokemon, so it's nice to see it here.
And Dan Price has a Lapras too. What an awesome Pokemon. Probably one of the most loved ones you'll ever see. It was nice to see Ash's one again in the anime too.
And he's going all out now against us by using Perish Song like that. So we have 5 turns, I think, to take this Pokemon out and switch out ourselves, or we're going to lose our Primeape, and that can't happen, Barry.
Don't worry. I will do a last-minute switch strat when this thing is taken out. However, it has a Citrus Berry, which was annoying. But I think I could finish this battle with Charizard now, actually.
You sure can, since his final Pokemon here is a Frostlass. Another awesome Ice-type Pokemon that's also a Ghost-type too. But I think one Flamethrower from our Orange Lizard Boy should be able to one-shot this thing.
And boom, there we go, boys. Obama has actually beaten the 7th gym leader of the Johto region. Not that this guy should even be considered a gym battle since he's weak as a chicken.
He has a Mamoswine too, Donald, can't you count? But anyway, yeah, after this one, he has for sure beaten Price. And now things are probably going to start getting really difficult.
I never liked Mamoswine anyway, Joe. It makes sense as a Pokemon for sure, but I think it's stupid otherwise. Dawn had one in the anime, and it took part in Pokemon contests, and I just felt it looked very out of place in those.
Right, well, now that we have the 6th gym badge, we can use Whirlpool outside of battle, apparently, which we'll need to take on the Dragon's Cave later on. Other than that, we're basically done here, boys.
Yeah, next time is where the real fun begins, so thank you so much for watching, everyone. Remember to hit the like and subscribe button and consider becoming a member of our channel if you want early access to videos.
Yeah, you better do all that, otherwise I'll make you wish you did, or however that goes. Whatever, and oh yeah, please also keep commenting nicknames for new Pokemon since Obama will inevitably get more taken out.
Yeah, very funny, Donald. Please ignore the fat moron's threats and stay tuned next week for part 13, or 14, I can never remember which one we're on.
Hello, everyone. This is Jizzy Joe Biden from the future. If you don't see an episode after this one, then it's because our Lord and Savior Discoml was found a cliff and walked right off it. This episode was brutal, and Obama deserves to be banned from touching another game's console after this. So yeah, anyway, smash that like and subscribe button and go to church or something, I don't know.
Hang on, Donald, my ear is super itchy. I think someone is talking about me. That's what an itchy ear means, doesn't it? Anyway, welcome to part 13, everyone. This is going to be a great episode, and I'm sure absolutely nothing bad will happen.
Yeah, welcome everyone. We're jumping right in here with storming the radio tower, which Team Rocket has taken over, and also what the hell is Animal Crossing music doing in the background, Barry?
Well, it's December now, and as well as the Pokemon soundtrack, I thought some nice Animal Crossing Christmas music would be nice for everyone to hear. Also, it may also be there, because I fucked up the recording and had that playing in the background whilst this episode was being filmed.
Oh boy, there are so many things wrong with this episode already, and we're only a minute in. Anyway, Barry, your boy Jizzy Joe Biden is back here to provide some moral support, which you will definitely need by the time this episode is ended.
I have no idea what that means, Joe, but anyway, something I will be doing going forward is speeding up certain battles, otherwise we won't get anywhere with this series. Only important battles will be at normal speed, so I hope you both don't mind that.
Trust me, bro, I have absolutely no problem with you speeding up battles when all we fight are goddamn Raticates and Coughings. And I also have to edit this as well as run the free world too, so yeah, get a move on, bro.
Well, I personally don't care, to be honest. I just want this part of the game to be done with since Team Rocket's arc takes so long, but at least we don't have to deal with them after this. Also, I'm going to be asking the question for our viewers today. And the question is, which bug-type Pokemon do you think is the strongest in the games and also the anime? So you have to give 2 different answers for this question.
Well, Jizzy Joe, Scezzer's one of my favorite bug-type Pokemons, but I think Jenny Sect is one of the strongest too. There's that one from Legends Arceus who could also be considered super strong as well. But let's see what the viewers think.
I think my boy Heracross is up there as one of the strongest guys. Its attack stat is actually broken AF, and I had one the first time I played this game, and it basically carried. Plus, it's super effective against Sabrina and her broken Alakazam.
Oh yeah, that's another solid one for sure. I always feel bug types get the most abuse from everyone, along with certain ice type Pokemon. I mean, I don't think I'm wrong in saying that they're the weakest typings in the games.
For God's sake, this Mike-China is playing dirty, using swagger like that now, boys. Yassine is going to have higher attack stat, but I've noticed that Confusion actually does a lot of damage to us.
Yeah, I noticed that too. It does way more damage to us than it should, in my opinion. But you're over 10 levels higher than this dog, Obama, and fighting types are super effective against dark types.
Oh damn, this guy has a Dunsparce 2 boys. Not a Pokemon I expected them to use, to be honest, but always an interesting one for sure. And I also have absolutely no idea what type this Pokemon is. Although I know it got a new form in Paldea.
Well, it got taken out by Thunder Punch in one move, so it's not that great. But now this last Pokemon might actually cause us some trouble. Swalot here can be super annoying if you don't deal with it properly, Barry.
Yeah, it's got Toxic, which is going to be an issue. I don't want to get Toxic stalled right now, but luckily I have a lot of antidotes and hyper potions, and I saw you even gave me a ton of full restores to Donald, which is super helpful, so thanks, buddy.
We need to teach Toxic to one of our Pokemon Obama. That move would be so useful when we go up against a trainer who wants to be difficult. That's my Jizzy Joe champion advice for you, bro.
Okay, I took a risk there using Thunder Punch to take Swalot out instead of healing, but I think I got lucky and managed to win this battle. Now it's time to take on the admin of this place.
There are like a billion admins in this place, though, Barry. Actually, every main admin of Team Rocket is here right now, and we're going to have to take them all on throughout this episode. We're definitely going to be having some difficult battles coming up.
Yeah, the first one here is Petrol. And he thinks he's the director of this place. You better show who's the real boss around these parts. And I bet he's going to have a really annoying team, too. These guys just love to use poison types, so be prepared, bro.
Well, his first Pokemon isn't that threatening, Joe. Eradicate like this won't cause us much trouble. But yeah, I expect his next few to give us a tough time for sure. And because this whole arc is long, this episode is going to be a longer one than normal. So we all hope you get comfortable.
Holy hell, I almost got taken out because of a dumb rat of all things, Obama. And you said his first Pokemon wouldn't be threatening, and yet look what's happened. Please, for the love of God, don't get complacent here, buddy.
Alrighty, and now we have a Skuntank here, boys. This one could actually be really threatening to us, and of course it would have crunched too. Maybe switch out or something is what I suggest.
Hot damn, yeah, that was a close one, Jizzy Joe. Like I am 10 levels higher than this guy, but I still almost get taken out. Imagine if I was a level less than what I am right now. I would have so lost a Speon to this stupid skunk.
Oh, this guy is going to toxic stall us, for sure, Barry. You better get those full heals and antidotes ready. It's such a cheap way to battle, but I think we definitely need to steal this strat. I bet it would save you a lot of trouble in the long run.
And of course the moron has Protect too. I mean, how much more cheap can you even get than this right here? I bet he's going to spam that Protect and then use Toxic every time we heal. We just have to hope the Protects start to miss and we take it out before we die to poison.
Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to get through a lot of those full restores in this episode. Hopefully not, but I managed to put him to sleep, so let's hope some damage can be done now, boys.
Knowing your luck, though, dude, this thing will wake up like right now and then use Toxic again. That's what Mystic McDonald has to say about this situation.
LMAO, you were right, Donald. Although it used Crunch instead for some reason, which isn't very effective against us. Remember, Spiritomb is one of those few rare Pokemon which has no weaknesses at all, which is why Cynthia has one.
I feel like I'm getting absolutely nowhere with Spiritomb, though, so I think Charizard should be able to finish this one off. I can't believe I'm struggling against a Skuntank with this team as well.
Ah, I see we now have Flamethrower on Charizard, though, Obama. Finally good to see that we have a proper Fire-type move on our boy now. I just hope the rest of Petrol's team isn't going to be shit like this.
Finally, the skunk is gone forever. We never have to deal with that again, but we still have 4 more Pokemon to battle. And his next Pokemon is, of course, going to be a Toxicroak. Should have seen that coming.
Well, Charizard has Fly, which should be a super effective move against this frog, so I don't see any issues with this one, Donald. I think we've dealt with the strongest member of his team now anyway.
Well, this thing had Stone Edge, which would have probably taken Charizard out if it had hit us. Luckily, Fly is indeed super effective, and we can say bye to this one. That's 3 down and 3 more to go, boys.
Yeah, And now he has a staple Pokemon of Team Rocket being Weezing. This guy should be weak to fire though, you know, because I'm pretty sure the gas this Pokemon releases could be considered flammable.
Yeah, that's true, but what I like about its Galarian cousin is that Pokemon actually takes in poisonous fumes and releases nice clear air for everyone.
Look, that's not my type of Pokemon, Joe. The Kanto region Weezing is the better version, and it suits me perfectly, don't you think? Anyway, this guy should be a walk in the park for us now.
But of course I'm poisoned again, so gotta deal with that. Definitely will need to pick up more antidotes, and full restores Donald at some point, bro. Remind me to do that later, or you can off-screen and get more full restores too.
Oh yeah, I shall be the local Pokemon drug dealer for you, Obama. And if I get caught, it'll be fine because Joe can just pardon me when he's back LMAO. I'm his best friend, so why wouldn't he want to do that for me?
Looks like we're getting poisoned yet again to the surprise of nobody. This guy is just using a toxic team and nothing else, which means the other admins may have a strat like this up their sleeves too, Barry, so be careful.
Yeah, I know, but what else could they do? I mean, they could have a rain team or something, I guess, or maybe they could have a super overpowered legendary team even. My main concern is Archer, which is the fellow at the top of this place.
Okay, now this guy is popping out the disable move too, which means we can't use Ominous Wind anymore. And also that move hasn't given us a stat boost in ages, which is the only reason we've kept it to begin with.
Good idea healing up Charizard too, Obama. We're probably going to need him soon. And also remember that the poison can still kill us when we're not in battle if you don't cure it beforehand, so don't mess anything up.
All right, there goes another antidote, no thanks to this Hypno. I swear this random psychic type has used Toxic on us more than any of his previous Pokemon, and this one isn't even a poison type itself. What a joker of a Pokemon this one is.
Well, thank God it's gone now, Barry, which means this whole ordeal is almost over too. What an absolute pain in the ass of a battle this has been so far. Most of the episode will just be you taking on this random Team Rocket admin.
Well, his last Pokemon is a Tangrowth, which thankfully is super weak to Flamethrower, which means we finally won. Holy hell, that was annoying, but now you gotta storm the rest of this place and save the radio tower. Which, by the way, should be the police's job.
Yeah, the police are just standing around outside or somewhere doing absolutely nothing about this whole situation. And yet, a 10-year-old boy in a shitty Team Rocket disguise somehow breaks in and takes on everyone, and still wins.
Okay, so they've gone and kidnapped the real director of the Pokemon radio tower and stuffed him in some random warehouse. And look, another hottie kimono girl, boys. I bet she's here to see me.
She's not into fat people, Donald. She's into people who have drips like you're truly here. Anyway, she wants Obama to go and save the director because she somehow knows he's in this warehouse, which could have been useful to know earlier.
What I want to know is why I have to get a keycard to open that door when I have a goddamn Steelix, Gyarados, and a Charizard. All of whom could blast their way through that door like it's nothing. I mean, Steelix could just dig a hole.
Oh, of course, this bozo would just have to show up right now when we're in the middle of something important and battle us. Like we have more important things to do here, bucko. Like saving the whole Johto region.
Yeah, and he's leading him with Honchkrow now. A really awesome Pokemon, although I'm pretty sure he stole this Pokemon of that guy in Sionwood City, if I remember Curly. Like this guy shouldn't have this Pokemon otherwise.
Oh my fucking god, what the hell was that? Of course this dick would have drill peck, and of course he'd somehow use his action replay one-hit kill hacks to take out my prime ape like that. What on earth just even happened?
What just happened was the usual deal with you, Obama. You get one of super strong, super awesome Pokemon killed to one which shouldn't have really taken it out. I mean, yeah, flying is super effective against fighting, but we have Thunder Punch.
Yeah, it was just tragic, to be honest, bro. I mean, we got outsped too by Honchkrow, which I didn't know would be possible considering the level difference too. But hey, why should I be surprised at this point? No wonder all the viewers keep saying you need all the help you can get Barry.
Listen, man, there was some major bullshit on his behalf. Like what on earth was that? I just think every trainer in this game is cheating and using action replay codes against me. Because of this, I will absolutely be using Lugia if we don't have a full party by that point in the game.
Obama, every time I think you can't get any worse, you just go and prove me wrong every single time, like it's actually unreal. And now you've gone and got Spiritomb killed too, you absolute dipshit.
So there goes Spiritomb now as well, getting taken out by a Seadra, which is much lower leveled. And on top of that, it's only the second evolution, and not even a Kingdra. And Spiritomb was basically a legendary. How have you managed this much of a fuck up?
Hey you two, I honestly haven't got anything to say anymore. I know I'm about to get grilled in the comments by the viewers too. And I thought over-leveling would help me as well, but apparently not. This is just some major bullshit right here.
The only bullshit here is you, Barry, and I'm not even going to apologize for saying that. A horse turd would do a better job at Pokemon battles than you. You are just so bad, it's not even funny anymore.
So that's 2 really strong Pokemon we've lost in lucky number episode 13 here, boys. Like I said in the beginning, I did warn you all. But anyway, what's done is done. And now what we need to focus on is how you plan to recover from this Obama.
I don't think I will ever recover from this, but I just want to say, Donald, you did lose a crap ton of Pokemon when you Nuzlocke Pokemon Black and White 2, remember? Some of those could be considered bad, if not worse, than what I've done now.
Just heal your damn team up and save the director Obama. I haven't got time to sit and argue with you when you've made a mess of such a series. And by the way, I never lost any Pokemon to an opponent who was basically 10 levels below us and also a mid-stage evolution. And on top of that, your Spiritomb was a legendary, pretty much like Jizzy Joe said.
Yeah, I am absolutely speechless still, but like I said, we got to move on with this dumb episode now. And to be honest, I don't even feel like watching this anymore because I'm worried about who else you might lose.
Okay, well, I made it back to the radio tower, and looks like we're going to be battling Ariana, who's another Team Rocket admin. And just watch you two. I'll make up for what just happened with the next few battles.
For our sake and the viewers, I hope that statement is true, but I don't honestly see how you can recover from this mess, Barry. Anyway, she led off with Jinx, which you already took out, so well done, but don't get complacent.
Obama, I am actually going to get a hammer and beat you with it until all that's left is an Obama-shaped puddle. What the hell are you even doing, man?
All right, so what happened there was we lost a Speon to a Brave Bird attack from this Honchkrow Bird Pokemon, and now I'm battling it with a Steelix.
We don't want a gosh darn running commentary of your fuck-ups, Obama. We all saw what you just did to me. The best, most strongest Pokemon we could have had on our team is now nothing more than another Pokemon in the PC box, along with Primeape and Spiritomb.
I think all the viewers will want either of us to play now, Donald. We're soon going to have a full box of dead Pokemon with how Obama's playing. I'm pretty sure he's already filled up 3 rows in the boxes, and we aren't even at the 8th gym yet.
You guys have to look at the positive side of things in times like these. I mean, we are all presidents and have to deal with things way worse than this on a daily basis. Don't you both agree?
Obama, I don't think any president or world leader for that matter has had to deal with anything as bad as what you have, and the worst part of it is that you've created this whole mess yourself, and now Joe and I have to come and clear it up.
And this Milotic is really giving you a hard time too, isn't it, Obama? I mean, Simon, at this point, you might as well get all our other Pokemon taken out, because what difference does it make anymore?
It's not my fault this stupid water snake keeps using the Sleepy Joe move on me. Rest is such a dirty, cheap, dumb move, which is just fitting for this dumb bitch who took out my goddamn Speon.
Wow, I can even sense the anger building up in you now, Barry. Which is good, because you deserve to be angry, and all of that anger should be directed at yourself for being a worse Pokemon trainer than youngster Joey.
Being around him is definitely going to lower my street cred, Donald. I may have to bounce now, otherwise I'll lose everything I've built, so I'm out. I'll catch you later when Obama has got a grip of himself.
I wish I could join you, Jizzy Joe, but yeah, I don't blame you for leaving before this episode even ends. I wouldn't blame you if you never came back until the next series either, to be honest.
I never liked him anyway. You were always my favorite Donald, and since you're still here, you are now my second in command, and you can have first pick over names and anything else I do in this series.
I wouldn't be your second in this life or any other one, dude. The only reason I'm still here is to give the viewers company, because I wouldn't want them to suffer alone with just you.
All right, well, my losers can't be affecting you that much, can they, Donald? I mean, it's not really a big deal, is it? Let's be honest.
Right? And me winning a second term isn't a big deal either, is it, Obama? Oh, wait, yes, it is now, and I think it's time for me to leave, too. I want to say a big thank you to everyone for watching.
Okay, boys and girls, welcome to part 14. We hope you enjoy the episode, so please remember to smash the like button and subscribe and consider becoming a member of our channel and Patreon if you'd like to support our work.
Yeah, and you're going to pretend that everything which happened in part 13 just didn't happen at all, aren't you, Barry? You have the attitude of ignoring the problem until it really starts affecting you personally, I see. But anyway, yeah, welcome everyone.
Since Jizzy Joe, the little parasite, took over my brain last episode, I sadly missed all the drama, but I did watch part 13, and holy hell, Obama, you are just a total pile of turds when it comes to Pokemon battles. How did you manage to get a Speon, Primeape, and our goddamn Spiritomb killed all in on episode?
Listen, Joe, it was just a miscalculation on my end, bro. Nothing could be done about it, but I plan to make it up to you all in this episode. Right now, we're battling the admin boss Archer, who will be one tough cookie for sure, and then we will have a surprise coming up too.
Yeah, this guy is waiting for something to happen at the top of the tower, it appears. I wonder what he could be doing here, but on the note of miscalculation, how many do you plan to make in this episode, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, very funny, bro. The thing is that there won't be any in this episode, I could promise you that. Well, maybe I shouldn't promise anything at this point. But let's just hope for the best and expect the worst when it comes to how I play.
Well, you spammed Dragon Dance to hell and back just now, so let's see how that's going to work out for you. Although since Primeape is gone, we have absolutely nothing to deal with water-type Pokemon, which isn't very useful since water types are like 80% of all Pokemon, I think.
And by the way, Obama, Gyarados has a way higher attack stat than special, so why don't you use physical attacking moves? No wonder you're so shit at Pokemon battles.
Oh my God, who invited this buffoon here? Was it you, Joe? I wouldn't be surprised. I don't need more people knowing about how bad this series is going.
Oh, we both invited him here, Barry. We want as many people to see you flop as possible, and the more the merrier, they say. Plus, talking about merry, it's almost Christmas, and this time of year is about wishes coming true. And our wish is that you don't get any more Pokemon killed.
Yeah, hey Bush, hope you're doing well, my guy. I suggest you get some popcorn and buckle up because Obama's for sure going to provide us with a lot of entertainment today. He never ceases to amaze Donald and I, and we've been playing with him for a year now.
I am so excited to see how this episode and the rest of the series will go. Actually, I think I'll stick around for a few episodes going forward. I've caught up to all the others, and I want to see how Obama does against the battle with Clair, since it'll be the 8th gym badge too.
He's actually doing surprisingly well against Archer here, funnily enough. How comes you mess up the battle with Ariana, who was a weaker trainer than this guy, but you've managed to deal with 3 of Archer's Pokemon like they're nothing?
Well, it does help that Charizard and Flamethrower are super effective against most of his Pokemon so far, Donald. Ariana was a little peasant bitch and just had Melodic and other super annoying Pokemon.
That may be true, but still it isn't an excuse really. Spiritomb is the one that hurts the most too. Like out of all the Pokemon we had, why did it have to be that one to die? It boggles my mind, but oh well, it's done. So now we're going to focus on the future.
Yeah, we're going to focus on Obama's future losses, LMAO. But hey, this battle is seriously going well. Charizard and Gyarados are cleaning up in this one like no one's business. Maybe you could redeem yourself in this episode.
I don't think that's going to be possible from what I've seen already, Donald, but sure, let's hope for the best. Archer only has this Houndoom left anyway, but somehow it survived a Surf Attack, which is a little sus. Either way, Fire type ain't going to do shit on Gyarados.
This battle with Archer was actually very underwhelming, to be honest. Seeing Obama sweep Pokemon like that is rare but also boring. We do like grilling him more than watching him do well at this point.
Hey, at least we got a lot of money from him. That's all I care about, because I'm always the one stocking up Barry's healing item reserves, and those hyper potions are starting to run out, and they're really expensive too.
Oh boy, if it isn't the main man himself, guys. Giovanni has actually showed up, and he seems pissed that his grunts are shit Pokemon trainers. Or he's pissed they got beaten by the likes of Obama, which is probably more accurate.
Now I got this one in the bag too. His team is probably going to be as usual, one by the looks of it, especially if he's leading off with Persian. That means the rest of his team is basically ground type, so all I need is Gyarados and Dragon Dance.
And he already has a new Pokemon, being this Rhyperior. I actually love this Pokemon, and it was released during Gen 4, which means he got this by evolving his Raiden. Somehow he got someone to trade a Pokemon with him to get this, although he probably threatened said person, knowing Giovanni.
Giovanni does look like he'd make a good mob boss or something for the Italian mafia, doesn't he, Donald? Although in the anime and games, he has a change of heart and becomes nice after battling Red, but apparently in this version, he's still evil.
This is Drayano's version, though, remember. Plus, this Rhyperior was clearly all talk, because against me, he's one weak cookie. Anyway, we're going to be moving on to Pokemon number 3 already by the looks of it.
Every time you open up our party, I just see less and less Pokemon in here, Barry, and it's just depressing as hell, man. We had a full team at one point and half had been taken out. All I say is that you please don't lose Charizard. We can't lose one of the mascots of Pokemon.
He already lost Pikachu, remember, Donald, and he didn't even have it for more than 10 minutes or an entire episode. Chuck took it out so fast, but then again, it does have absolutely garbage defenses.
If you keep abusing me, Bushy Boy, I'll personally test your own garbage defenses with my fist in your face. That Pikachu reminded of that stupid Raichu we had in our Ultra Sun playthrough, which everyone decided to nickname Daichu.
Well, it was a very fitting name for Alolan Raichu, considering it had the worst defenses I have ever seen in a Pokemon ever. Should have had Trick Room on it to swap out its defenses if we wanted to keep it alive for more than one turn in a battle.
Oh, damn, Nidoking here is Thunderbolt Berry, so be careful. We can't lose another Water-type Pokemon because we need Surf. A lot of surfing will be occurring in the next few episodes, remember, bro.
Giovanni is not like how he used to be back in the day, to be honest though, boys. This battle is kind of so easy for me, actually. Then again, my Pokemon are really strong, and I am a super duper strong Pokemon trainer too.
Like how I was such a great Prezi. Oh wait, maybe I shouldn't finish that sentence in a YouTube video about Pokemon. Anyway, yeah, Barry, you are definitely a unique Pokemon trainer to say the least.
He means unique in the worst possible way, in case you missed that Obama. But I will agree Giovanni here is one weak cookie, except for that cheeky full restore use.
Our man here is on a Thunderbolt rampage, though, trying to take out our shiny Gyarados. And by the way, this Gyarados should have actually been Lance's one, but we got to it first. In the anime, he has the shiny Gyarados.
I feel like Lance should have kept the shiny on in this game since it's not the actual one released by Nintendo. Drayano should have made it more lore accurate. But it's always good to have some shiny Pokemon on our teams. Like Donald has been using in every playthrough of his.
Donald has been getting shiny Pokemon from methods which we can't talk about here, as it would probably send him to prison. Well, maybe not that extreme, but either way it's best we don't talk about those clandestine activities he gets up to.
He's using Kangaskhan now, though. Another awesome Pokemon from Kanto, which was lucky enough to get a Mega Evolution even. Although I felt like they were lazy with its design, since all it was the little baby one jumping out the pouch.
This thing is about to meet its end, though Joey Boy and I take it his last Pokemon will obviously be Nidoqueen if he also used the King earlier. So his team is literally the same one from Red and Blue pretty much, except for the Rhyperior.
Nah, this thing will go down too, just as fast if not faster than Kangaskhan. Giovanni is going to get humbled again by another 10-year-old, which must be super embarrassing for him. First Red, and now Gold.
No, the thing which will be the most embarrassing for him is losing to the likes of you, Obama, LMAO. I would just leave and find a cave to live in for the rest of my life if I battled you and lost. This is probably what Giovanni will do too.
And of course, this guy would have Toxic as well. So Giovanni is the one who started the Toxic Stall trend, which the rest of his miserable grunts also adopted.
And he knows he's about to lose and yet still wants to be an annoying little bitch and use Protect like no one's business. How annoying. I also agree those types of moves are just completely pointless and serve no purpose other than to waste everyone's time.
Well, with that last surf, this battle has ended in victory for us. So good going, Barry. You've done something useful for once in your life.
Giovanni has just asked me, what in the world are you? Well, boys and girls, type in the comments what you all think I actually am and don't hold back.
You're going to regret asking them to do that, you know, but sure, let's see how well that is going to turn out. By the way, Bush, since you're new here, how about you ask the viewers a question for this video whilst Obama gets through this whole dialogue section?
Oh boy, I've been wanting to do that for ages, Donald. And I actually have the perfect question since we're playing Gold and Silver. Which Pokemon out of Ho-Oh and Lugia do you think would survive in an all-out battle? My bet is on Lugia, but I also love Ho-Oh too.
My best is on Lugia 2 Bush. He has godly defenses and his signature move is busted to hell as well. Plus he looks awesome, except his shiny form, which looks ridiculous. That's the only bad thing about him.
And I see you've cut us to the icy path, Barry. There was nothing else to do after saving the radio tower anyway, and we also need to catch a new Pokemon here too, since this place is considered a new route.
The music in this place is one of the best in the series, though. I feel like Generation 4 got the music down to a T. Everywhere you go, you're hit with absolute bars. Jizzy Joe should be proud.
Jizzy Joe is a goddamn moron. He was no help to me in the last episode when I lost all those Pokemon, and he said he was supposed to provide me with moral support. Instead, all he did was abuse me with Donald.
And that will continue to happen until you get your shit together, buddy. Anyway, here we have a new Pokemon for the team, being the little cutie Swinub. It's so cute and fluffy, and I definitely want a plush of this in the White House in January.
God, I hate this Pokemon so much though, Donald. I never liked Mamoswine, and I want everyone who also doesn't like it to comment down below. And if you do like it, then try convince me why I should, other than Dawn, using one in the anime.
Well, this guy, like Donald said, will be useful against Clair if Obama can train it up in here so it evolves at least into a Piloswine. I think you should do that off screen real quick, bro. And to get this guy to become a mammoth swine is a pain in the ass too, by the way.
Yeah, I think it needs to learn ancient power before it evolves or something. It doesn't have that move yet, so we might need to find the move Relearner Fellow to help us get this guy to its final form. And you can all see what I named it later too.
Hey, Joe and Bush, how much do you want to bet he gets Swinub knocked out by the time this episode ends? I'll put $10 in the pot.
I am about to lose my job, Donald, so I don't think I can afford $10. Especially when this is Obama we're talking about. It will be like betting on the sun rising tomorrow morning or not. It's a waste of my money.
I have a lot of money to burn, so I'll bet about $500,000, Donald. That means if I'm right, I keep my $500,000 and get your $10 on top right. That's how it works for sure.
You seriously gonna care about an extra $10 when you're already putting in $500,000, Bush? Your math's as flawed as your presidency was, but that aside. Obama here is doing the annoying strength puzzle in this place, which I never liked.
And with the power of video editing, my training I did off screen has managed to get us our Swinub evolved into a Piloswine. But our main issue is still going to be getting this thing fully evolved.
I think you should have skipped this entire puzzle out, Obama, because who wants to watch you moving some stupid rocks around and then encountering Delibirds every other step? Now that Pokemon has to be up there as one of the worst there is in the series.
Definitely up there for sure. It's also the Pokemon Team Rocket uses to deliver stuff in the anime, which I always found quite funny. Jesse, James, and Meowth always had little fights with that thing because it went around giving them useless information.
And that, my friend, sounds exactly like something you'd do since you insulted my presidency. Anyway, Obama has almost made it out of this place. The only thing I'll miss about it is the music. But Blackthorn City has some dope tunes too.
My brain froze just then for a second and I almost messed the puzzle up. Sometimes you land in the right spot, and other times you end up in completely the wrong spot.
Yeah, and since we're getting close to the end of this episode, I will start wrapping things up, so thank you all so much for watching. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Obama actually went a whole episode without losing a Pokemon, which is a miracle to be honest.
Yes. And if you all like me being here today, then let us know in the comments, and I may stick around for future episodes too. I don't want to miss the Obama rampage.
You don't want to miss Jizzy Joe Biden either, Bush? He shall return soon too, I bet, but yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. In the next episode, we will take on the final gym.
And Claire will get obliterated too, just you all watch. The redemption arc you've all been waiting for will be coming soon. So yeah, see you all in part 15, everyone.
Alrighty, everyone, and welcome to part 15 of our Pokemon Storm Silver Nuzlocke. You better all go to church and pray to the Almighty, because Obama will be taking on Clair, who's the 8th gym leader, and we all know his track record by now.
My track record is as clean as Donald's criminal record, Bush. And by the way, this isn't your playthrough. You can't just come here and claim it as yours when you have only been in like one episode, buddy.
He has a point there, Bush. This isn't your playthrough yet. Joe and I only invited you to be here to watch Obama fail. And if I was you, I wouldn't want my name anywhere near this series, so consider yourself lucky. Either way, welcome everyone. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button.
Yeah, and look, he's doing some big fishing here in Blackthorn City with a super rod. But of course, being Obama, the best he would find is, of course, a piece of shit Magikarp, which we basically already have.
Obama, stop stalling and get your ass to the gym right now. We need this episode finished with a big W by you with no mistakes or loss of Pokemon too. The 8th gym is full of dragon types, and luckily we have an ice type in Gyarados, who has Ice Fang too.
And in this place, the ground is so unstable that we can't actually even walk with our Pokemon in here. And for some reason, Claire thinks having lava as your literal floor is a wise idea. No wonder she's such a sore loser when her brain is as twisted as this.
Right. And the first battle in here is against a cutie pie Dratini. We so need one of these on our team, Barry. You better find one somehow and make sure not to get it killed. I want you to use one so bad, but then again, I also don't actually.
Well, this first battle is actually going quite well for Obama, at least. The Piloswine is doing its job very well against the dragons in here. Lucky we found this thing instead of that gosh darn Delibird, though. That would be an absolute embarrassment of a Pokemon to use.
Piloswine is doing fine for now, Donald, but Icy Wind is such a garbage move, and we really need something like Ice Beam or Blizzard at this point, especially considering Lance has like 3 Dragonites, remember.
And that Bozo needs to have a better team for sure. But remember, Barry, this is a ROM hack, so I'm sure Drano gave Lance a proper champion team. I mean, this trainer just now had a Gab Bite, which is from Sinnoh, and that's an awesome Pokemon to see and hear.
Yeah, and Claire's team will definitely be different. Although we can assume she'll still have her ace being that Kingdra. An awesome dragon and water-type Pokemon which I think should have actually got a mega evolution since it's not very memorable.
We haven't used one before, but it's definitely solid Pokemon to use in the games. I have no idea about competitive battles. I remember that one guy had that cracked Pachirisu and became champion using it.
Oh yeah, I remember that guy too. What an amazing trainer he was. Better than me, that's for sure. And did you all just see that? I just one-shot that Flygon with my pile of swine. This gym will be a cakewalk for me, and that battle just proved it.
Well, it does help that your pile of swine is level 60 Obama. Although, as we've seen multiple times in this series, levels don't make a difference when it comes to you because you still somehow manage to get Pokemon taken out. I bet you'd get a level 100 Arceus taken out.
The only thing getting taken out right now is Clair here bushy. Just watches me and the boys decimate her entire crappy team, and then she can whine like the whiny bitch she is. With her ridiculous blue hair, too.
Hey, I think she's kind of hot, Barry. Between me and you, I so would. But that aside, here we go, boys. The final gym battle of Johto, so let's make this one memorable with no losses, Obama.
Obama, you will not lose a single Pokemon in here. All right.
The fucking moron didn't heal up Piloswine before the battle began, you absolute dumbass, Obama. You just got our ace killed not even 5 seconds into this battle. And how the hell did Dragonair outspeed us even?
There was one guy who commented in the last video saying they bet Obama would get Piloswine taken out in this episode, so I actually blame the loss on that person for jinxing this battle. But then again, this is your fault at the end of the day, Barry.
Oh, just wonderful. And now we're going to have to deal with Thunder Wave in this battle, too. You better have stocked up on paralyzed heals and full restores, dude. You definitely will need them considering how this battle has started.
I always make sure they're stocked up for him, Joe, don't worry. We will always have a supply when Drug Lord Donald is here and in charge. Although he does go through a lot, so the supply is always running low.
I go through a lot of them because if you haven't already noticed, this game is quite difficult. Way more difficult than the standard Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and I am out of practice when it comes to this game too.
Well, after you're done with this series, I want to play the next one since I haven't even had a chance to. And also, I'm going to ask the question for this video too, being which Dragon-type Pokemon do you think is the strongest excluding legendaries?
Wow, after 5 minutes of recovering from paralysis and using Dragon Dance, you managed to take out our first Pokemon, Obama. I would normally congratulate you, but the way this gym battle started makes you unworthy.
The thing is, now I've prepared Gyarados for taking on the rest of her team without resulting in any more casualties, Donald, so I think Piloswine took a valiant sacrifice for the rest of the team, don't you think?
Yeah, sure, keep telling yourself that, Obama, if you actually believe anything you just said, which we absolutely don't. It's all just lies and fake news, as Trumpy would say.
Dragon Dance will be the move to save us in this gym, though, since my attack stat is already so high, and with that, we're going to get more buffs like no one's business. We're going to be on a roll for sure today, boys.
We're on to her third Pokemon now, though, which is all right, I guess. Let's see if your statement about Gyarados can actually hold up for the last 3 Pokemon, which will only get more tough too, so remember that.
Wow, so she has another Dragonair too. I bet she's copying Lance with this stupid idea of hers. She could have had a Garchomp or something, at least, so why the hell would they give her this?
She can't have a Garchomp Bush because that is the beautiful Cynthia's ace Pokemon, and no one other than her should have one. Although I agree having 2 Dragonairs is pretty boring for a ROM hack too.
Oh, holy hell, though, boy, she has a Salamence. What an awesome Pokemon. Didn't expect her to have this thing, but our Gyarados with Ice Fang is still the superior Pokemon, even if Obama is the one using it.
And of course, it would also have a cracked move like Draco Meteor, but obviously it won't do much to us. And it just reduced its stats too. So what a waste of Pokemon this Salamence is for her, don't you think?
Well, you're very lucky we still have Ice Fang and Gyarados for this whole battle, bro. I bet this could have ended the series if you had lost this red dude before battling Clair. Her Gyarados is cracked and definitely would have taken out our Charizard.
Alrighty, she has an Altaria now too, which I forgot existed actually. I sure want to buy a plushie of this Pokemon though, and then spend the rest of my retirement sleeping on its white fluffy wings.
I will buy you the entire Pokemon company, Joe, and then you can get all the Altaria plushies you like. Anything to keep you from bothering me when I take up my new role next month. Hey, you boys might not see me so much starting then too, you know.
Oh no, what a big shame that's going to be. Anyway, we're on to our last Pokemon now, the ace of her team, Kingdra. And hey, I think they should have made a split evolution with this one, and it could have been called Quendra or something like that.
Queen Jira would have been cool since it could have been like Nidoking and Nidoqueen. They sure missed an opportunity with that one. Plus, this thing is built like a tank. It survived an Ice Fang from Gyarados that's already used Dragon Dance a bunch of times.
A hot damn, but there she goes, Joe. Obama actually beat the 8th gym leader, suffering only 1 casualty in the process. Shame we lost an ice type and a dragon type gym, but either way, well done, I guess. Now we still have 8 more to go, though.
Forgot the other 8 for now, Bush. This is my moment of triumph, although Claire is going to be a whiny little so-and-so and not give me the damn badge yet. She's going to want us to check out the dragon cave behind the gym and see if we're worthy of having the badge.
Obama, can you care to explain what the hell you're doing right now, my guy? Have you lost your head or something?
No, I'm trying to use up the max repel I just used because this is considered a new route, so that means I can catch a new Pokemon in here. Especially considering we just lost Piloswine, which I deposited in the PC boxes off screen, so none of you can grill me for the amount of Pokemon I've already lost.
Okay, well, we deserve to see that PC box soon, so we can count all the Pokemon you've lost in the last 15 episodes, Barry. You owe us and the viewers that much at least. And remember, because you're so bad, you get permission to use legendaries, and that was a rule given to you by the viewers because they actually want to see you succeed.
Personally, I want to see him fail because that'll give me more reason to abuse him. And then I can take over this series and show Obama and everyone how a real Pokemon champion plays a Nuzlocke. In fact, I'd take on the whole game with just Charizard.
I suggest you jump into the water to find a new Pokemon berry. You won't find anything on the land, apparently. Plus, we might find something cool.
Well, the way I see it is we need a dragon as soon as possible. And because I am such a G and a lucky person. Of course, I'd find this cutie pie Dratini on my first dip into the water.
That Dratini has no idea what's in store for it if you manage to catch it, and I feel very sorry for it too. Either way, it'll be a great help for the team if you can train it all the way up to a Dragonite and then not get it killed.
Using Whirlpool was so dumb, Obama, you fucking moron. It's now trapped in that vortex, which means every turn it'll take damage and you might get it killed before it's even a part of your Team LMAO.
That's why we have a ton of Ultra Balls. I made sure to stock up on those like no one's business for all the new Pokemon I'd have to be catching.
Wow, that little thing used Dragon Rage, and it did a fair amount of damage to Gyarados, all things considered. The little guy will definitely make a solid team member if it's already this strong as a baby.
This little guy is actually a girl, Joe, you dumbass. So we need a super strong Wonder Woman style name for this one. So maybe some people could leave comments for suggestions, and then we can go to the name Raider and Goldenrod and change it later.
RWWA, we managed to catch it. Well done, Barry. You did 2 things good in this episode so far, but that doesn't make up for the loss of Piloswine still. To be honest, I didn't like it anyway, and this Pokemon more than makes up for that.
Oh baby, we're gonna be on a real roll now, boys. This is the start of something new. And I will train this thing up off screen for you all, because training dragon types is a real pain in the ass.
Yeah, but we still want to see it evolve when it's time, so don't keep that from us. Now it's time to see the old men who hang out in this dark cave shrine thingy and see what's going on.
Yeah, we do that stupid test and then get our badge and the TM for Dragon Pulse, so big deal, Bush. I have things to do now anyway, so I'm going to remind everyone to hit the like and subscribe button and then join our channel as a member if you want to help support our work.
Obama would probably answer everything wrong in here because to him, Pokemon are just ragdolls and nothing more.
It's hard to get this wrong, but if you get everything right, you get a Dratini with extreme speed, which we could swap for the one we just caught if you want Obama. Although I don't know if that's breaking the rules or not.
Yeah, well, the old man has given me the seal of approval, so now that bitchy little blue-haired moron better give me the damn gym badge. I need to have that to prove to you all that I'm worthy of it. I am indeed the ultimate trainer in Johto.
Here she is in all her glory, probably still moaning in her head about how she somehow lost to the likes of you. To be honest, I agree with her. I'd question the gym battle if I were to lose to someone like you, Obama LMAO.
Okay, with that, I'm going to end this episode here because I don't need more abuse from you, Donald. Thanks so much for watching, everyone.
Yeah, this episode was shorter so we could focus on the 8th gym, but stay tuned for part 16, everyone.